Oh, look at it. She bought that. Period.
What's the craziest conspiracy theory you think about, but you wouldn't tell nobody?
Conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
You got one type there? Craziest conspiracy theory. Pizzagate. They all did that shit. They got the island. Yeah. Bill Gates. Goddamn. The first lady. Goddamn the Trump. Yeah. All of them. They tell me.
Hey, what's your worst breakup story?
My worst breakup story? I caught him in bed cheating. I whooped that.
Oh man. That's sad.
Hey.
All right, next question. What's heavier, a pound of pillows or a pound of pennies?
A pound of pennies.
Pound of pennies. This is the last one.
He can't even say it. He's hearing Jazzlyn.
I'm not going to answer that question.
Welcome to the New Normal Podcast. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear me out there. Okay, there we go. All right, today we got the all-star cast in the building. We're going to let them introduce themselves. We're going to let the ladies go first. Jazz, go first.
All right, what's up, everybody? It's J Mac. J Mac on Facebook, Tough Topics on YouTube, Teacher Bay IRL on all other platforms. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube at Tough Topics. Doing some good stuff over there. Glad to be here with Cedric and all the other panelists, as always.
Hey, it's the controversial queen, Ashanti Jordan, in the building. You can find me on Facebook at Ashanti After 9, or you can find me at Ashanti Jordan. You know, I love to talk big mess. So if you are easily offended, please log on, because I cannot wait to offend you.
All right, toast making shot takes and puff chasers. This is your great Sir Bradley Ashton, back with another installment of the New Normal Podcast. You can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Sir Bradley Ashton. YouTube, I got 5 on it, and I can't wait to get into this juicy topic.
Yes, sir. It's the Date Master. We're here. I changed my name on Instagram to Legacy Made, but you can follow my YouTube and subscribe. Make sure you follow my store. Got a pop-up shop Sunday, Legacy Room Vintage. You can shop legacyroomvintage.com as well. The Bachelor's Bible will be dropping this year, 2023. So Sid been on me by bringing this book out, so we're going to drop it at the end of the year. So look forward to the night's conversation with the lovely ladies and my boy B.
So if y'all see the topic, we're going to talk about the Hood Rat Olympics. We're going to be talking about Zion Williams and his baby mama's issues. We're going to be talking about Shaq being spotted with Brittany Renner. We're going to be talking about how Meg Thee Stallion moves on so fast, and Kelis dating Bill Murray. So we got a lot of stuff to unpack tonight, but we're going to start with Zion Williams. Zion Williams, and this is what one of the people said about him. They said Zion Williams was the sex addict. If you see this is all his baby mamas. You got Yamila is the newest lady that came out. You have Mariah laid up there because she's a porn star, supposedly. And then the one he's got his arm wrapped around, that is his baby mother. And if y'all ain't seen the video of his baby mama, she was out there fighting in the streets, beating up a girl. I'm going to ask y'all a question. Y'all know Zion Williams had that issue with the white girls, saying that he didn't like black chicks. Do y'all think he picked the most ratchetest of ratchet black women to get his black card back?
I don't know if that's why he did it. I think that Zion Williamson is a true embodiment of what happens when you hate to talk about the brother. I think he's a little green. And I think that's kind of what happens, right? You get a little fame and clout, not used to pretty girls giving you attention. I guess the hot girls, the it girls. And I mean, honestly, that's what I assume about any simp behavior I see from any man. I assume that that's where it comes from.
She's talking the language. Just
a little insecurity, a little, just not being real confident in oneself. And even all that money he has, all the fame, even the talent is still not enough to compensate for that. So I think he just, big booty, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just exciting him. It's like, you know what I'm saying? That's my theory on it.
I think I think young Zion, I think he did get bullied into dealing with the sisters. You know, I think coming out of Duke, you know, he got into that little controversy of the chick, you know, blasting him on Snapchat
Yep.
um and I guess with him, you know, kind of like with other, you know, entertainers and athletes, they feel like, okay, I don't want to, you know, be ostracized. I don't want to be looked at as a token black man. So let me try to get with a sister, but you know, just his selection of sister was a bit off. You know, you mess around with a former stripper, a former scammer. You know what I'm saying? Supposedly she had some prostitution rings out here, you know what I'm saying, in Memphis and Phoenix, you know what I'm saying?
I seen that come up too.
So it's like, you know, damn Zion, like, bro, you ain't do your whole face, cuz, like, you know what I'm saying? Like all this information out here, bro. Like, it was funny when I found out about his baby mama. That video that you're talking about him of her getting the fighting and you know her titties just a titty because her top came down, and that's how you know, bro, that she's into that type of work, bro. Cause bro, like she didn't try to like lift up the top, nothing, bro. She just turned and she like, I'm finna whoop this bitch ass, bro. And it's just like,
she didn't care at all.
I'm like, damn, bro, she too comfortable, bro.
I mean, I kind of feel like he's a copy and paste of a lot of industry dudes. Like Lil Baby, he was with a prostitute. You know what I mean? And I feel like there are a lot of people that glorify promiscuous women or glorify women that fight. It's all over reality TV. I feel like we glorify that woman that's just going to be so straight to the core, going to say what she want to say. Those are the people that get the attention and the shine. You know, then you have other women that are more modest and they don't always get the recognition. Like I feel like Savannah James is getting the recognition she deserves now, but she's always been this type of woman, but she's now come to the forefront. So I don't feel like he's doing anything different than these other dudes doing. I feel like it's just public and it's his time now. But I don't feel like he was going through any crisis with dating black women. I feel like that's the kind of black woman he probably already been used to, you know, and then he went through a phase where he was dating a white woman or whatever type of woman he was dating. But I don't feel like I'm shocked by what I see. And I don't feel like it's anything new.
But were they insinuating though, said to your question, were they, because I'm gonna be honest, I didn't really follow him as much before, I guess fairly recently. Like, of course I know who he is, but as far as following kind of his social dilemmas or whatever, I wasn't really privy to that. So are they saying he was always known for dating white women? I would assume that since he was at Duke and a lot of dark-skinned dudes, you know, they be having them complexes.
If you follow Zion's rise to prominence over the last like 5, 6, 7 years, you know, he pretty much went to like schools that were predominantly white. He was socialized to be around white people. I mean, hell, even when I first heard him talk for the first time, it was kind of like, damn, like that's how you talk. Yeah. Like I'm thinking like he gonna be, you know what I'm saying, a little bit more brass in his voice and all this other stuff, but like he kind of talked like a preppy white boy. Like if you just like you close your eyes, like, oh shit. Like,
see, that doesn't surprise
with Zion, you gotta understand he was a attention whore. Not attention whore, but he was treated like that. He's #1 basketball player. So he's been getting preferential treatment ever since they identified him, which more likely was a freshman in high school. Okay. So you gotta understand a person that has to walk that AAU, because I played sports and I played with some high level guys that even made it to the NBA. They don't walk in life like a regular Joe do. They don't, it's a lot of discipline. So you got to take a dude like Zion. He just got the $194 million extension. He been having to walk a certain way to secure that bag for so long. So now that it's been secured, he's now, his prime instinct is going to take over because he got the resources. People don't understand how your economic status affects your biology. When a man got money and power and he had to fight and had to twiddle his way to get to it, once he get it, it's really not going to be it's not going to be too much more restraint because he's still a man. You're talking a 6'10", black, 200 pound man, got a lot of testosterone running through him. So him trying to get his black card ain't nothing compared to him just trying to soar his royal oats in a sense, because he got the resources. That's why you see the conversation. I'm gonna pay you to move here. He ain't never had that type of access to women, let alone being able to pay and get this treatment sexually from a woman. That's what that is.
Well, they like to say high value men don't do X, Y, and Z, right? No. So part of this live is about reimagining what high value men are and what they do. These type of chicks, they say that high value men do not date. They say high value men won't look their way. They say high value men wouldn't get them pregnant. So what you're saying is high value men do operate, because we like to say high value men, to get their money, they have to have a certain level of discipline, a certain level of restraint. And now it's like, I'm a $200 million nigga. I'm finna fuck these hoes. So what is it? Like,
So you
before
cannot just equate a high value man attached to a certain amount of money he makes. You can be a person that's making 200 whatever and be a pookie. Okay. And
For
I
sure.
don't know much about his background. I'm not gonna lie, I never heard of this man up until like the recent week or whatever. But you can be a billionaire and be a pookie. You can be somebody that is making $2 a day and be a pookie. It doesn't matter.
I want to address that, Javier, because they had prostitutes, even Marilyn Monroe and some others was talking about how many presidents and people in the president's cabinets that they served. They had these parties with prostitutes and all these people running through the White House, because people are people at the end of the day. So when it comes to value in this term that Kevin Samuels kind of popularized, you look at value being how much value do I give to the world? How many people benefit off me?
Yeah,
they say Steve Jobs ain't a high value man. Bullshit.
It wasn't.
Like, how many people do I feed?
Facts.
That's the value, is what I give to the world.
Yeah.
The woman value is what she gonna get to her man. She
Facts.
can't give value to the world in a broader space like a man can, because is she gonna work to 60? Is a woman really gonna be able to give you that? How many, you look at women professional athletes, right? How many of them got a 20-year run? LeBron on year what? 20 what?
21, about to be 21.
You got a lot of people that stay in the league 15 years. So, and we not expecting women to have that long run, but we try to lump it in. Well, I'm a high value woman. We try to make the dynamics the same, but the value of a man is determined how many people benefit off me.
What he produces, I'd say.
What he produces, and how many people consume said production. Yeah. If you producing a lot, ain't nobody buying it, your value ain't there, because you ain't producing no worth value, because if it was valuable, it'll be selling. People be buying it. But with the people that get into it with prostitutes, hoes make the world go round. They'll always be here. It's always gonna be mistresses. It's always gonna be side chicks. It's always gonna be comfort girls. Zion Williamson ain't number 20 what? 4? 25?
22.
I ain't see, come on, this a boy.
22.
This a boy who is just now rising to a certain level of fame and income. He not mature enough to want a family. Guarantee you in 10 years, he not gonna be pursuing that same type of chick that he pursuing at 22, because it's just for right now.
I got something for you.
Hold on. Before you go. So, like picking up what you said about Kevin Samuels. Kevin Samuels always made a distinction that when he talked about a high value man, he always excluded athletes and entertainers, because he was like, they're a different type of bracket versus how they acquired their money versus the traditional businessman that had to work, 10, 15, 20, 30 years to acquire that wealth. So it's like, when you talk about an athlete, it's a different kind of a different type of trajectory, because it's like, oh, he just basing this off of his athletic prowess, not necessarily, okay, he been grinding for a long time, even though it does take a certain grind to get to that certain type of level in athletics to make that type of money that he's making.
But we've seen plenty of those athletes, though, that some of them really just have that talent, and they're not even working as hard as we might even assume. Like, of course you have to work hard, because my brother plays collegiate basketball, so I know that they work hard, but I just mean that, like, to your point, some people are just gifted. Yeah, some people really are just gifted. So we can't even say that they're even putting in this level of grind that we assume. Some of them really just, they gifted. You got the build, you got the height, you gonna sell. You do enough dunks, throw yourself oops off the backboard dunks, you gonna go viral.
Like they say, if you 7 feet, you always gonna have a job in the NBA.
Right.
Know? But I'm gonna ask you something, Chris. You are a mentor of young boys, and you say that Zion Williamson is a boy, but he's bringing a child into this world. When does he stop becoming a boy and become a man, especially now that he's having a child?
I mean, that's going to be his decision to make, but usually life humbles us in many different ways. As a man will go through, as you grow, you're going to go through adversity. Once you go through these certain levels of adversities, setbacks, your vision becomes clear on what you want and how to get to whatever that goal is. Him being a boy, let's say 22, bringing a boy, once he starts seeing and having them real conversation with people when it comes to children, their child's health, that should mature him, because what I do and say now can affect my child. oh, your mama a porn star, or your mama a such and such. So he's gonna by default have to man up and mature and instill certain values because his child ain't gonna have an experience like my child or your child will have because the type of mother that he chose to procreate with. So again, he'll have to make that choice, but usually life does that for men. We'll get humbled by life, thinking we got everything. It just take you to be knocked off your throne for you to get right.
I think it also has a lot to do with you accepting and navigating those responsibilities correctly too, right? Because you got somebody like Blueface who is a father, but I feel like he hasn't really transitioned to being a man, in my opinion, because he doesn't navigate and move through his responsibilities in a responsible way. So I feel like that too.
Also, like, how do you, for you men, I guess, like specifically you, Chris, because you mentioned when we said his age, you was like, oh, he's a boy, and I feel that because my brother is 23, so I know what being around young men is like. It really does feel like you really around teenagers. But I say that to say, is it not the most basic level of common sense though to say, I can sleep with who I want, and I wouldn't say that's fine from a moral standpoint, but in the big scheme of things, sleep with who you want. But what's wrong with using some protection, especially with the type of women you're sleeping with? It'd be one thing if this was, I don't know, some relatively ordinary woman that didn't seem to, but you're talking about porn stars and strippers. You have an unprotected sex with them. If for nothing else, wouldn't you say, I'm probably putting my body at a risk doing this?
No.
You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like why we can't just start there? Like, you can sleep with who you want, but they make condoms. Like, they've been making condoms a really long time.
Let's look at it like this. So let's say you got a porn star. You look at the type of the archetype of the women he engaged with, right? We put too much responsibility. I'm giving him the title of a boy. These women way older than him.
Well, they hitting a lick. They doing it on purpose.
I gotta ask. I just ask y'all, how many times y'all seen the NBA player, NFL player in Walgreens or Walmart? Y'all probably never seen them and be like, that's such and such. We don't think like Kobe Bryant wife, Scottie Pippen wife. How you get in the room with Scottie Pippen? You just don't. Scottie Pippen in there? Okay. No, it's all type of clearance strategies. Kobe Bryant, man, this wife with a video shoot. You don't think you don't think Kobe Bryant wife knew he was gonna be here? She knew what time it was, so she was waxed. She was prepped. She was everything she needed to be. Because this is a one in a lifetime. If I see Kobe at this video shoot, it's probably a chance I'll never see him again. We're talking Kobe Bryant. So with these women already know how to pick a simp. They look at him, oh, he's super green. I ain't got to do nothing but follow his Instagram. He gonna see mine. Yeah. He gonna like some pictures. Oh, I know how to entice him now. These women making a hustle. These women has made it a hustle to get these athletes who are more frivolous
with their money,
with their seed. Because the seed, they feel they can do that because they got the money. Whatever it costs, I'll pay for it because I got it now. Yeah. That's why he did. You see how he waited. I got the $200 million extension. Now I can, whatever happen. I just want to have my fun too because he's still a man. Still got testosterone, but he still got the mind of a boy. Just look at what year we in, 2023?
Yeah.
A 22-year-old male in 2023 is the equivalent of a 16 to 17-year-old boy in 2005. Social media make these people think, it's so much delusion with social media and children. Like, they had the look, what's the thing, Momo? Had kids committing suicide because they said it on the phone. So I gotta ask, what type of person, what kind of brain capacity you got where you would kill yourself because you seen a video tell you to?
So you can admit that it is immature in his thinking to not, because what I'm saying is you listed a bunch of examples of wouldn't you say, hey, I've seen this happen a lot of times, a lot of fellow athletes of mine, a lot of fellow entertainers that get jammed up just like this. Why can't I say, to prevent this, I know this girl is only with me for money? Like, you would have to know that.
Because this is the time it got caught. Think about how many times it's happened and it hasn't gotten caught, right? So these athletes, I'm sure he is not the first person in his close circle that has slept with a porn star. He's the one that got caught.
It's the NBA.
Right?
They sleep with porn stars.
Right. Even like Lana Rhodes. Isn't she like a porn star that has a baby by an NBA basketball player?
Really?
Yeah, I think her name's Lana Rhodes or something.
Lana Rhodes.
Oh, yeah. You know what I mean?
I forgot she got
these women are doing it. It's just the probability of them getting caught is lower. But I feel like it happens all the time.
This is the person who's posting pictures like this. And these are the tweets that she's tweeting out.
Oh, she's sick.
She's going ham.
Bro, she's sick, bro.
She said, "You so jealous. I couldn't leave the hotel without you in NOLA because you thought I was seeing other men there. I hate you." She can't write. Ooh, grandma. Zion Williamson, you treated me like a sex doll girlfriend. Where you really working out or with the next BITCH getting her pregnant while you locked me in a hotel room?
Madam, you are a comrade. You know what I'm saying? Like
I'm finna go through these tweets. I'm finna go through these tweets. Hold on. This is another one she got.
I hate that my face is white, right?
Right, like
right by the butt cheeks.
This one says, I wonder who you flew out to Phoenix since I couldn't make it because I had to be in LA, Zion Williamson. This really effing with my head, babe. I'm messed up about you. Hurt me real bad. You owe me an apology for this humiliation. I'm done. Like, this is what she's doing.
Got it.
Hold on.
Bro.
This one says, the reason why he trusts me because I'm not thirsty to pull out phones and cameras around him. Really? Yes, I save receipts, but I always saved wired receipts. So Zion Williamson, I received them. I don't ask no celebrity or high influence types of men for pics. That's why I'm around. This next one says, you're controlling. Hold on. It says you're controlling Zion Williamson and a manipulative narcissist that pretends to the media like you're innocent. This is what this woman is. If I just showed that one, I got another one. What this one say? Hold on.
He know where home is. He can't resist me.
The ring coming next. Zion Williamson. Yeah, Zion Williamson know where home is. He can't resist me. I'm his favorite. Like,
come on, man.
It's just
these chicks fishing these dudes out, and they acting like they just victims, not knowing that he dealing with multiple women. Like, come on, man.
This is another one. She said these grown men be sending me shrimp, DICKs, all in my inbox. Like, what the fuck I'm gonna do with that poo? Like, this is the stuff that this woman is supposed to be.
Why are you shocked? She's a porn star.
I think he shocked at he shocked at the selection that he made.
The selection to get
Why?
the other.
All of them are sleeping with porn stars.
You know who did it right?
Ooh.
Jason Tatum, my boy.
Okay, I'm just saying, like,
no, Jason Tatum staying LMA.
Exactly, he did it right.
You mean literally? I thought you meant like on some like sneaky, like he didn't get caught.
He dated
LMA.
Yeah,
JT is that.
I love LMA.
Right. And maybe because I do have friends that are in the NFL and they play sports. This is not. I'm not shocked. Like, I'm not shocked. It's shocking to everybody else.
It's not the fact that it's shocking. It's just more so that his game ain't tight. Like, damn, bro.
Like,
they're regular people.
Have you been seeing the mess? Like when she posted the receipts of the messages between them.
Yeah.
Did you see it? Like, he sounds like a little kid talking to a girl. Like he don't sound like a grown man talking to a girl.
That's how they talk. I'm trying to tell you.
Well, I will say this. I don't think a lot of athletes are high on the IQ scale, but also that, like Mariah, this woman here, I think she's 33.
She's 33.
She's 11 years older than him, so she was preying on him, and so nobody's outraged about her age being way older than him. But
nobody's ever gonna.
If a 32-year-old male porn star was getting that Angel Reese and end up getting Angel Reese pregnant, it'll be all type of hell on the dude.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It would be definitely pretty
If a 32-year-old porn star went after Angel Reese, who about 20, 21, and got her pregnant, as soon as she got to it would have been all type of chaos.
Especially if they found out he was milking her for money monthly.
Exactly.
Like $100K monthly.
Because she got a fight in her.
But she fumbled the bag, though, this girl. I mean, you getting $100,000 a month, like, old girl probably not gonna get quite that much in child support when she has this baby.
She gonna max him.
She seeing that shit.
She gonna max him.
She seeing that shit. Oh, nigga, she seeing that shit. She like, oh, so this bitch got 100,000 for a month. Oh, big.
So hold on. So me and Ashanti had this conversation earlier about privacy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she basically was saying his privacy was null and void because of the selection of women he chose.
I said, when you breach, and I can pull up the message, when you breach an agreement, the privacy that you have established is null and void. So we have an agreement. I'm going to be your side chick or your girl on the side or whatever he got going on. And we're going to talk about transparency. So I know that you're going to be intimate with other women. And I'm laying next to you all these times. Now all of a sudden you got a baby and I'm finding out on social media that you're getting ready to be a father. The privacy now has become breached. And I feel like you can't do wrong to somebody and tell them how mad to get. So I'm not shocked that she out there did
this. This is what you said.
What about that situation?
This is basically what I just said, but this is what you said. Then the person that is rich compromised his own privacy by choosing a person like that. Lose-lose situation. I said, I agree. So that's what I said.
In conjunction with the things I said before. So yeah, that was one independent message, but it was in conjunction with what I said.
Okay, I don't know why that's an issue. What I said, I don't know. I didn't say anything bad, but yeah, like I was saying with the conversation that we had earlier, privacy. If a person picks this type of woman, should they be looking for some type of discretion from these women?
If there's not an NDA,
yeah, they
like,
should.
Why not sign an NDA? Drake does it. Drake make any woman who look his way sign an NDA.
Does an NDA actually work if the person doesn't have any money? Because we had a person named Stormy Daniels signed the NDA, and now all over the news. Ain't that why Trump in trouble right now?
It depends on how aggressive you pursue. What they call when you breach the when you're trying to recoup it, because this why 50 Cent and what's old girl name was going back and forth for so long.
Tara Marie.
Tara Marie. I can't get nothing you ain't got.
Right.
But he reinforces the pursuit. So if you try to even get some money, whatever you finna get 100, I'm taking 30 out that automatically. You ain't even get the whole 100. So it's just on how aggressive you can pursue it. The NDA don't protect you from a fool. It just is legalities. But you can only pray.
Yeah,
and
it would just hope that would discourage them. But some people
they don't care about that.
Some people don't care about it.
And that's what that's
especially a big fish like Trump.
I don't think that many people are going to go against an NDA. That's why they're like established. So you have people that do. You have people that break contracts all the time. But the chances of that happening, I don't feel like.
How many women have been to divorce court and know they got a prenup in place? I still won't have.
I was under duress, Your Honor.
When I signed it, I was under duress. I ain't know what I was signing. I know I signed it, but that I don't care. I need money right now. Like people don't care when it's at when they have an opportunity to benefit. People don't really stand on business in contracts because I get the game.
Yeah. And then it sounds like too, like looking at these tweets that Miss Mills has been posted over the last week or so, it sounds like she ain't really too bright neither. Like her maturity level, yeah, she may be 32 years old, but she sound like a 16-year-old, like who done got cheated on for the first time. Like this guy was selling me a dream, and he was telling me he was gonna fly me to New Orleans. He was gonna put
she
me
32?
Up. She 32 years old. Bro.
You done heard this shit 100 times over, man. Chill out. You done heard. That line before.
I'm 28. I ain't never been cheated on, so I
can
see that. Yes, like literally, I have not had an experience where I feel like
don't invalidate
my man was doing this and
that.
I ain't invalidating.
Because my man ain't no cheater.
But what I'm
saying
is, as a 28-year-old woman, I ain't never heard some of that stuff.
But you gotta look at the type of dudes we dealing with though. We talking about.
I'm just saying, so you can't say just because she is 32 that she's heard certain things. Because I'm 28, I've heard.
You ain't a porn star.
I'm not. I'm just saying I'm not a porn star.
You know,
but there are certain things that I haven't experienced.
But you know what men get to selling women dreams like that. When they know and get some pussy.
Okay.
Talk to your dudes and be like, hey, we're going to Bible study. We're going to go look at furniture and see how many times they offer to take you here and buy you this. He ain't going.
I told you, but if you put sex date without having sex.
But if you put sex in the picture, or if your image and persona was of sex, like this chick is, dudes get stupid. We lose that. This one, I had my own part. They get the tricking big. We out of town.
Jesus,
if it's a bad chick in the area, he gonna do and pay whatever to get her, because how she present herself as a sexual conquest. You don't present yourself that way, so you may not attract these type of guys. But if you change your style up, change your tune up, and start putting sex in the center, you're gonna have guys propositioning you for that sex.
But
because you'll be a conquest at that point.
People try to make it seem like she woke up one day and was just crazy on her own merit. And I think that she has had some reciprocated energy. Like I think that him saying, I'm gonna move you to New Orleans or whatever.
You're 10 years older than this boy.
Right.
I'm not going for
saying,
that.
I think it's all an act.
It doesn't matter.
I think her whole shtick is.
It doesn't matter. The
shtick
fact
is
that she has had some
I
type
don't
of
think she
relationship
feels
with this man where
nothing
he giving
about
her
this man
100K.
having a baby.
I know he's
She
not
just
giving her
found
100K and just being like,
I
I don't want to talk to you. I just want to smash. No, he's giving her 100K. They're having some form of relationship.
Let me differ between men and women, right? Let's say if I was dating a chick and she had money and she offered me 100K a month, do you think I'd say okay and take it?
I don't know.
If she's 10 years younger than me, do you think I'd be like, okay, yeah, this is my round number, my account number, put that money. I'm not even going to entertain that conversation with this 10-year younger than me woman. So the fact that she entertaining it shows her hand out the gate.
Okay.
Because if they
very well aware.
If they really had history of, let's say, years, they probably only been talking a couple months.
How you know?
No,
she would have prefaced it.
I think she
would have had way longer
been
receipts.
talking since 2021. I think she did tweet that.
Talking and being in a relationship.
And whatever this situation is, I think she says it's been going on since 2021.
I'm saying from a real talking to somebody and being in. I didn't talk to a chick for a whole year before we got into a relationship, committed, because we got to know each other. I move like a snail. So for a 32-year-old woman to be talking to a 22-year-old NBA player talking about, I got the 107,000. It's in my account. You're a predator. You're preying on this man.
Not to mention, she's been talking to him since he was 20. If that's what she was
20. So I gotta ask Ashanti something. So do you put age? Does age come into play for you during this situation, or do you feel like he was old enough and had enough knowledge to know what he was doing?
I feel like if you're going to operate as an adult, you're going to receive adult responsibility. So if he was 20 years old, feeling like I'm a man, or I'm going to be whatever he wants to call himself, and I'm going to pursue a woman and not a child, then I'm going to operate as a man.
Well, we're talking about her though. She's a 32-year-old woman dealing with a 30-year-old woman dealing with a 20-year-old boy. If she was talking to him since 2021, he can't even drink yet. That's a red flag.
It isn't favorable, but I'm just gonna be honest. If he's presenting himself as a man, then if she wants to say,
so if I see a 17-year-old girl out there that's presenting herself as a woman, it's okay for me to holler at her.
That's gonna be illegal. So you're gonna go to jail.
But why?
Because she's a minor.
See, I'm a fan of illegal, but I'm also a bigger fan of immoral.
I mean, you can think it's immoral, but it is illegal.
Do you feel it's immoral for me to talk to a 17-year-old woman? So why is it not immoral for this 30-year-old woman to talk to this 20-year-old boy?
Because he's above the age of being a minor.
So if she was 17, it's certain Romeo and Juliet
states. To be fair,
states.
In some states, you
Chicago,
can be 16.
Illinois, it's 17.
The age of 17. So
if I seen a 16-year-old girl outside portraying herself as a voluptuous, full-fledged woman, and I got out of, am I wrong?
And you are how old now?
I'm 10 years. We the same.
You're 26 and she would be 16. I think that you would be going to jail because that is illegal.
So why
in every state?
So
it's
why
illegal,
isn't the same for the woman? Why isn't she immoral?
She's not going after a minor.
I'm giving you the immoral. I'm talking about legalities. Moral.
I said it isn't favorable.
You mentioned jail.
It is not favorable.
Okay, but why am I immoral and she's not? Is the question?
Because you referenced someone under the age of 18.
I'm referencing the act of knowingly pursuing this person who I know is not even old enough to drink yet.
Yes.
So why is it immoral for me but not her?
Because she's not pursuing someone that's under the age of 18.
So
again, we're not looking at legalities because in certain states it's legal.
Yes.
So your argument is null and void. Then we go to Illinois.
Okay. Are they in Illinois?
I'm giving you an example across the nation. We're not looking at it from.
I mean,
what's Alabama?
Hold up. It's 16 in Alabama.
It's 16.
Okay, so all that legal shit go out the window now.
At 16 is the age of consent, but you have it's a 2-year range.
I get it.
You can't be 16 talking to somebody 32.
I get it. Okay, let's say I meet the parameters. She's is legal.
I know you're moving the goalpost now, so I can give you the answer that you want.
I'm looking at why is she not immoral, but I would be.
Any type of situation that you're gonna give me that you would be pursuing a woman that is under the age of 18, I think that it is illegal. And I'm not going to change that.
What you mean illegal?
It's illegal. If you are 32, what'd you say?
Do you
10-year gap.
I think a 10-year gap. If you are over the age of 18, and
you said you think it's illegal, right?
It is illegal.
Not in Alabama.
You have a 2-year gap. You can be 16 and you can sleep with someone that's 18.
Okay, well let's say
you cannot be.
I think we're getting hung up on the legalities.
I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it from a moral aspect.
Is. Like you don't.
If I know you got 100,000
predatory at all,
I find her actions to be unfavorable. I don't.
But I'm using specifically the word predatory. You don't find it to be predatory at all. To be 30 and a 20-year-old.
It could be. I mean,
you've been dealing with grown men. Like, I don't know if y'all know the type of work she do, but she messes with the white boys. So you know the white boys tricking off major.
She's a 30-year-old porn star.
She is federally acknowledged as a male.
I get it, but she's a 30-year-old porn star talking to a 20-year-old
I don't think it's
boy.
right. No, but she can do it and operate. It's okay. She's not gonna go to
That's
jail.
not okay. If it ain't okay for me to do it, it ain't okay for her to do it.
You were referencing someone at 16.
I'm doing the same 10-year gap. I'm just putting me in
You're
the drive.
26?
No, I'm using the same 10-year gap that she has with him.
Okay.
Because I'm
Maybe
basically
18 and 28.
I'm basically taking her out the driver's seat and put me in the driver's seat. How do I get the same ticket that she did not get for doing the same mile in the same road? How do I get a ticket and she don't when she was driving the same speed I was driving in the same state where the same speed laws apply? How do I get a ticket and she don't?
Make sure the person that you're pursuing is gonna be 18.
We talking about this ticket. How do I get a ticket for doing the same shit she did, but she don't get a ticket?
Because
explain it.
I don't know about your car reference. I don't really understand.
An analogy. Yeah.
The analogy isn't correlating to me. So can you pick a different one?
I did the same crime. I got arrested for it. You did the same crime I did and didn't get arrested. I gotta ask why.
Well, if
maybe it looks like your jurisdiction is going to be different because
it's the same crime.
No,
in the same area,
crime, but it's a different jurisdiction.
Same area.
She pursued someone that was 20, and you just made a hypothetical.
10-year difference.
16.
Don't get hung up on. Don't just switch the age.
We're not talking about 16. Hold on.
You see what I'm saying?
Hold on. I'm gonna agree with Ashanti on this. And the reason I agree with Ashanti on this one, because if we talk about legal and moral, the question that was asked by Jazz was the correct question. Do you think what she did was predatory? Would go back to your moral?
That's my point. I'm talking about legalities.
But at the same time, the legal system is there because there's a group of people that say, hey, we're going to set this limit here because we feel as if morally this is
slavery was legal.
Oh God, people love to define.
Slavery was legal.
Yeah, but it soon became illegal.
But it was legal.
Not soon.
Right. But I'm just saying it happened.
But it was legal now, was it?
It was legal.
So can we really use the law as the barometer of justice?
But let's keep it real though, man. Like, black men in general, bro, we're what's the term? Is it adultified?
Ostracized?
No, we're automatically seen as adults, way early.
Oh, I know. I can't think of what it is.
Way early in life. So people gonna look at Zion Williamson, man, 6'6", man, damn
6'10".
No, he like 6. No,
he about 6'7", 6'8".
Yeah,
He'll look about LeBron a little taller.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He brolic dude, you feel what I'm saying? Like he looked like a grown ass man, you feel what I'm saying? Bigger than your average dude.
Yeah.
But mentality wise, young as fuck. You feel what I'm saying? So a chick like Mariah Mills or his baby mama Concrete Rose, who 7 years older than he is, it's gonna be like shit. Okay, this ain't no dude that's like the same age as me, so he probably don't have the same life experience that I do. Shit, and then what you say? He got a $194 million contract with the Pelicans.
See, not to cut you off, but I wanted to get away from the 16. I wanted to go back to my original analogy, which was me dating Angel Reese. She's 20.
She like 20.
She in college. I'm dating Angel Reese at my age.
Yeah,
Angel Reese just go to the league. We negotiate. It comes out that I'm getting $100,000 a month from her. People gonna look at me and be like, "That's cool."
This old nigga, man.
No.
Hell no. He grown as hell. The hell he got them using Angel.
They would use words like manipulation and all that. And so I do agree with that point.
Yeah, they're gonna use them. And this is the same scenario. It's a basketball player. She's just a female athlete, but she's 20. I'm 39. They're gonna look at me and say I'm preying on this young girl.
That's 19 years, but
still, if I was 32, they're gonna say I'm preying on.
We know who youthful. If you 19, 20, 21, 22 years old, you are really young. Yes, you are technically grown, but you don't have nowhere near the DSM says your brain. I think the most recent literature. 25. I think they actually pushed it to 27. I think the most recent literature is they've pushed it to 27. So at the end of the day, it's gross. It's abhorrent, and I think that's something we can all agree on. I'm sure we can all sit up here and say her actions were disgusting at best. You preyed upon a 20-year-old kid, sending him pictures of you and videos of you doing God knows what, and saying whatever you needed to say to him.
I'm gonna stop you right there. She's a porn star.
I'm saying, but I think she sent him personal things as well.
I don't think she had to send him anything. I'm a $200 million nigga, and I just watched your flick. I'm a slide in the DM.
Like, this before
that could have happened.
But I'm just saying, like, even this before this extension, he's still a famous nigga. He still got M before the extension.
Yeah. And he was gonna be in New Orleans.
But I'm gonna say this: do y'all think this helped or hurt her?
It helped her. She gonna win because she don't. I know this now. All women don't want the family in the little house on the prairie and the picket fence. All women don't want that now. We got an evolution that's taking place. The women the whole high value, all this traditional stuff, that shit gone. Yeah. These new kids that's being raised with this phone in their hand, when I'm seeing a 6-month-old baby with an iPad in their hand, I know they're not going to think on the same level as a person that wasn't exposed to electronics and social media in that capacity. It's going to be a difference in development. You're looking at the most underdeveloped generation because this phone. Yeah. They think they following Pooh Shiesty. This dude at graduation with a Pooh Shiesty mask. That shows you how influential social media and rap culture is already. Well, so when you see the basketball, that's why you see Lil Baby with James Harden. They trying to infuse the two cultures. Ja Morant acting like he Pooh Shiesty with guns. All this stuff is just entertainment. That's why P. Diddy picture with LeBron. Basketball and rap ain't got shit to do with nothing. They ain't got nothing to do with each other. So why are we so forcefully intertwined with each other?
So how does this help her?
Because she's gonna get exposed. She's gonna get interviews. She's gonna have a redemption story.
She said in one of her tweets. She said in one of her tweets, people been calling her for interviews, but she turned them down.
Exactly. Because the number ain't right yet.
Hold on.
Number ain't right.
But we've seen how that we seen people before her on the same trajectory.
Superhead. Brittany Renner. What's the other chick name?
But hold on. Are these people okay? Because you see Brittany Renner every other week crying in the car.
Are you asking me? Is she gonna be okay from an emotional state?
I don't think Brittany
from
Renner,
an emotional state.
Yeah. Now, her brain could be temporarily fucked up because you know what I'm saying. Like she's a, you know what I'm saying. You know, you can say what you want about the cosmetic surgery, but you know what I'm saying. She's an attractive woman. Now, guys who may have been wanting to slide in her DMs, you know what I'm saying, previous before.
They know she got loose lips now.
Yeah, it's like damn bit, like you know what I'm saying. Like
what about Selena?
If you got
Selena Powell.
Oh, I don't know who that is.
Her loose lips don't stop
she the queen.
Yeah, but like for real, well, her though, you know, she gonna mess her bread up because you know, dudes gonna be like, damn, bro, like how do I know this bitch gonna put me on black?
As a matter of fact,
she gonna dox you.
I'm finna show y'all.
Selena Powell been talking so long, man. What's the girl before Selena?
What? This what Cam said right here. This what Cam said right here about.
Let's keep it funky now. Let's keep it funky. Like I'm Cam Newton. Right? And I ain't gonna lie. I'm not about to hit no DM with no Brittany talking about, hey, yo, what's good, what's popping? Where you at? You in Atlanta? I see you in Atlanta. Boom. Slide through.
But why not?
Because I don't want to end up in your book.
Because he don't want to end up in her.
And let's keep it fun.
Her DM because he don't want to end up in her book.
Plus he's in a relationship too. So
but
I hope
that was hypothetical.
It was a hypothetical.
Yeah, it was hypothetical.
That was a hypothetical.
So that's what I'm saying. Like I understand she might do an interview here, an interview there, get her notoriety up. I also heard that like she may be like the most on Pornhub, like the most searched adult star now.
Yeah, she claims she's retired, but you know I don't know if you can ever really.
But I'm going to say this: looking at Mariah Mills' porn,
yeah, her
it is garbage.
I ain't
she has a horrible body augmentations. Like they're just horrible. Yeah. The butt don't move, the breast don't move. Like it's really bad. Her face like it's filled with Botox. Like if y'all ever watch Funny Marco interview Sukiyana, he asked her about that stiff ass wig. And she got this stiff ass body. Like it ain't. I don't understand. I don't see the attraction. Yeah. And then she also had a tweet that said that she almost died. I know this ain't funny, but she almost died trying to get it corrected because she was trying to get her butt smaller because it looked horribly, which it did. And she said she put her life on the line because so many people was talking about her and all of this stuff. And I'm like, nobody would even talk about you if you never even got plastic surgery from the get-go. Because the reason they're talking about you is because it's bad surgery.
Plastic surgery for a woman is an investment to get a high price.
That is literally all it is. Like, and it has become so common.
They tell you can die. on this goddamn table before you go through with it.
Specifically,
She thinking the women in their mind thinking it's worth the gamble to try to catch a millionaire.
Yeah.
Shout out to DC Young Fly. You know, my condolences to his family.
Yeah, God bless it.
This woman went under the knife and didn't have to do this.
Thanks. I already had a man.
So you already got a dude.
And
what the hell you
bad
doing?
look.
Women,
People got
I got-
stuff every day that could kill them.
Women, I got.
But this
something.
is-
But they're not
Like what?
unnecessary
Nice stuff you do
risks.
every
Oh
day.
yeah, smoking cigarettes, hookah. That's unnecessary.
That's insane.
kill
I
you.
don't
We
condone.
talking about
period of
overtime.
time.
We talking about within 24 to 48 hours you can die. Who doing this every day?
To
I
be
mean,
fair,
people
there
are
are.
dying after getting butt shots after a year. I mean, it takes time
But
for some of this
you're
stuff to set
told
in.
that you're gonna die.
Yes.
You can die instantly.
Mhm.
In some cases, you may get the long-term health complication. My point is, if I was to go and see it and say I got tattoos, right?
We could have
Do
instant
you think
kids.
if I went to go to, I mean, I want them tattoo, hey man, you know you can die within it. You think I have tats?
Hell no.
Fuck no,
What
I ain't get
about
no
having a baby?
tattoos. I can have a baby.
I'm just saying for women, we could die instantly.
Yeah, but I can't.
I know. I'm just saying, like people
So
do stuff every day that they could die from.
But I'm
that's
saying
not-
this is
But
not.
they're not.
you-
They're
Hold on,
not
hold on, hold on,
for
hold on, hold on,
frivolous
hold on, hold on.
Yeah,
reasons.
we talking about
Ashanti,
Like, I feel like-
Ashanti, I agree with you. People do stuff every day that you could die from, but is that smart?
No.
Okay, that's all.
That's
I
what we
need.
get. Like
Yeah.
this person told me, I mean, you know, you could die, you get another tattoo. Man, do the tattoo, and I fucking die. Dumb as fuck.
Yeah.
They telling you, not even they telling you, you seeing the reports on the news of these women going over here dying. You seeing the reports.
Yeah.
Lady got to get shipped back in a bag for their family. Got to fly down here to get them,
Right.
identify 'em, box her ass up, fly back to the States.
Yeah.
Come
Woman,
on, man.
Woman 50 years old, you know, trying
50.
Yeah, and see,
Hey,
You a fool.
hey, for the women out here,
You a
getting,
fool.
just
that's hold on. For the women out here that's getting plastic surgery, this is what Michael Jordan had to say to y'all.
Stop it. Get some help.
get some help. I knew he was gonna play that. I couldn't even hear.
You
it.
gotta,
Stop
we
it. Get
gotta
some help.
start. It'll be like me trying to get out on the corner and slang crack.
You could die from that.
I know for a fact if I try to get out here on this corner by Chevron and sell crack, I'm going to jail.
Or die.
I know.
They
either-
shooting people so
Yeah,
crazy.
one or the other. I know one of those are an option. I'd be a fool to go out there and do it after I'd have seen 20 people stand on this same corner and die. Why would I go do it?
I mean, but
I
it's
just
a
feel
lot of people
like
that stood on that corner and then die.
with
It's a-
DC Young Fly's
it's a percentage.
baby mama / fiance or whatever the technical classification was for her, I don't because I made a video about it too, and I purposely made sure I didn't demean her because it's
That was
obviously
demeaning.
very
What?
You say she's demeaning?
That was demeaning.
How?
No, she just.
Baby mama or whatever it is.
That's what she
like,
was.
well.
That's
That's
what
not,
she was.
I didn't know
She was
what
a
she
fiance.
was. Oh well, I didn't know.
I
No, you
thought
know
you
what?
did a
Nah, they
video.
don't. I'm gonna
I'm gonna say,
hold on,
fuck a fiance. Don't be baby
hold on,
mama.
hold on,
But
hold on.
I didn't
This-
know.
This is what I'm
Oh,
gonna
she
say.
ain't know that.
Hold on, this is what I'm gonna say. This
I
is
thought
what
she
I'm
did a video.
saying. Hold on. My
It wasn't
cousin-
about the dynamics of the relationship.
I know, but my cousin boyfriend got killed at a dice game, right? They was dating like 4-5 years. They put her in the obituary and his fiance too. So I don't know, like
I mean, if and sometimes people get engaged and you don't even know. First of all, the entire internet has mislabeled their relationship. I've heard plenty of people call her his girlfriend. I've heard plenty of reports call her his fiance, and I've heard plenty of reports call her his baby mama. But the point I was making is I was trying not to demean her in my video. I was just saying that I think women in general need to understand if you have children, there's certain risks that you should not be taking that could possibly take you away from your children in the name of vanity. Because let's be honest,
Facts.
it's just about vanity.
Facts.
You're not going to look the same way you did at 20 years old at whatever age you are now after 3 kids. It's just reality. Like why we can't live in reality sometimes. You can go to the gym and you can still look very good. I know women in their 30s, 40s, 50s who look incredible after children. But if you're not gonna do the work, then no, that belly pouch, that stretching skin, and no, it's not gonna go anywhere.
We still gonna rub on the baby. Goddamn, we still gonna rub these
I
things.
mean, like, I'm pro-surgery. Go get what you want to get done. Please.
hold on, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say
We
this.
still gonna rub that fudge round.
Plastic surgery is a
That
rich
oat-
bitch
that
sport
oatmeal cream
anyway.
pie stomach.
Like, if you want to get something nipped and tucked, mama, please go do it. Don't have nobody.
Cedric
ever tell you
already
shit.
said go get plastic surgery.
I'm
You
gonna say
need
this.
it.
Look, that baby do some serious. Look, man.
I'ma rub that oatmeal cream
Hold
pie.
on.
Talk, come on, get in the mic. Come on, get in the mic. Come on.
Hold on.
Say it, got something we want to get off his chest.
Hold on. When you see that motherfucking baby come out that little bitty hole and
Man.
scratch and tear, and they gotta get stitches and they bleed. And trust me, some things it ain't gonna go back. I don't care, and I understand why women want to do it, because at the same time, like I agree, Chris, you might be self-conscious if you have bad surgery, but like I said, it's 1 in 3,000. The only thing you better pray for, you not 3,000. That's the only thing. But you got to think about it. You still want to be sexy for your man. You want to be sexy for yourself. You still got to be naked around this person. You still got to put your jeans on a certain type of way and want them to fit a certain type of way.
Yes.
Like that baby, bruh, it's that baby. Sometimes it ain't no coming back. Now, hold on, but I will say this: most women, and speaking on our community, don't actually prioritize their bodies while pregnant either. So that's another thing, another component. Or pre-pregnancy. I will say this. So like women don't work out, because I used to go to the gym all the time and see this one lady on her 4th child, body tight as ever, on the treadmill running, 7 months pregnant. Says she worked out all her kids. 2 months later after having a baby, she was back in the gym. Body looked tight. I don't know what it looked like, of course, with her clothes on, but her body looked fairly tight in comparison to other women. So I am a person that I don't personally like cosmetic surgery, but I understand it. I understand why, there's niggas out there getting their legs extended.
Yeah.
Even though that's crazy.
I feel like definitely, going overboard with the BBL thing, going overboard with like getting ribs taken out, that's very dangerous, not only to just getting surgery, but your organs after the fact. But I do feel like if you're going through a change, not being 18 years old, fresh out of high school, going to get a BBL, that's crazy. But if you are a mother, you like, hey, I'm 35, I done just had my last child, I got some extra skin, I want to get a tummy tuck. Girl, don't let nobody tell you not to do it. Go get it done so you and your man can be happy.
I don't condone it.
Wait, this is what I'm talking about. But if he cool with it, you cool with it, had a fupa, okay? People love the fupa. I don't want a fupa.
What if DC Young Fly
I never had no
her,
fupa, and I ain't finna have no fupa now.
I
So that's how I feel.
real quick, I just want to ask you this specifically, because obviously we're two women who are looking at this from a different perspective. So if DC Young Fly, if she told him that she was planning on having this surgery and he asked her not to, what then do you feel like your thoughts on the situation changes then, or does it become, well, it's my body, you don't
So I'm gonna definitely always consider my fiance's perspective, right? So if I'm in a relationship whether it's my fiance or my husband, because my boyfriend really I don't feel like has any type of say so about my body, but if it's my fiance or my husband, I feel like that is more respect, and I'm gonna consider it. And if he is like, I really want you to exhaust other options, I don't want you to do this, I'm going to be definitely open to exhausting those options. If we have exhausted those options and I still am not satisfied, I think that then I may decide to reconsider surgery or whatever it is that I want to do. But I'm going to go through all of those things.
Can I ask you a question that's similar to that?
Sure.
Let's say I'm making good money, right? I'm doing, let's say, 150. I want to get to 500,000. I've been watching this bank route with this Brinks truck. I might rob this mother. I think I can get away with it.
Goodness.
Should I do it?
I don't support felonious activity.
Okay, so what you just said, if you feel that you exhausted all these options and now this is at some point I gotta say, I'm 36, I probably ain't gonna make the NBA. I ain't gonna waste my time and money going out there playing with these folks. Life is what it is. Why is that not an option?
It can be.
Why is it not the option?
But it can be. I mean, it just depends on your relationship dynamic. If your girl wants to support you being 36, going to 40, 50 years old, still trying to get in the NBA, I think she should do that.
But she'll be a fool.
She can be.
So I'm saying at this point, we know how life works in most cases. So I know I ain't gonna get everything I want out of life. Baby, you may just have to have a little fupa a little bit. I'm still gonna love you because you're the mother of my child. But you will risk that, and we got kids. Because you exhausted all options. It shouldn't even be a thought to gamble with my legacy like this.
So
talking about we exhausted all options. Don't even gamble with my legacy and trying and leave, and it be a possibility of you leaving our children here because you want to look like a bad bitch versus a good mother.
Okay, so
You gotta
with that
pick. You
being
want to look like a
said,
good mama or
you
a
going
bad
to the
bitch.
NBA,
You
you
can't
got to
be
go
both.
through a draft, you got to go through a combine, and all these other
But
strenuous
it's
things, right?
age restricted. It's
Okay,
age. It's age.
whatever it may be. So when she is
it's-
considering getting surgery, I don't know if you know the protocol of getting surgery, because I know you don't. You've never had any, right? Okay, so you have to go get a consultation.
Mhm.
You have to get pre-approved by your surgeon. You also have to go get pre-approved by your primary care physician. You got to go through a process of time of passing these tests and all those other kind of things, right? And so, like, if she is saying, hey, I'm interested in this, and he's like, hey, I'm nervous about what the outcome could be. Well, we have, consulted this person, we've gone through our process, and we have cleared all things, and she decides to go. I mean, I feel like that's fair. You decide to just wake up one day and do a pipe dream going to the NBA. I don't feel like that's really a good comparison.
We ain't gonna beat the horse too bad. I'm just saying, like Jab and I already mentioned it, is rooted in vanity.
Yeah.
How long do you want to be looked at as a bad bitch versus a good mother?
You
can't be both.
Okay.
You got to be one
I always
other.
want to be attracted to my husband, but I also always want to be attracted to myself as well. So they're always
go work out and fix your
But
body.
again,
working out ain't gonna fix it.
Dude, look at Tiana Taylor.
Look, this is what I'm
Everybody
saying.
ain't got that's genetics.
Just genetics.
And see, look,
Right.
people don't realize this. Stretch marks is
Looking
genetics
good
too.
versus gambling with my
Loose
legs.
skin,
Ain't no
genetics
conversation
too.
to be
You
had.
still look sexy with
Right,
a
you got
few
the shape,
stretch
but you look
marks.
sexy.
Looking
Yeah.
good.
Hold on. This is what y'all think y'all missing. Y'all are talking about what y'all would like to see instead of what the woman wants to see.
Well, no.
you.
We're looking at the reason behind the thinking.
Yeah.
Why, if you have my child, if you got 3 of my kids, obviously I'm attracted to you. You got 3 of my kids.
You were attracted to her before the kids.
Come on, help.
Let's be. Hold on. Let's
He
be
had
clear.
3 of
We
them.
did it 3 times.
You did it 3 times, Cedric.
Hold on.
We did it 3 times.
The last time
Hold
he
on,
changed.
Let's talk about this because I'm here.
You had 3 of my children saying, "Come on, bro."
Hold on. No, that is not how this works.
Thank you.
Because
Come on, man.
hold on. Because you can have 1 baby and bounce back.
Thank
You can have 2 babies and bounce back, but 3 and more, no. It ain't
So
nothing.
3 is where I draw the line. Hey, baby, all right, you just third.
Hold
baby.
on,
Come on, man.
But I'm
Come on,
saying,
Sid.
but what I'm saying is, men are visual. We all agree. Men are visual.
Mhm.
Yeah, we've
You are
always said
attracted.
that.
We are attracted by what we see.
Yeah.
Okay, so if the woman that you fell in love with has changed her looks, even if she has given birth to your child, and you think that's commendable, you love her even more. You seen her belly grow with your seed inside of you. Okay, it's gonna be time 2, 3, 4, 5 years. That feeling and nostalgic feeling in the past. Now I'm back up in here saying that because I'm gonna tell you, she give birth vaginally. It ain't gonna be the same.
When we get 55 years old and 60, we ain't gonna be talking about how good we look to each other from a youthful standpoint. Your relationship ain't
But
gonna
we
be
ain't
based on
talking
my,
about 60 right now.
and my
Right.
sexual attention to
We're
you.
not
But
55,
again,
60.
but again,
I'm 28.
if we had 3
Shit.
babies, my dick got hard after the first one and the second one.
Yeah.
You mean to tell me they ain't gonna get hard no matter after the third one?
Bro, hold on.
That's
hold
crazy.
It's getting hard for
That's
porn
crazy.
stars.
Hold on.
It's getting hard for
You have-
anybody.
You have.
You talking
you
about
have-
DC Young Fly?
I'm just saying, like, the penis is getting hard.
I'm saying
That's not fair to
we're
DC
talking about
Young
DC
Fly.
Young
For
Fly and
all
his
we
woman
know,
having 3
for all
children.
we know, he told his woman daily that she looked good. He gave her all the affirmation in the world. And honestly, judging by the type of relationship it seemed like they had, it seemed like he adored the girl.
It was a healthy relationship.
So
Yeah, so
that's an
unfortunately, that was an
assumption
her.
with no
Okay,
evidence
but
to
that
support
still,
it.
That still goes
What
back
I'm
to
saying
what
is-
she sees.
What I'm
in the
saying
mirror.
is,
Yeah.
you gotta
Well,
be.
it's
You
not
want to be
just
a good
about
mother or a
you.
bad
You have
bitch.
kids.
You can't be both.
She's trying to compete.
You can't be both. Say it. You
Like,
know this.
She trying to compete.
I hear you,
Can a
friend.
rapper? Can a rapper be in the streets? Can a rapper be a street nigga?
Keep
No.
on, keep on, keep on.
Wait here.
Keep that.
You succeed.
Hold
You
on.
can't succeed.
Chief Keef.
Hold on.
You can't be both.
Hold on.
Jay-Z.
Hold on.
Can't be both, bro.
You said she can't be what now?
You can't be a bad bitch and a good mother in the same breath. You gotta pick one.
But why is
Gotta
it got to
pick
be
one.
some extremes? Why she got to be far as a bad bitch? Why she
Because-
just
Well,
can't- hold on. Why she just can't be a woman that she's attracted to, her husband is attracted to her, and she's attracted to herself?
But
Why?
because-
Hold on. I'm not trying to be a bad bitch. I'm not
Yes,
trying
she
to
is.
compete with these other women.
Yes, she is.
I just want to be attractive to myself.
That's
I
it.
want to feel comfortable in my skin. And
Cedric, plastic surgery.
That's it. Come
If
on.
you got on the
Come
trial
on, Sid.
and ran that same play, what them juries gonna give you? Guilty.
Hell
Guilty.
nah.
If you ran that same shit on the
no, you know why?
her profile
You know-
looks too close to
Look.
the minute that has died on that same bed.
Hold on.
It's
You know
the
why
same
that-
profile.
You know why that's not true?
What?
Because what I say is gonna be a woman that sympathize when I say, "Hey, I understand what it looks
A
like."
jury is made up of 12, not one.
Yeah, but you.
So she may be the one.
Sometimes you need all of them to convict, don't you?
For murder.
Yes.
But
Okay, so hold on. So I can sway two women on what I just said about you having children. You're not looking the same.
If 5 people get shot in the head, one of them may survive too. I guarantee you won't say shoot me next.
That don't even
Go
compare.
post.
That
Yes.
analogy.
Why doesn't it? Why doesn't it? It's not a goalpost.
It's a probability of survival. Y'all trying to justify this person.
Y'all are taking the exceptions and trying to make it the rule,
It's
and he's
a
taking the rule and telling you the
of me
exception don't mean
surviving.
that.
Okay,
But I'm not gonna sign up for it.
What you said, probability, right?
Yes.
So 1 in 3,000 people will die from getting a BBL.
Yes.
So the probability is you will survive.
So by that point alone, without even me going to talk to a doctor, I don't even need to talk to nobody. I don't want that probability.
3,000 is not as much as you might think.
That's not a lot. 3,000.
Like when you start talking
that's not a
about,
lot.
I mean, you would have to really look at people consider plastic surgery. Those jobs,
BBL.
specifically BBLs, is 1 in 3,000.
It's 1 in 3,000. I don't want to play with them odds. I ain't playing with them
I
odds.
think they're pretty good.
Not after I have children. We got a family at this point. The conversation don't change for me.
I think it's one thing if she was a single woman and she was
that'd be different.
And she was out here trying to.
I'm looking at the children.
She already got the dude.
You got the whole thing
and the
that chicks do
family.
this for anyway. It'll be like me getting into $1 million now I want to rob a bank because I want another $1 million.
That's his
I
story.
already got $1 million. How much do I want and how much do I need?
And why is it worth the?
How much do I need?
I would like to speak.
Go ahead.
I also do want to take in consideration she's a model. You know what I mean? And like she makes money.
In Vogue.
I'm just saying, I don't know what type of model she did for Wildin' Out, and I know they ain't got. I ain't seen no girls up there with a fupa. Have you?
Nah.
Okay. So whether you want to discredit her job or not, that was her talent. That's how she even came across her man, right? I mean, she's probably on set.
Out, yeah.
So I can understand a woman saying, "Look, because I don't want to be no quote unquote bad B. I'm not trying to go out here and get no stupid dumb booty. I'm not trying to get no big old boobs. But if I look like this at 28, and you think I'm finna just go 32, I done had 2 kids or 3 kids or whatever, and you think I'm finna be no,
we're not saying don't stay fine and work out. We're saying risking the life when you have kids is out of the question.
I cannot believe y'all normalize.
Hold on.
We got a family.
Hold on. I want to keep it clear.
We got a family.
I say this. I'm not attracted to women who have surgery like that. But as a person that has been in that room, seeing what happens with pregnancy and understand, we're talking about after kids. I can understand about why you might be insecure and you might be feeling the ways and you want to
not the control show. What we got next on? We doing who else? Because I think
Shaq and Brenda Renner.
Before we get there, okay. How long has the BBL surgery procedure been in existence? Versus how long have people been having children with their spouse? How old is the BBL procedure?
I gotta figure out why. Hold on, I gotta figure out why that's important because there's new technology.
How old is the BBL procedure, and how long have people been having children with their spouse?
You're trying to make it a point to say that it's like an important. If I'm
not,
I feel like maybe I'm misunderstanding what you guys are saying. It sounds like you're saying that how a woman feels about her body post baby, which has been a normal thing for thousands of years, that people have babies and your skin and your body stretches and you just don't look quite the same. That's been a thing forever, and people weren't getting surgeries then.
How do we know they didn't want them?
But I'm just saying that means it's not a necessity.
I'm sure people's like, dang, I wish I could get rid of this.
How many people in the people in the 30s said I want a cell phone?
That wasn't me.
Somebody did because somebody invented it.
Exactly. It wasn't something they wouldn't even
have. First.
I'm just saying.
Ain't nobody in 1940 said I need an iPhone.
Hold on, Chris, that don't make sense because that has to be invented. Whereas a person that has a baby, that happens every day.
But somebody just said you didn't know that they wanted it in the 50s.
Hold on, I can see that I got this belly hanging over and it's not going nowhere with me running.
I need to stop eating bullshit and chili cheese fries and shit.
Bruh,
probably
when you have a kid, when you see that baby and you see how that happens.
I'm gonna tell you how I'm gonna push back on you because I go out a lot. When I go out, going out eating out of town, I see these Hispanic women with 6 behind them. And they're $130.
Bro, their bodies is horrible. But come on,
we're not talking about them being shapely. We're not talking about them being shapely. I'm talking about just the size in general.
Just Mexican women. There's other because Mexican women be shaped a little bit.
White, Latina, Indian. Arabian, Middle Eastern. I go out to the grocery store, I see them with 6 kids behind them. They don't weigh over 130.
Bro, we can take it.
So what you saying is bullshit. I'm sorry. Now they may not have a curvaceous look that she talking about, but they're not being, as far as I'm saying, being out of shape.
You don't know how that body looks without clothes. You're looking at it.
I'm talking about the size in general.
Okay, but you don't know how that looks without clothes.
I can tell by the way the clothes hugging, it ain't gonna be that bad. I can look at her.
Nope, we got shapewear out this world, my guys.
Hold on. Y'all, I know y'all seen that viral video. Hold on.
I know how the
right. I know y'all seen that viral video. That lady butt, all them butts
tripping over the oatmeal pie, bro.
Right. Yes.
Bro.
And she took it off. And it
Bro.
I think some of those examples are
y'all
real
trying to justify.
extreme.
It's been people been having babies with their spouse since forever. The BBL procedure is not 25 years, 30 years old. That's bullshit.
Not in its popularity, definitely.
The BBL procedure ain't 30 years old. Said people having babies since forever, and it ain't been no problem.
Look, I agree with what you're saying about it's not that old. Right.
Thank you.
So my point is, how do all of a sudden I got a problem with some that ain't nobody had a problem with for hundreds of thousands?
But how
years?
do you know?
So you think it was that? So
what?
As a matter of fact, that ain't even how stuff works. People see that there's a need for something and then typically create what people want a need for. So if I see a lot of women complaining, oh, I wish I could get a bigger butt. How could I give women a bigger butt and monetize it? That's how stuff works. A tummy tuck. Women are having babies and they have this belly hanging over. How can I capitalize off of that? So there typically is a need, or people want, or people are asking for something.
Yes.
That's typically how
I get that said, but what I'm saying is, we missing the point is for this.
Listen.
Before we move on, what we doing is we looking at DC Young Fly.
You ain't talking in the mic.
We're talking about DC Young Fly and his woman being a mother first. We're saying the gamble is not worth the motherhood and leaving these kids behind. It's different when you're a single woman and you're doing your thing. We got a family now that gamble ain't worth it.
How is that moving the goalpost?
That's not moving the goalpost. We have a family.
Leaving her kids.
Okay, we gonna
leave her kids. They're both devastated.
Hold on. Because that's two different conversations.
That's been the basis of the whole conversation.
No.
Yes. I said you got to be a bad bitch or a good mother.
And I asked you, why does it have to be those extremes? That's the first
because
thing.
what are women who get BBLs are trying to do?
There are more procedures than BBLs.
Show me a Mother's Day card with a bitch with a BBL on it. Show me a Mother's Day card with a chick with a BBL on it, and I won't say another word. Show me a Mother's Day card and a chick with a BBL on it.
As a matter of fact, hold on.
Show me one.
As a matter of fact, I don't even think I ever seen a Mother's Day call with a woman on it. It always has words on it.
Why you think that is?
Because
they ain't getting no BBL. That's why they ain't on there. They got a BBL. They probably.
Well, show me.
You asked. I'm saying it.
You can't show me no Mother's Day card with a BBL on it.
You said something wild. I'm just gonna say something.
You can't show me. What I'm saying is, why did I pick those two extremes? Because when you choose to have a family, that means when you have kids, that means I want to be a mother. If I have kids, that means I want to be a father. I can't go shoot dice. I can't go to the day parties every weekend. I can't go out to Miami every weekend. I'm a father now. Shit got to change. My decision thinking and
that's always my platform.
I got kids now. I can't gamble with nothing.
It's certain stuff you just ain't got no business doing.
We're talking about the gamble of it. We're not talking about the reason behind it. You can lose your life, whether it's for you looking good for him or the world. It's the gamble that we're looking at, Sid. It's not worth the gamble.
Look, Chris.
We
talked about the gamble at first, but it didn't move to it moved.
That was my whole conversation.
That's the whole point.
I started out with saying being a good mother or a bad bitch.
We finna move on. But and I want y'all to go back.
Y'all wow.
Hold on.
Because y'all talking about
No, it's because we don't have the same opinion. What you do is rephrase the question to be like, oh, let me ask you this way, see if you what you mean. Oh, let me ask you this question. Oh, let me give you this scenario. Oh, she's 16.
Hold on. No, we all agree about the gamble and the children.
Yes.
Nobody's disagreed with.
Yes.
We understand that when you have children, there are certain things that you're not supposed to do. But is that going to stop people from doing it?
But you justified it by saying she want to look good for
it's
her
not
husband.
gonna stop people from feeling like that.
But there's other things that go into play when you're talking about having a marriage, when you're talking about having a husband that wants to be attracted to you, when you're talking about you want to be attracted, when you're talking about how your confidence. You got to understand when it comes to self-esteem and people, y'all are the psychologists, y'all understand when certain things affect your self-esteem, that affect your day-to-day life and how you show up. If you are depressed about how you look about something, then how does that manifest with you taking care of your kids? Like there are other things that go that's deeply manifested when it comes to your appearance. Just think about how when you watch 600-pound lifestyle and all of the stuff those people deal with their bodies, their image. It ain't just, oh, because I got a kid, I should do it. Well, how do I feel about it? I don't even feel like, as a matter of fact, I don't even feel like getting up to feed my child today because look what they did to my stomach. Now I gotta go walk around with this stomach. Now, I know that might sound messed up because that's the sacrifice we take. But if I got a chance to correct that sacrifice and I want the kids, why not?
I'm gonna tell you one thing too. I work in the beauty industry. When I do waxes and stuff, first of all, you know, I do all kind of waxes, arms, legs, anything.
You do Brazilian wax?
Brazilians. When I tell you one of the main things that women mention when they come and get a wax, excuse my stomach. I think it's probably the most self-conscious thing on a woman, if I'm honest.
And you know what I got to say to that?
I don't want to hear it right now because I'm finna finish talking.
Okay.
So I understand what you're saying, and I understand it's a risk and you could die and all these other kind of things too. But when somebody I don't know you. I'm up in here to wax your legs and you talking about your stomach. You used to have your shirt on. It's covered, but you're talking about your stomach. I can understand it being an insecurity, and I can understand people want to fix that. I understand. I feel like, shoot, I got extensions in right now. I'm comfortable with my real hair, but I love to have my hair kind of down, flowing a little bit. Like, there are things that we want to change on our body, and it don't got nothing to do with, oh, I want to be a bad bitch today because I want to have long hair or I want to get my little extra skin cut off. I don't want to be a bad bitch. I'm never going to advocate Ashanti going to be a bad bitch, and I'm pretty sure it's a lot of girls out there that don't want to be a bad bitch. I still want to be a great mother, and I still want to be attractive to my husband, and I want to be looking in the mirror and find myself attractive.
I get it. If a chick come in my shop, whatever, she tell my stomach, bitch, go to the gym.
I'm not gonna
call
my
out.
no bitch.
I'm just this is how I'm talking.
Okay.
I'm saying this to say I'm gonna be raw, uncut, not putting no sugar on shit. You don't like your stomach, go work the fuck out.
Eat better.
I don't like how I look. I work out twice a day. I'm getting the weight off. I picked up some weight. I'm working out.
I
don't look for no excuse.
And they be in the gym daily.
Like if the 2 days, I'm gonna do 3.
Hey, I'm finna get this motherfucking family.
Oh, one job ain't working. I'm gonna get 2 jobs. Oh, I'm gonna get 3 jobs. How we got all these? How we got all these solutions when it comes to money?
It's more than one way.
How we got all these solutions? Oh, get another job. Oh, you need a side hustle. Going to the gym ain't the first and only change the way we live. When she said that, when she said she don't like stomach, you should. What you ate today? You gonna judge me? I'm not saying do it. I'm just saying. I'm saying that to say this.
Not doing that.
We look for too much sympathy versus taking personal accountability on how we look. If you big and fat and you don't like how you look, go to the gym. Stop eating after a certain time. It's all type of shit because I seen people do it. I had a homeboy. He was 400 pounds. This was in 2018. I wish we would have documented. I told you this, dude. I told you about. I watched him lose 130 pounds. Shout out to my boy Sergio. I watched him and helped him lose 130. We was in Planet Fitness every day for 6 months. He wanted to get that weight on. He got it off. Yeah. So ain't no excuses when it comes to BBL and tummy tuck shit. Okay. This man was walking like this.
Your thing is you
can barely get through a door.
Your thing is not making excuses and do something about it. Okay, so the people say I'm not making no excuses. I'm finna do something about it. People say I'm not making no more excuses today. I'm finna do something about it. I'm finna go get this motherfucking tummy tuck. Like just like you talking about going to the gym, do something about it. Hell, it's people that's big and get up. That's big and
if I walk through that gym though, they ain't gonna say you can die within a day after working out. If I walk through the gym though, they're not gonna say you can die right now. Come on, say it. Come on now.
But
we're not talking crazy.
You can drop a weight on your neck and die.
I was finna say, I know he's gonna say something crazy.
I can go outside and get hit by a car.
I know.
I can go outside and get hit by a car. We talking about.
It's like you.
We talking about exit. We talking about.
We agree.
Moving on.
Okay.
Y'all got me on.
Moving on. We agree. Okay.
Next one. We talking about Shaq being spotted with Brittany Renner.
Oh, yeah, somebody who works out a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, her body is
Afro
nice
baby.
because she's an athlete and she keeps her body
Great
nice and
segue.
shiny.
She had a problem and she did something about it, right? Said.
Yeah, she had a problem.
There we go.
She
And
did
she
something
here to
about
tell
it.
about
There
it.
we go. There we go. All right. Okay.
She
She
here
was
to
with
tell
Shaq.
us about it, huh?
Tell
Y'all
us
ain't got
about
y'all
it.
headphones on.
It's
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, well,
It's okay. It's cool.
I'll just write a video I wanted to play.
Next, I see me spread eagle on the timeline, playing with my pussy. In my experience, the worst people to deal with are the athletes. None of them use condoms, really. So if y'all really want to try to come up off a check off a man, you could just fuck an athlete. They're really dumb. I don't like talking about my history with men I'm dating, I guess until now, because most of the guys that I've dealt with are gonna have more money than you. And you're gonna feel a way about it. I know the male ego is fragile, like the ball sack that hangs in between your legs. The conclusion, like I don't even look at people as like trashy or not. It all comes down to mentality for me.
The comments say
They go
got
Mama
him.
George.
I'm pretty sure that was for me because he said it when I told y'all about that.
got him. Yeah, because.
That was for me though.
Yeah.
Who fought them folks 600? Said they all. I can't run with that.
Who fought them folks 600 said that's their own fault. I can't run with that. Bro, people always do stuff and then they have to go back and correct it. Like I wish we would all start acting like our lives aren't spotless. Your issue might be eating. This person issue might be sex. This person issue might be they don't read enough. This person is out. People have issues.
We're talking about the options. We're not talking about a solution. It's like I need 100,000. The option ain't to go rob a bank. It's to work hard and make it. Honestly, it ain't to go and get a quick fix by robbing this bank where I can either get shot or go on to jail. The same way that this person gonna get a big.
Robbing a bank is illegal. Getting surgery is not legal.
We're talking about the negative ramifications of doing said surgery.
Hold on. The only negative ramifications of doing surgery is to yourself. No, I know you're talking about with the kids aspect, but only the negative ramifications is really to yourself.
It's to your children. Said, come on.
I understand that children aspect, but typically a lot of these people that we see having BBS, they don't even have kids.
What's a mommy makeover? They got a mommy. They got a surgery.
Mommy makeover is for a mommy.
I was for a mommy, but a lot.
That mean they got kids.
So you mean to tell me you don't see these young girls around here, the porn stars?
They have a specific procedure called a mommy makeover. I dealt with a chick who had one.
Okay,
so for them to make them, if I had a meal made after me after McDonald's, that mean I'm a big deal, right? They said it's a mommy makeover. Said it's specifically for mothers.
Okay, but we were talking about BBLs. Did we not say BBLs? We were talking about the 1 in 3,000.
Yes.
I think they said she got a mommy makeover in one of them heads.
Yes. Oh no, she definitely got a mommy makeover. But I think when we were having the conversation, we kind of put both of them in.
If I go to the BBL menu, it's gonna have mommy makeover on that menu I can select. That means it's pretty popular. See, it's a popular item. It's a popular item, bro. I'm saying the option and the solution, it has to make sense. It cannot affect my children. After we decide to procreate, and we ain't gonna beat on this too much, Miss Jordan. I know we've been carrying on, but what I'm saying is
these popular podcasts go on for hours and hours.
That's my mama. Wait a minute.
Oh, I'm just saying in general.
It's okay. We gonna go and do what we gotta do. Thank you, mama, for commenting. We appreciate your support.
What I'm saying is,
for sure. Need comments for algorithm.
I'm saying when it comes to children, that's my whole focal point. Is the children. When you make certain decisions that impact children, you have to be more cognizant because I gotta weigh up the options. Being here for my kids or looking good, that shouldn't even be on the same scale. Shouldn't even be on the same scale.
Facts.
That's all I'm saying. Look good.
And then what type of lessons are you teaching your daughters as well, if you have any?
My mama died from a BBL daddy.
Vain as heck.
She died from a BBL daddy. She couldn't do no squats daddy.
And as they age and mature, they're gonna get familiar. See, parents make the grave mistake of thinking if they the bullshit parent, they think their children gonna grow up and not realize that they the one that was causing the problems in the family.
But we have all agreed about the children aspect of BBLs.
No, we ain't. You try to justify by
let's move on.
Pull up Shaq.
We on Shaq now.
Yeah, like
pull up Shaq.
We all agree.
That's a spicy one right there.
As a matter of fact, y'all go back and watch it because we all have said on this podcast We all agree about the aspect of the death from the BBLs, and nobody's talking about that. But the psychological aspect, what we was talking about, looking good, having sex.
Now, see, you thought you about to go on Shaq now.
No. This is what I'm recapping it.
I got you.
Going on further down the line of you having to live with this body more than the next 30 to 50 years. Like, I understand this. That's what we're talking about, the psychological aspect now.
I get that.
We all agree that no, the risk to you looking good and your child, no, your child should always come first. Anybody argue with that? Okay. Okay. Moving on.
Okay,
Shaq. Moving on. So I'm gonna play the Brittany Renner part again. So Shaq was spotted with Brittany Renner at eating out. Do y'all think Shaq is a trick?
Yeah. Yeah.
Y'all think Shaq a trick?
Mixed emotions on Shaq. Yeah, I mean, it's
you go first, Britt.
So just knowing of Shaq's history, you can say I'm not gonna say that he is officially a trick per se. He's done trickish things. You feel what I'm saying? Like, he's dealt with numerous women in the past, you know, especially during his marriage to Shaquille O'Neal. I think her last name is Henderson now, whatever her name is. But I don't necessarily think that Shaq is like all out, like just, you know what I'm saying, going crazy off, you know what I'm saying, off the chicks or whatever. I just think that, you know, in this situation, they claim that this is just a platonic dinner. I don't know exactly what they could have been discussing, business ventures, whatever. You know, Shaq got 100 million things got going on, but yeah, I think he's trick-ish. I don't think that he's necessarily a trick.
Hold on, so you saying he has trick characteristics?
Yeah, trick
tendencies.
Yeah, trick tendencies.
I feel like he is in his trick era. Shaq is tricking on the hottest. I feel like he's been
Shaq-
tricking since he been with hoops or
Yeah,
whatever.
he been tricking.
Yeah.
Tricking heavy. Why? So this goes back to.
Oh, you doing a round table on who we think you? Are we doing that way?
Go ahead.
Who are tricking? I thought you were gonna go this way.
Go Jazz.
I don't really have an opinion all the way, one way or the other. If he's not spending a whole bunch of money, then by definition, I guess he can't be a trick. He probably is gearing up to be, but just him being at dinner with her doesn't make him a trick.
Oh, do you think it's cool to be spotted out with a Brittany Renner, knowing her history?
No,
I
don't.
I'm gonna give some pushback on that. Go. You said yeah, right?
I feel like
okay. So I'm gonna say no, and I used to get caught up. Like, I kind of try to, like, I'm real picky when it comes to women. So it's, as far as if I'm a date you or not. But if me and a chick got a vibe, yeah, I think we had the conversation off record before. I was like, if I like you, I like you. What I'm gonna do with you is a whole nother story. If we just going to dinner, we can go to dinner. We can go eat and kick.
Yeah,
have
that's
a good
why
time.
I said I don't think that's tricking.
But
just going to dinner.
What happens next is what is going to determine if I'm a chick. What can I do with you? What can we do for each other, with each other? It got to make sense, because a relationship, once these relationships form, my opinion, the number one reason for relationship failure is no plan. You're just in a relationship. Just like you going to work. If you was to work a job tomorrow and you ain't got no plans to be in upper management in this area, in this specialty, learning this skill or whatever, you're going to work that motherfucker till you hate it, and you're going to leave, and you're going to be a disgruntled employee. The same way you see men and women going back and forth about the dating pool having piss in it. If you a shitty employee, you're gonna do shitty work. Right. If you in a relationship and you ain't got no plan, you're not it's not escalating and evolving into much more other than fucking and going to dinner, it's gonna be bound to fail. So with this dinner, Shaq he's an older gentleman. He's about to fade off into that area where men are only used for their money anyway. Ain't no women just line up for a 65-year-old, a 60 or 55-year-old man and say, it's only maybe 1 out of a million. You got the Idris Elbas, and they got to have our income because they have to keep themselves up to it. They got to have the best. You got the LeBron James. These guys gonna age gracefully. A person working a bullshit 9 to 5 that ain't self-aware, ain't eating right, he gonna get a pot belly, and he gonna have to pay his wife to have sex with him. Shaq is basically saying, hey, I'm gonna put it on front like, hey, it's advantageous to deal with me. What women ain't gonna take on? And he got the money to pay. So hold on. So he ain't a trick.
I also want to say, I believe on Basketball Wives, his ex-wife Shawnee had kind of alluded to that he was tricking during the marriage too. So I definitely think he was a trick.
That's probably why they got divorced. Because
he was unfaithful. But like I want to say she alluded to either that or an interview that she found receipts and just like he was spending cash. And so I do feel like he has a history of
That
tricking.
that probably will
They
make you
probably
want to
hush
get
money for real,
divorced.
for real.
I mean, yeah, but
It's still tricking.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, once an athlete, I say just specifically athletes, once athletes get to a certain area in their career, they retire on out, whatever, they have to trick.
Yeah.
A chick ain't. It's like dealing with it. Money gonna be money gonna be involved.
These girls messing around
Money,
with dudes for free.
money. Yeah, it's
Right.
true. But when it comes to a Shaq, high profile guys,
He just can't mess with
he
anybody.
got a brand.
Yeah.
So you see what I'm saying? He can't mess with anybody.
So now y'all can't just mess with anybody?
Hell no.
No.
Not as a millionaire.
No. Like, bro, like, even
You got
think about-
something to lose, bro.
Like, say, think about it like this, bro. When you look at like, especially entertainers and like actors, and shit,
Am I on the same podcast?
Listen, no, for real, like for real shit. You always see like with the rappers and entertainers, they always seem like they recycle the same 5 or 6 chicks,
Facts.
right? Because they're in the same industry, they understand how they move, bro. Like when you a dude that's Shaq worth like $400 million, bro.
Man, don't look at me.
Shaq ain't messing
Hold
on.
on,
I want to see his point. What's your pushback? What's your
Because
rebuttal?
when we was talking about Zion and y'all was like, hey, he young and he can have sex and he's this multi-million-dollar nigga and he just can do what he want to do. It's like,
When you say you can do what you want to do, we ain't say none of that.
Whoa.
Where you get that from? I ain't see that show.
Ella, let's play back to
I said he was a 22-year-old boy.
Stop looking at
Okay,
I'm not
so-
comparing him to Shaq. I'm
Okay.
not. Shaq is a grown ass man.
Shaq's in
Them,
his
they,
50s.
they,
Hold
Shaq in his 50s.
on.
Them two
So-
different conversations.
Okay, so we all seen Shaq and how Shaq act. So,
Shaq wasn't doing this shit at 22 that Zion doing at 22.
he didn't get caught. You gotta understand. What
I
Shaq
just
at
said
20,
that. They didn't
Shaq
get
at
caught.
22 is in the 90s. What do you
If
mean?
he didn't get
yourself?
caught, how do I know he did it?
Then how can you say that he didn't?
Because he didn't get caught. That mean I don't have proof.
Hold on, you just argued Ashanti. Hold on, you just
I gotta have proof.
Hold on, you just told Ashanti when she said, "I have never been cheated on," and the first thing you said, "Well, that's that you know."
I'm talking shit, bro. It's a podcast. I gotta make it. I mean, let's keep it real.
Let's keep it
Got him. Yeah.
let's keep it real. You don't always spend 24/7 around your mate, so you don't know what they do.
I was just talking. That give me talking shit because it's a podcast. What I'm saying is, I can't compare 22-year-old Zion to 54-year-old Shaq. That's
Hold on.
crazy.
So you're not talking shit right now.
I'm talking real right now.
Oh, you're
Okay,
talking
okay.
real. So
You
Yeah,
had to
but
know.
we'll never
Let
talk shit.
Let us know.
You should be able to know when I'm
It's hard
being
to
for
pick
real.
up.
No,
It was difficult to pick up because you
Yeah.
were very strong
You
on
was,
the
yeah,
stance.
you
But,
were very serious.
But I'm saying, how can I say that from an honest perspective to know that you got cheated on for sure? How could I really know?
I mean,
that?
you were very confident, like with
That's-
your rebuttal.
That's a give a sarcasm. You ever seen the movie?
Right, you gave
I
her
have
the
seen many movies.
Why
You gave-
them actors on that movie make you think
Hey,
it's a real thing?
You gave her the
Just any
death
movie.
stare.
Oh.
Monsters Ball.
Are you acting right now?
No.
Oh,
For real.
You're
I'm
for-
saying
okay.
movies, they say Monsters Ball sold you that sex scene with Halle Berry because they're good at what they do. So
But we were all on the same page that we were acting, or they're acting.
No.
never seen
I
the
was just
movie.
saying I was talking shit when about the cheat.
Okay,
shit.
well, I didn't pick
But
up
he
on
said
it.
he couldn't tell.
We couldn't
which
pick
is
up
a
on it.
gift because it's a gift.
Okay.
Just like if an actor, then is he being real or is he being?
So
is he
you
skit?
acting now.
Yeah.
No, with that comment, because I wouldn't be able to know for
So
sure.
you acting with a comment.
How can I prove that she got cheated on by a nigga I never met? Sid?
And that was my whole point.
Yeah.
That my whole point is sarcasm. What we talking about? What the hell going on?
You said it's sarcasm.
It's sarcasm. How can I be? How can I really play with sarcasm? See?
Hold on, I'm gonna say this. That was horrible sarcasm.
Again,
that was
how can I? How can my
the-
sarcasm be taken? Oh, he.
What you gotta say?
To the
You
point,
know what I'm
I'm gonna be
saying?
honest. I
Yeah,
did
but-
think that you were serious when you said it.
I did.
That
too.
was my point.
So we were supposed to think you were serious and
Yes.
you was playing at the same time.
No. When he brought it back up, I'm saying I'm talking shit because it's the podcast.
In reverse. Okay.
Yeah, to get the again this because people watching they want some entertainment too. So I'm just throwing little shit.
Tap me on
I
the
lost my
What I'm
train of
saying
thought.
is no
I
way that I
lost
can
it.
know for a fact that her dude cheat on her. I'll be a fool to think such. So if you don't take that as sarcasm, that's on you. If you think I know that, and I'm gonna say it with full confidence that I know for a fact every dude she talked to cheated on her,
You gave her the death stare when you said it though. Like
because it was sarcasm.
Tap me on the leg next time.
You know what I'm saying?
To your point though, said when you said like he said something about how 20-something-year-old Shaq whatever you were saying about I'm talking about if we were talking about if it was Shaquille O'Neal and you were saying, well, it was the 90s, like there would be no way of us knowing. I think the difference though is we do have proof that Zion's tricking at 22. We can assume that Shaquille O'Neal might have been doing that, but we don't know that for sure. I think that's all he was saying. Like you can't, when you're talking about proof, you have the burden of proof. Like me saying, just because you don't see a gun doesn't mean I don't have one. But if I show you it, then that does mean it's there.
Hold on. But when I asked him, I said, the Shaq that we see now, does Shaq still basically seem childish? Even when we see the bloopers on him, when he's laughing at Charles Barkley, how he's always playing and dance, does Shaq not still seem like
he definitely seems like he kind of seems immature to me a little bit. I'd
thank
say.
you. So for
his age,
so when we're talking about a Zion and a Shaquille O'Neal, even though the ages are vastly different, are they mentally the same?
But does that correlate to like how they move in relationships with women though? Like, I mean, I think that's just a part of like Shaq's persona and personality as being like this big, playful individual. I don't know if that's something that necessarily is reflected in his relationships with women, though.
He's a brand. He got to do this for entertainment. He's on television, so that joking and shit, that's for TV, bro. We don't know Shaq for real. That's on TV.
So he's acting too.
No, I'm saying it's TV. I got to take whatever I see on TV with a grain of salt. I can't take everything I see on TV as true. And you can't either.
Okay,
we know this.
Hold on. So this is what I gotta ask now. When we come to the mind states of 22, when we're talking about a Zion Williamson, because we don't know him either. When y'all refer to his 22-year-old mind state, are y'all talking about his 22-year-old mind state as yourself in his shoes? Or are you talking about his 22-year-old mind state as proof that you can see that he's a little immature?
We're looking at his actions. His actions and his age coincide with one another.
Yeah, because I don't even know much about his personality. Like, remember, no, it was Bradley that said it, but he was saying like one of the first times he ever heard Zion Williamson like do an interview or talk, he was like, "Dang, I didn't expect him to talk like that." I don't even remember seeing stuff like that. The only thing I'm going by with Zion Williamson is the action.
That was in reference to him sounding white.
Yeah, I'm just saying to your point though. You're like aren't you saying that we can go by like the image he's putting in front of us to say, you know, that we can gauge some things about him, that this might be his character, but I don't know anything other than just what I've been seeing lately about these actions, not how he's, you know what I'm saying, not about how he's like talking or his like demeanor, but things he's actually doing. You might seem like a goofball or a cornball or whatever, but who knows what you're really doing, what your actual actions are.
Well, yeah, we talk about proof. Well, let's talk about Superhead wrote about him.
About Shaquille?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. What is she saying?
Let's talk about his ex-wife talking about him. Let's talk about how, you know, the women say how Shaq spends $20,000. Let's talk about how Kobe Bryant even came out, and that's one part of their beef. Says Shaq liked to pay for pussy all the time.
Wow.
Kobe was trying to hold on. You just can't bring up the dead and not bring no context up in here now. Hold up now. He was trying to get some heat up off of him due to that, you know, that Colorado situation.
And he told the truth.
Hold on.
He threw him under the bus, bro.
But he told the truth.
Hold on. Is that
no, bro? That ain't no.
Hold on. So you're telling me you're not going to take what Kobe said, even though he was trying to take the heat off him, to not be true, and he said it, and we wasn't there. So you're going to just negate what he said now? I'm
not negating what he's saying, but what I'm saying too is he would not have brought that up had he not had that situation going on, bro. That's kind of like
but that's not what I asked you. Is the statement factual or not? If he said it, it don't matter what was going on. Do you think the statement was factual or not?
It could be possibly true.
So what was wrong with what I said? Even though you brought up that he had to get some heat off him, why could that statement not still be?
Are you using this as basically saying he's a trick? Is that what
he's a trick, and the stuff that people say about him, his actions coincide of a Zion Williams, even though their ages are vastly different.
I can say
and we have people that y'all talk about the proof. I laid it out for y'all, and we can go look it up.
I can say that. I could agree.
I do definitely feel like there's more smoke for Zion in this situation. But I guess the reason why I look at it maybe somehow differently is just because maybe Shaq's not besides the fact that people did interviews. I also don't think he's doing a lot of stuff that's like more like publicized. Like I don't think his instances of to your point, we can probably assume most NBA players do something like this, that they, in one way or another, they spend a lot of money on women that they think are bad or whatever. We can probably assume that. But with Zion Williamson, we do have proof. There is a pregnancy, a possible second pregnancy. I thought you said he had another child. Another girl came out. So to me, that's I guess the difference is that Shaq is maybe playing a little smoother, being a little more player with it. I don't know.
But my thing is, how can you say that he's doing that, even though you have the proof? I just gave y'all what people said. And also, if Shaq was moving with the amount of women that have said the stuff that he said, even with the Kobe Bryant allegation, y'all don't mean to tell me if Shaq in 2023 was doing this, it wouldn't be news headlines?
Do Shaq got kids out of wedlock?
His oldest daughter, I think.
His oldest daughter won by Shani. But the rest of his kids from Shani.
Yeah.
That's the difference. Zion potentially got 2 women pregnant. One of them is a porn star. These other chicks fighting on the internet. Shaq wasn't dealing with it.
Wasn't married.
You don't even know what his first baby mom was like.
Can you pull up on the internet fighting in the streets and shit right now?
I will say.
Can you pull up fighting in the streets right now?
Hold on. This is what we got. I always got to keep in context. The people that we talking about when you talking about Shaq in the 90s don't have we do not have the phone and the recordings.
But
like
so they don't have biographies and stories or interviews, people telling the team.
Motherfuckers like Vlad, motherfuckers telling.
How we know about Will Chamberlain? How we know about Will Chamberlain, the alleged 20,000 women he slept with? How we know about that? So social media wasn't even thought of in the 30s, in the 40s.
Motherfuckers believe in the Loch Ness monster. They ain't proved that either.
But a lot of people.
So there's.
But you just brought up a point there. We supposed to believe what Kobe said.
Kobe was right there with him. That's worse. That's like me.
So how we know these people weren't right there with Will Chamberlain?
We don't know that because they just saying it's a myth. I heard Too Short try to compare himself to the same.
So, but how
Too
can
Short
we?
Wasn't even there.
I feel like
can we
Shawnee
say the same
confirmed
thing?
what Kobe said.
So ain't nobody vouching this saying Will Chamberlain had all these women. Ain't nobody. There's no credible source that can.
I'm gonna let you answer that. Name me somebody that you know play with that said it. I don't know anybody. You name me one person. You name me one person.
Actually, he came back. This is Wilt himself. Actually, Wilt admitted that he actually exaggerated that number.
Yeah.
He didn't actually have.
I ain't giving him 20,000. Let's say 5,000.
So, but my thing is, it was a myth and a rumor. Your whole point was, how do we have the thing about?
Didn't Magic Johnson say he slept with over 1,000 women? Was that somebody I thought? Maybe I'm conflating what you guys are talking about. I know
what I'm saying is the burden when we're looking at these things called proof in the eras that they happen in. For that, there's always a timekeeper in these eras. That's how we have history. So just because social media went out in the 90s doesn't mean there's no evidence or voices that can confirm the stories that we hear. When it came to Tupac, when it came to P. Diddy, social media went out then.
We had this conversation a lot.
Yeah.
You believe all history?
No.
What are we even talking about?
I do want to say this.
What they got to do with the price of tea in China? Because I gotta believe something. So we can't believe nothing.
Hold on, but then when I brought up Kobe, you try to discredit.
I
Kobe.
said, how can you use that as fact, but not this?
Kobe is not a historian.
Yeah,
but I do feel like Shawnee did confirm what Kobe said when she was talking about.
I'm not taking away that Shaq
on the show. He actually came on the show, was like, basically,
I'm not
he
saying,
didn't say flat out that he cheated, but that he did.
I'm not saying
her
he
wrong.
was a trick. I'm saying the eras in which it happened. Of course, today it's going to be more opportunity to be exposed because of social media. All I'm saying is Shaq wasn't moving as recklessly as Zion, because if it was, we'll have another book of a superhead alike or somebody in that area to have some type of interviews or something to show this is the child. This is the era that we taught. It'll be something that I can touch and see to substantiate that. With Zion, I can see it.
But the thing is, the only reason we know about a superhead because she had a name for herself already.
She wrote about it.
So, and she was already popping before she wrote the book. That's why she gave us the book.
But she was popping as the whole, not as the author.
Correct. I'm not arguing that. Okay. It's not even an argument.
Okay.
She had some notoriety before she gave us the book.
Okay.
Do you agree?
I agree.
So when you're talking about a Shaq, you're talking about other women writing a book. Why would they write a book about a Shaq when they have no notoriety?
You get notoriety.
I'm about to say shit. Motherfuckers chasing clout.
You think she just woke up and was Superhead one day?
Hold on.
Did she just wake up and was Superhead? How she got her notoriety?
Hold on.
Okay.
How much notoriety did the girl get that said Usher gave her herpes? Where is she now?
Because it's a false allegation. Did they prove it?
She at the crib.
Or she's at the crib.
She at the crib.
Correct.
If it was true and she did a special, do you think it would have been a different turnout? Yes or no?
I thought it was true.
I could have sworn they said it was
because did they do it? Did they go to lock? Did he sue her?
I
don't know.
But I thought there was supposed to be a rumor that somebody else came out and said Usher.
Yeah, it was like two women that came after that.
I'm just saying.
They said the same thing about Trey Songz. Trey Songz got like 9 rape allegations on him. 9.
Hold on, but we don't know none of the women. So hold on.
What does that matter?
Hold on. As a matter of fact,
Keke Palmer.
You had like 70 women come out against Bill Cosby.
Exactly.
And how many of them recanted their story?
But hold on, how many of them are famous? How many of them get clout? So you can't just be like, oh, because you say you slept with somebody, you're gonna get clout. That's not true.
No. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying the fact that she
she
wrote a book knowing what it was gonna do.
She had notoriety before she wrote.
That's why she said I was gonna write the book because I'm somebody.
But that's what I'm saying. You hold on. This is what you said verbatim. If Shaq was acting like a Zion Williams, there would be other women superhead-esque like to write other books.
No, to give they made to recount accounts of reckless behavior.
Okay,
like Zion.
And you said there would be other women to give accounts like that, right?
Yeah.
We can say, like, even with Bill Cosby, with all of those women, that everybody does not get the notoriety that comes with saying that you slept with a Bill Cosby or a Shaquille O'Neal to even write a book. That's why a superhead puts a book out, because she is known. She's talking about she's sleeping with Genuine, Usher, P. Diddy. You see her everywhere sleeping with all of these people. That is her notoriety. That is her point for a book. No other reason. I got these hotels that I'm going to put out there because I've worked this up. I have a name and people know who I am. So yeah, they're going to buy my book.
So your point
there was the necessity.
So you saying there ain't no difference between seconds? Am I getting that? There's no difference between Zion Williamson and Shaq. Is that the argument? At the same age, there's no difference in mindset. I
would say they have the same mindset. Yes.
I wouldn't say I say similar, because I feel, and not just to give them a pass. I look at athletes, and I ain't gonna say just athletes, but this go to another set, just people with money. I don't think people really know what it's like to really go out with people that got money. When I say money, I'm talking $80,000 in a book bag money on a vacation. That shit is different than going with $1,500. You talking a Shaq. When you get to a level of NFL, NBA, it has to come with a level of tricking in some states, because I know she can't afford to get where I'm at. And most of them too busy to even get with people in the same socioeconomic, because let's look at Ben Affleck and J-Lo. They break up the makeup. Both high level. Both in the same little stratosphere, just like the other Hollywood actors. It'll be hard for Shaq to date and really be putting out his highest potential as an athlete and getting a woman who's doing the same thing. That's why you got LeBron James and Savannah. Savannah ain't doing nowhere near anything outside of the marriage what LeBron James doing for the world, which is giving them entertainment, influence, etc. He don't have the Beyonce and Jay-Z. Right. You see what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is that Shaq, or when it comes to the tricking conversation with these athletes, they almost gotta pay, because I'm always on the road. I know you can't get here, but I want you here. Here the plane ticket, and here $5,000. Because you're gonna be in a hotel, because I got practice, I got film, and I got a game night, and we got post-game dinner. But I need that pussy. So I'm gonna pay, I'm gonna do whatever to get you here. So and to get here is expensive. So here $5,000, and here's a room key at the Waldorf.
So you mean to tell me they can't get women just off their name alone?
They can, but who wants the regular women when it's the bad ones that's gonna do whatever I say?
Kayla was doing it for that. What's her name? Kayla, that was dating the guy that played for the Chiefs, the white guy that everybody thought was attractive. She was paying her way, apparently.
She did come
Travis
out.
Kelce.
Yeah. But also Brittany Renner said she paid her way to go mess with
Colin
Kaepernick.
Yeah.
So we see bad chicks saying they paying their ways.
But all bad chicks ain't treated the same, because you got to look at the type of dudes these chicks
hold on, bro. Hold on.
All bad chicks ain't the same.
Now we got to go here. So is Brittany Renner not a top tier bad chick in the?
You said top tier?
Yeah.
No. You know who a top tier chick is? Top tier baddie? You want to know what top tier baddie is?
Go ahead.
We listening.
Savannah James.
Yeah, I agree. But I think he's meaning like the IG baddie. Or is that what you mean?
Yeah, but my standards don't go with IG model and all that shit.
You asked him? You asked him?
Savannah James. If I were to see Savannah James looking like a feminine woman that I know that's a mother, that's going to look way sexier than a chick in some boy shorts.
I'm going to say this, and y'all tell me if this is true. The way Savannah James is a pretty lady.
She's a beautiful woman.
Pretty.
Beautiful.
But if Savannah James was not with a LeBron James in a room full of your Brittany Renners, your high IG model women, you mean to tell me with nobody knowing who she is, nobody know what type of character she has, just in the room with those other women, you mean to tell me those men are going to pick Savannah James?
Hold up, says
some of them, yeah.
Yes,
because you can't tell me who Kawhi Leonard girl is.
And I say this because we look at Brittany Renner when she's like fully done up. Have you seen her in the car?
Exactly.
Bro, she be looking toe up, bro.
She not top tier.
Hold on. Bro. But how many times have you seen Savannah James not done that? Every time you see her, they put on the show for her.
Oh, I definitely seen it. Like, bro, you can go.
LeBron put her on this what's called all the time with no makeup. And she still look good. I'm saying, my thing is behavior makes a chick look good to me, not how out of how she behaves.
Remember how
would you know how she behaves?
He said her femininity. You said so first of all, I think you would have to specify when you say in a room full of men. Well, what men? Because I'm gonna be honest, and it may not be a fair criticism to make. Like, I think you were kind of mentioning this. Like, when it comes to certain caliber of men, like when I think athletes, entertainers, I just don't think of most of them just being that smart. The things they do just seem like not smart things. They may have some smarts, like they may be business smart or something, but some of the personal decisions they make in their life seem a little strange to me. So yes, I think if you took 10 of the top NBA players and put them in a room or something, especially the younger ones, and there was a room full of the proverbial IG baddies and Savannah James was in there, no, I don't think they would gravitate towards her because these men are always picking bimbo-esque women, and she doesn't get that vibe. But I think that grown, actual high-value men, I think that they would notice her femininity, notice just something about her aura, and I think that would be attractive to them.
Pull up Tim Duncan.
She has a good body as well. She's a very nice looking lady.
Pull up Tim Duncan, his wife.
I didn't say she wasn't.
You ever seen Tim Duncan, his wife?
No.
Why?
I don't know. I didn't.
Pull up and see what she look like. And Tim Duncan is a Hall of Famer. He ain't dealing with no Brittany Reynolds.
But my thing is
Kawhi Leonard.
Hold on. I always remember, when did he get with her?
When he got in the league.
Was he fresh out the league? Fresh in the league?
He was in the league a couple years because he from the Bird. He from the Bird now. So he went to Wake Forest.
So all of that plays a part because he was a young.
But I'm saying what he's attracted to is the same. When he go in the room, he see the same women that these other athletes see.
This is why we complain.
All-Star game.
This is what we complain too. And we as men, I'm gonna see if y'all finna agree.
Okay.
What you find attraction is different between who you want to have sex with and who you want to be with.
I said that. Yeah. That's what I said.
Yeah. Okay, so we talking about if we was looking, that's why I said in a room with men and Savannah James was with the IG baddies. We're not talking about how she act because you wouldn't know how she act. We're not talking about her femininity. A lot of times you're not even gonna be able to pick up enough femininity like that from a woman if you're in a room full of women that's beautiful that you are sexually attracted to like that. Sex, who you want to be with and who you want to have sex with is two different things as men.
I said this.
Okay, so like I said, yeah, if you're talking about Savannah James, the Savannah James that you know that been there for LeBron, it's been good, been put together, well kept. When she shows up, she's covered up and still sexy. Okay, yeah, that if you envision that one, but when you're talking about your Brittany Renners, when you're talking about the girl that be with the other light skin, when it be that Tiana Trumps, when you're talking about your look at Mariah Mills,
we gotta preface this though by saying when I speak, it ain't got nothing to do with just getting some pussy. You see these chicks niggas fucking these days? A nigga can get some pussy going outside, going to gas station. When I speak, when it comes to women, it ain't got nothing to do with just fucking. Period. You can get that. That's nothing. These dudes are multimillionaires. My thing is, I'm looking at it from a point of positioning. If I was a millionaire, to get that, I probably already had a lot. I already had a lot of sex. I'm selecting the women. I ain't looking for no fuck for the night. I'm Tim Duncan.
You can have your pick of the litter. You can have both worlds.
I'm LeBron. You think I'm going in the room looking, who can I fuck tonight? I'm LeBron fucking James.
So
I'm not gonna pick up a strap.
I can have all of y'all sexually. I'm talking about who gonna carry my legacy and my name.
And still look good.
I'm talking about fucking.
Okay, so that's you. Have we all not concluded that IQ levels of most athletes aren't the best?
Well, again, I'm looking at it from a sense of the wealth because if you get to a point where you got millions, you gotta have some type of intelligence. Some, not a lot, but some.
Hold on, when it comes to women, we talking about women.
I'm talking about wealth.
We talking about women though. Do you
wealth and women is the big determining factor. Is you gonna have wealth and keep it, or have wealth double it, or have wealth and lose it. That go hand in hand.
We talking about being wealthy and having the capabilities. Of
What I'm saying is, if I'm wealthy, my mind ain't just on fucking for the night. I can get some pussy. Say I got 100,000 in my book bag.
Go ahead.
I do agree with what you're saying. You know what I mean? Like you always want to choose quality over the quantity, but sometimes I think we forget the fact that they're in environments where it's more acceptable to have the quantity, the IG. You know what I mean? So they have more influence from people that are like, oh, you could be with her, you could be with her, you could be with her, versus people being like, hey, we know you in the league, we know you trying to build, get you a wife, get you somebody to settle down with. You know what I mean? Think about the people that's in that guy's ear. It's both ways. And I think that if I was a guy, I would want to go for the Savannah James type of girl, because that's the type of woman I resonate with. Yeah. Right. But also I can't understand just with my peers that are in the NFL, they are around people that be like, get her tonight, get her friend tomorrow, get her mama the next day. You know what I mean? It's just that type of influence in that environment. So I can see both sides, I guess.
And what I'm saying, even Brad said earlier that these guys deal with a lot of the same chicks in the same circle. Mm-hmm. And I always seen like they said, they had a song, Nate Dogg. Every other city we go, right? Yeah. So you see, we see the same hole. So when you understand that aspect of this, then it's not like I'm going out here to choose the best wife. I'm out here slanging Peter Walker. Mm-hmm. Like you said, hold on. Like you said, Zion is a 22-year-old boy. Yeah, it's slanging Peter Walker, and we said that possibly Shaquille O'Neal may have the same mindset. So if you can see that a 22-year-old guy and a 50-something-year-old man possibly have the same mindset, why would you think they out here trying to choose a Savannah James?
Well, I'll say this. I only agree with this. Shaq and Zion are the same is if Shaq had the same outcome and results as Zion. If I don't see the same results, I cannot identify results. They got the same in their actions.
Talking about dealing with women.
Yes. If I seen Shaq in the same scenario that Zion is in, I would agree to that statement. If I see him doing something similar, I got to take it with a grain of salt. Because again, my whole stance when it comes to high-level athletes and just millionaires in general, tricking comes with it, because 9 times out of 10, I know the average chick can't get to where I'm at unless she's an actress, a high-profile woman, somebody with some status. She can't get in the Waldorf top floor penthouse. I got to pay $5,000 to get her this room right here. And then I probably got about 3 next ones to block out the flow because I don't want people in my business. It come with the territory because the average chick can't get up here with these levels. So when we look at Brad's statement, they recycling. The Brittany Renters, the Superheads, they know the manager. They know the dudes at the back door. They know the equipment manager. They know the people. That's why they always allow access. Wouldn't it be kind of smart to say, well, you just jammed up PJ Washington. You can't come in here no more. That should really be the protocol. You just trap PJ and say all athletes are dumb. How you even in my locker room? You shouldn't even be in here. You just went on the internet and said all athletes are stupid. And if a chick want to hit a lick, get pregnant by an NBA player, you shouldn't be even allowed in the NBA game. Because you disrespecting my assets and my property. Just think about it.
Facts. So was it smart for Deion Sanders to have Brittany Renner?
Yes, because they need to get it from the horse's mouth. Yes, at that age, yeah.
I do. I agree.
You need to get it from the horse's mouth. Really you need to see this how women pursue you. You a dick and you're a billfold and a dildo. You know that's my favorite saying. You're a billfold and a dildo to this shit.
So why would a Brittany Renner?
Okay.
Why would a Brittany Renner go and do that if it's not going to hurt her brand or her stock with men?
I think she was popping at the moment. You know what I mean? I think she was hot and she was like, I just want to be in front of the camera, the mic, get the influence, have the conversation going. Mm-hmm. I don't feel like she really took a second thought to think about like what I'm really saying. Because that was.
So you don't think her whole shtick right now was premeditated? You just thought she ran with it?
During that moment,
okay.
I think during that moment, she was just like, I'm popping, you know, I can get in here. They want me to talk or whatever it was. Like, I have the floor and I'm going to say something inflammatory that's going to keep people going. Cause her content is slightly inflammatory or had been at the time. You know what I mean? So this is a way I can get eyes on me. I can resonate with that. I haven't done anything like what she does, but I have moments where I'd be like, I'm going to say something inflammatory. You know what I mean? And like, if I thought well, I ain't really saying that I will take back because I speak facts. But you know what I mean? Like if I had to take a second look, I might have been like, ooh, I could have worded it differently. You know, because she could have worded it differently and got the message across. But she made it so intentional that it had no difference but to stick to her.
Before we go to the next, I'm not to cut you off. would just use yes or no? Would you allow Brittany Renner to be your mentor?
No.
Why?
I haven't seen anything that she accomplished that I want to accomplish.
Oh, I was just gonna say the last few minutes, which I was talking about, this was in reference to the video when she called athletes stupid.
Yeah.
Okay, because I was about to say you said something about having her speak somewhere. I wasn't familiar with that.
Yeah, Deion Sanders had her speak to the kids at Jackson State.
Oh, what kind of tip was she on?
So basically, like he was like the guys who are gonna be NFL ready.
Okay.
Basically telling like bringing her in and saying like, hey, like I have guys with blue check marks in my DMs and stuff, and it's basically it's chicks like me that's gonna be coming after you when you come into the league. So be aware and move, saying with precision. What I'm saying, when it comes to the women and stuff like that.
I can respect that.
Yeah.
But she basically called it
I respect
stupid.
Brittany Renner just because she honest about it. That's the only reason I brought with her, because she honest. A lot of chicks ain't gonna give you that honesty. They just gonna play stupid and play you and do all of this, when in reality we need hoes because it's positive reinforcement. We need
you do it. They're part of the ecosystem.
People need hoes.
It's just like we need fungus, we need air, we need these things in place because it gives the parameters and also get a standard. It set a standard. You got hoes and you got women. You got good dads, you got deadbeats. You got good, you got bad. It's no gray areas. I used to think it was a gray area. Well, it's no such thing as a gray area. You either in or out. We came up with this gray area because of insecurities, and we want both sides. We want to optimize on opportunity. So we straddle the fence versus picking a side. Ain't no gray area. You either hoe or you're not.
Hey, y'all make sure y'all like the video if y'all watch.
Oh yeah, make sure y'all like the show.
Share the video.
I ain't mean to take up the show. My bad. I know. Let me see. I bet your mom on my head too.
No, she's
Angelina.
Hey, boo. What she say?
She probably
he had broadcasted her comment a second ago.
Nah, man. I mean,
it's normal for those types of women to be on the scene.
Well, that's like Chris was saying earlier, that sometimes we might assume, or maybe Cedric said it, but I thought it was you that said it, but you was talking about Kobe's wife, like how it's not just happenstance. You don't just randomly meet these people. Like you're in some sort of scenes to meet these people.
Matter of fact, I want to say Baller Alert started out as a website that let groupies know, like, hey, the Hawks gonna be at this hotel tonight in New York.
That would make sense for the
they're
name.
Gonna be at this club at
Baller
this time.
Alert.
For real.
Yeah, that sounds legit.
Said we need to do a reaction to this. I'm gonna send it to you. I want to say it's called Group of Confession. It came out in like early 2000s. It got Cameron, it got Dipset, it got P. Diddy, Mace. It got all these guys from like the late 90s, early 2000s, and they break down how they get access to these groupies. The shit that they were saying, the girl, let's say I'm Cameron, he Jewel's. This Jewel, he like Jewel's manager or whatever, underling. He his do boy. These dude was saying these girls would sleep with him, to get to him, to get to me,
I can believe
so,
that. Jesus.
But that's why I say you ain't just running into Kevin Garnett, LeBron. You ain't running to these guys at your local Walgreens talking about, you know what? I met Kevin Garnett at Piggly Wiggly today. You are intentionally going into, because I did a video about this. Women date. One of y'all number one dating strategy is proximity positioning, meaning you get in the proximity of the guys that you are attracted to or want to attract, and peacock and try to attract the best one out the flock. Women don't just come across NFL, NBA players, and rappers going to motherfucking Bible study and in laundromat. They are strategically watching these dudes. That's why you look at these athletes, they got millions of followers and they ain't even touched the basketball.
Well, I got to ask you a question.
They ain't touched the basketball and they got 1 million followers. That's crazy.
How, if you know this, why don't athletes know this, and why don't they avoid the?
Let me no, they don't. I'm gonna tell you how. Because again, I played basketball in high school, and I think a couple years before I graduated, we won the state. So our program was pretty big. Our Coach Chapman, shout out to him. We had these conversations. We had some people getting letters from Kansas, some high level colleges. He said, we're gonna have a talk today because I see what's going on. Every time we go into practice out of school, it's girls fucking everywhere. He said, what y'all experiencing right now, and it's gonna change. He said, what you getting season hoes, meaning you only getting the chicks because it's basketball season. Thanks. He said, when football season come back in, they're gonna be on the football team. When baseball season and track season, they're gonna be out there. So when we looking at these people, we're not understanding that it's seasonal.
Yeah.
That's why Tom. You think Giselle was gonna file a divorce if Tom Brady would have won that goddamn Super Bowl?
Hell no.
Hell no.
I don't know. I think
That
that's the one
conversation on
thing.
divorce
I don't really agree with a lot of men on that. And the reason why I said, just real quick, since you mentioned it, I think Giselle. I think the points that she made seemed genuine to me. If she's saying, bro, you've been playing football a very long time. You have accomplished a lot. You have won Super Bowls. Everyone regards you as the GOAT. I want you home with me some now. We got kids.
Okay.
I made sacrifices for you. I made sacrifices for you. Because then he had like an outside child or
that
something like that.
That was right when they first started dating. It was already in motion.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, listen, you telling me it to the outside world, it looked like he chose football over his family. That's what it looks like.
But see, I gotta ask you a question. You said, why do I know this and the athletes don't? Again, and this guy, I'm not too my own horn, but I have a vast dating experience since a little boy. I looked at athletes that was very good. These same dudes went to NBA. I looked at me going out kicking it, they wasn't there. I looked at me on the phone late night on three-way with 5 and 6 girls to 5 in the morning every night from 8th grade to 12th grade. They not doing this. So they don't have the infield experience that I have.
Because they was too busy playing.
They was too busy focused, which was make them green when they get to the league. They don't have the infield experience that I would have.
Well, that's what I was saying about Zion.
I was on the phone and in the mix with the chicks. These dudes are uber focused on ball, so they can't have the experience from day women and have the skill and know-it-all with that sport to play at the highest level you can in life. It's 0.01% making it to the NBA. You know what kind of focus you have to have and what kind of skill, talent, and a whole bunch of other stuff to make it to the NBA? You cannot have the game that I have and the skill of an NBA player at the same time. It's not gonna happen.
It's one or the other.
It's not gonna happen.
So
I got endless hours with women.
I'm gonna say this. I agree with Jazz
I do too.
on the Giselle coming.
Mhm.
I do think she was tired of him playing football and she wanted to come home.
No. Did you hear what I said? I said winning won that championship and the ones before that. When did the conversation start about you won enough? It won after Super Bowl number 3. It went out to Super Bowl number 4.
Well, I'm gonna say this. I think the conversation got entertained after he already retired.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I forgot he can't. Yeah, he retired already.
He probably retired.
Are you saying the conversation about the divorce happened after?
No. The conversation about him coming home was about after he retired. Then he came back and played, and then that's when it was like, hey, when is enough? Because hey, you retired, just come on, sit your old ass on down.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You did retire.
Yeah.
And then you went back.
Didn't he take a year off or something?
No, I don't think he took
or like a couple of months or something. And then
I think it was like probably 2 or 3 months.
I was gonna say he just made people think he probably was really, really retired, and then he just comes out and.
Yeah, I give that. I say that, but I say in the height of his splendor, she wasn't talking that divorce shit. Is my point.
Y'all make sure y'all like the video.
He aged out of playing though. You know what I'm saying? Like everything gotta have a natural conclusion.
No, it's not that. But like with Giselle, she's an international supermodel, right? So she has her own merit. She has her own finances. And what more can you give me? Like we are building this family together now. We have got the finances. We have got the finances for you to come home. We got children that we want to raise. That's going to be more important than you going to practice. Plus, we already know he has antics on the sidelines where he acts out, breaking clipboards and doing all that other kind of stuff. And I'm pretty sure, but wait a minute, but I'm pretty sure when he comes home, his attitude isn't always great when things don't go his way.
That actually probably is a good point.
You know what I mean? And I have friends that play football. I already know for a fact their attitude.
Tom Brady does give diva. He does give male diva.
How long am I gonna put up with your bad game and now you coming home bad?
I actually agree. Tom Brady did give a little diva. Not necessarily diva.
Michael Jordan
not like bent wrist. I'm just saying he gives like a.
Michael Jordan was slapping niggas in practice.
No. Like
he was slapping niggas in practice.
Oh, well, if he was, then that's exactly what I'm talking about.
No. I ain't even talking about the slapping.
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
I'm saying Tom Brady seemed whiny.
Yes.
Well, yes, he seems whiny. He seems bratty.
Slapping people?
No.
That's one worse.
Hold on.
Both of them are.
But that doesn't seem bratty.
But it doesn't seem
specifically.
Bratty. It doesn't seem like I'm whining to get.
If you foul me too hard, I slap you. That's not bratty. And
if
no
you
one playing basketball.
Dude, you know, back in that era, they
But
kind of was just like that.
But this in practice, this my teammate though. I'm slapping my teammate because he fouled me too hard.
Or you not getting what you want, so you're throwing a temper tantrum and you're breaking.
Yeah,
I don't see how I think we're trying to conflate. All right, if he act like this on the football field, then he gotta act like this when he's at the crib with Giselle. Like, I mean, I think the brother know.
Hold on. Before you say that, I'll let you finish. But remember, I forgot the lady name, the old lady with the afro and the black man. They was having a conversation.
Oh, to my nigga Giovanni. Nigga Giovanni and James Baldwin.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And he said he got a shuck and jive with the people at work, but he can't come home and do it with her.
Man, we talking about football, bro.
But that's your employer. That's where you go. You mean to
hold
on. So you mean to tell me if you having bad games or a bad week after week after week, it don't affect your everyday life?
I mean, he said he been playing football for like the last. No, but listen though, he had been playing in the NFL. This man been playing football for 30 years, bro. I would like to believe, we don't know this to be true, we're just speculating. I would like to believe that this man knows how to channel, all right, this is my football hat, okay? This is my relationship at home, husband, father hat. You feel what I'm saying? What I do on the football field, I can't bring that inside the household with my wife. The reason why Giselle was tired of Tom was the fact that he was, having the concussions, all that stuff, the protocol, and
he was getting banged up pretty bad towards the end. I think.
Yeah, not wanting him to have like a career-ending injury or whatnot. I think for her, she felt like, well, I'm his wife, and he's gonna make these sacrifices. Me not really understanding, like, I mean, baby girl, yeah, you are Giselle Bundchen. Yeah, you do have a $400 million net worth or whatever, but you're dealing with the dude that's literally a face of a league. You're dealing with a guy. Different. You're dealing with a guy who is, considered the greatest athlete of his sport. Period.
He can go out and get a job on ESPN and commentate and bring it tail home.
Yeah, it ain't the same.
It ain't the same.
But doesn't what you guys saying sound ego driven? Like you can gracefully get out of the sport, retire. Once again, you've already achieved everything you can achieve. You have the most rings, I'm sure, at least for a quarterback. You've got all these things. So it's giving ego. And I think when you're like that as a spouse, I can't get jiggy with that.
I don't think y'all understand the passion that men have with certain things.
No, that's okay. Hold on. First of all, let's clear this something up. Brad said you don't think that having bad work weeks or bad performances at work will manifest at home.
Oh yeah, it affects.
Hold on. But Brad said it doesn't, because he said he would like to think that he understands my work hat and my home hat, so he can differentiate between the two. But I would say that some people, and if you've been in relationships before, if something doesn't go right at work, you come home and sometimes you dump on the person that you're with.
I agree with that.
Sometimes I've been in relationships. I'm married. I know my wife sometimes has an issue at work. It sometimes affects if we're gonna even have sex. Like I'll be like planning, we be sexing and stuff like that. Then somebody piss off at work, and I'm like, she comes home. Well, let me tell you about this. I'm like, oh, I ain't getting nothing. So to say that, I don't think that's valid to say that this man, like you say, is supposed to be the face of the league.
Yes, he's the face of the league.
And to not let that affect you at home, you don't think he has no?
Well, do you guys think LeBron is like that though?
Yes.
I feel like LeBron. I don't know. It's something about LeBron's aura. He just seems like he just is well composed.
When you're at a high level like that, and your team is counting on you, and this is anything, your work performance is going to affect you, but it's not going to ruin the situation, because we're not going to just be mad all week because we had a bad game. And when we're talking about the likes of Tom Brady, when you look at his catalog, his resume, how many bad games did he really have when he got all these MVPs, all these records, all these stats? He didn't really have too many bad days, because he wouldn't be Tom Brady if he did have those bad days. Now Russell Wilson, that's another story. We can look at how his situation is going now, can't we?
I'm not familiar with his football career, just his marriage.
Exactly.
Well,
it's been declining a good bit.
Say it again for the people that didn't hear you. You said you're not familiar with what?
I'm not familiar with any football other than my friends.
You know who Tom Brady is, though.
Yeah, I know.
But you're more familiar with Russell Wilson marriage versus his career. That's a problem.
I'm not very familiar with Tom Brady's career other than when it became a subject in the media.
But I'm saying a lot of women will say they're not familiar with Russell Wilson. They just know him by Sierra. That's a problem. Because to get to the league,
I don't know who the Zion dude is. I don't don't know who he is.
What I'm saying is, to get to these levels and these individuals are expected to be perfect, it's a lot of pressure on them. So of course they're gonna bring it home. What I'm saying is, with the Giselle and Tom Brady scenario, Tom Brady showed so much excellence. Giselle already knew who she was getting involved with.
I couldn't tell you a team
because he had already won the Super Bowl.
I couldn't tell you a team he played. I can't even tell you what number he
played. What I'm saying is, when he got with her, he was already on a high level.
Okay.
So it'll be like saying she didn't know this about him 15 years later. That's crazy. That's just like saying, I just want he got with Giselle, I think the week or a few months after he won the Super Bowl, this first one. Let's say you meet me, I just got out of jail from punching my ex-girlfriend in the nose. You finna sign up and be with me?
Said, I'm surprised actually that you don't agree with Chris though, because that's a point I hear you make a lot. You always say, don't try to change your spouse, or like if they're a certain way, don't expect them to change no matter how much.
As a Super Bowl winner, you know what my temperament is. You should know what my personality is. You know my passion by how much time I'm away from you giving to this game. So how would you think I'm gonna change this?
No, I
already know.
No, I agree with that point. I'd actually agree with that point, but my thing is to say that it's not going to affect how your mood coming home is the way I don't agree. I think it's going to affect your mood, but because of how you played, y'all losing streaks or whatever. But if you get with somebody, you should not expect them to change. Like that's who you got.
So why do we have a problem with just Tom wanting to continue his legacy?
You can't play football forever.
I mean, you can't, but you know how passionate I am, and you know everything in me. If I can get out there and play, I'm gonna play. Kobe Bryant was out there playing with a broke fucking hand.
I'm gonna say this.
His girl probably said, "Baby, don't play." Baby, I'm Kobe Bryant. I got a broke hand. I'm gonna play.
I'm gonna say second to basketball, bro.
I think Giselle has been a great wife
she was.
to him, and I think she supported him. And I think Tom Brady probably told her, "Baby, I'm going to retire, and we're going to spend time together." That's what it looks like to me.
Now that'll be bad.
But that's a logical assumption, and she basically suggested. Didn't she say that she was upset? She was upset with the fact that he retracted his retirement. It's like you said we was.
Okay, I read my case. I know.
So that's why I say
that's the game changer.
Yeah. So that's why I said. What she said is valid. Like, I want you, I want my husband, and you got to be real. That's commendable that your wife is with you and wants to be at home with you, because you got to understand. We all understand that a lot of women marry these men that want them to stay away. Hey, you stay, go play basketball. I'm gonna go get the credit card. I'm gonna go get in the whip, the G-Wagon with my girl.
But not to interrupt. He was signing that contract with Fox Sports, so he still wasn't gonna be at home anyways. He still was gonna be out and about doing his
weren't you saying something about the career-ending injury? Like that we could assume that he was getting banged up and stuff. Maybe she just really was concerned about him.
Hold on. What you said about Fox, he ain't got to go to practice every day.
He don't have to go to practice every day, but that still doesn't mean that he's gonna.
He don't have to be on the road.
He ain't traveling.
But hold on. Let's stop. Let's put some context. You know what Fox gonna pay him?
What?
Like
400. About 350, 375. You ain't just coming to work Wednesdays and Fridays. I'm paying you 375, bro. You gonna be wherever I tell you to be for 375.
But it's Tom Brady.
That's my point.
I'm gonna draw eyes. I'm worth three. But hold on, I didn't play it enough now. Well, we talking big dog shit. If I'm Tom Brady, the face of the league with 6 motherfucking Super Bowls, hey, I can come to this bitch Tuesday and Thursday because I'm making y'all. Hold on. If you paying me 3-4. I'm making you 4-5 billion with the eyes on me.
But you think them folks gonna put that in that contract clause?
I'm making
they fired Paul Pierce for goddamn smoking a blunt in his own home.
That's Paul fucking Pierce. We're talking about Tom Brady.
But it's a clause of what kind of image you have to keep up. You ain't finna get 350.
Nigga, what? Dana White slapped his motherfucking wife and he still got a job. Nigga, it depends on, but you can still get voted out as the CEO. Yes, you can. So it depends on who you're talking about. This is Tom Brady.
But Tom Brady was going knowing what kind of people follow Fox, they was gonna want to see him. They was gonna have him on every segment, bro. They were not gonna get him 2 segments a week.
This some real shit.
They wouldn't give him 2 segments.
This some real shit. If Tom Brady wanted to, he could have had a studio set up in his home.
Yeah, that's true. I can see it.
Problem fucking solved.
But they want him in the panel with the guys. They got a whole fraternity with that shit.
Okay, I come 2 days and I can give you 2 hours at the house.
Yeah, they ain't doing
it. What we doing right now? People gonna watch us right now, can't it?
But you gotta understand, it's the fans that fuel these networks.
It's Tom Brady. I don't even need to be on the panel with the niggas because I'm Tom fucking Brady. Y'all can give me a script. I'm gonna read the script. I'm gonna say what y'all want me to say. I'm gonna make my money. You gonna make $5 billion. You paying me
Would Shannon and Skip Bayless have the ratings they would have if Shannon Sharp would have did his shit from his basement? No. They wouldn't have the same network.
Hold on.
They wouldn't have the same streams.
That ain't even fair because Shannon Sharp wasn't even known as being a sports anchor at all.
But it got popular because he was in person.
But he didn't have the notoriety.
He didn't have the notoriety, and that just happenstance because we see a lot of shows. We see a lot.
I don't think they mean literal. I think they mean specifically to commentating.
No, he was a commentator before he was on Undisputed.
What was he?
He was with NFL Network.
He was with NFL on CBS.
Okay. So did he do
this? Was his first rodeo?
Hold on. So was it popular?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
That's how he got the bigger job. I see you doing numbers here. I'm
in the sports commentating, so I can't argue it.
I didn't know nothing about that. Yeah. I didn't even see Shannon Sharp.
He been out there.
First thing was
that's not his first. That's not his first. Nah, hell no. He been out there. He been.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, I follow sports, and if he was out there, he wasn't that big.
I just know him by Nicole.
He didn't just get the opportunity to Skip Bayless off just being.
But like I said, I do think him going and being with Skip Bayless was his springboard. I don't think he gets as big as he was without the show that Skip Bayless crafted.
I agree. What I'm saying is with Tom Brady being in studio is going to increase the streams because if I'm paying you $375, I got to recoup some.
Yeah.
You sitting in the basement ain't gonna cut it. I just gave you $375. You got to be in this studio. I mean, when I say so.
But y'all can't really compare that to the requirements or what it takes out of you to be a traveling professional football player, though. I mean, you commentating,
but you got to go to the game.
You
got to go to the game.
You do have to go to the game.
But let's use Shaq for an example. Shaq is a very accomplished basketball player. He's constantly still in Atlanta. They're constantly on the road. What we talking about?
But he's not married, so that's the caveat of what we talking about.
If he was married and doing the same thing, he would still be away from his wife. Is the point?
Well, his kids grown, and that's the thing. Their kids are small, right? Aren't his children?
Or they're at least they're
like
14.
Well, they're still in the house.
You know what I mean? Like
they're not grown.
So what you was gonna say, Brad? Go ahead.
No. I mean, they're like 9, 10, and like 15.
Yeah.
So they still young.
Yeah.
So they need their dad at home. They need their dad at home for sure.
We're just saying a guy like Tom Brady, he ain't a dime a dozen type guy. He's a one in a billion.
That's my whole point of saying he can bargain what he wants to.
Yeah. Absolutely. What I'm saying with the wife aspect, she knew what she was getting into, which made her marry him from the gate. Because when she met him, he already had a baby on the way. She already had a baby. He already had a baby on the way.
But we've already established that he told her that he was retiring to be with her.
Okay. Man, you know, I mean, niggas say one thing and then
hold on. No, Bradley, no.
I mean, what? Come on, Sam. Right? You moderate, man. What we doing, man?
Hey,
what's the next?
And look, I agree with Brad. Brad, niggas lie all the time.
I say we lie.
Man, how many times this man retired and came back? Come on, man.
What we saying is, these Tom Brady, LeBron, these are special individuals that come with a lot of passion. When Tom Brady, and not to take over the show, when she met him, he already had a baby on the way.
Mm-hmm.
So if I overlook that, how many women overlooking a nigga already got a child in tow on the way? You gonna lock in with him? Unless but if he
shows potential,
if he let's say
was he showing potential or did
Brent
he already have
Fires
potential?
Type guy, he on a Childish Gambino level, Brent Fires, Drake-ish, that type of shit. That make you change your mind on how you want to deal with this guy because you know you ain't meeting these type of dudes every day. You ain't running to a Tom Brady every day. So, you ain't even in the room with a Tom Brady.
How old were they when they met?
He was like 20. He won his.
Matter of fact, I want to say he was on Super Bowl number 2.
Yeah, I think.
Okay, and then how old are they now? Like what's a year?
Like early 40s.
So I think it's fair to say some things that you are okay with and comfortable with at 22, when you become 40, but it's not going to be the same. And so when you are factoring in now being married, now being a parent, or to multiple children, and trying to establish some type of household dynamic, those kids may not have ever known both of their parents to be at home like that, right? How do we know that those kids not asking for that? How do we know that those kids don't want more from both of their parents? Not just him, not just her.
And let's not pretend like the NFL, like as much as we know they're trying to kind of mitigate with these issues, but the CTE stuff and that stuff is real. Like them dudes are leaving the league.
But quarterbacks don't really get it like that. Tom Brady is a more risky. He usually stay in the pocket, but that was more for like running backs.
Yeah, for sure. But I feel like it could still happen. You know what I'm saying? The risk is you could still get a really bad concussion.
Marcus Mariota.
Or
and once you want to put your kids before risking your life.
What else you got on which card? Did we do
Big Stallion? Moving on.
I agreed with it.
But we're gonna take. Hey, y'all make sure y'all like the video.
Like the damn stream and share.
Like it, share
we're going 3 hours.
Subscribe. We're gonna take a quick break, real quick, and then we're gonna come back.
Hello. Hold on.
Oh, look at it. She bought that. Period.
What's the craziest conspiracy theory you think about, but you wouldn't tell nobody?
Conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
You got one tapped in? Craziest conspiracy theory. Pizzagate. They all did that shit. They got the island. Yeah, Bill Gates. Goddamn the first lady. Goddamn the Trump. Yeah, all of them. They tapped in.
Hey, Mike, what's your worst breakup story?
My worst breakup story? I caught him in bed cheating. Now what's that?
Oh man, that's sad. Hello. Hold on.
Oh, look at it. She bought that. Period.
What's the craziest conspiracy theory you think about, but you wouldn't tell nobody?
Conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
You got one tapped in? Craziest conspiracy theory. Pizzagate. They all did that shit. They got the island. Yeah, Bill Gates. Goddamn the first lady. Goddamn the Trump. Yeah, all of them. They tapped in.
Hey, Mike, what's your worst breakup story?
My worst breakup story? I caught him in bed cheating. Now what's that?
Oh man, that's sad. All right, next question. What's heavier, a pound of pillows or a pound of pennies?
A pound of pennies.
Pound of pennies. This is the last one.
He can't even say it. He's hearing Jazzlyn.
I'm not gonna answer that question.
Hey y'all, what's up? Everybody had to take a little break and then Jazz left. So it's just me. But yeah, let's go back to the Tom Brady thing. So from my understanding, like I said, I'm familiar with like people from their relationship status and not sports because your girl is not in sports like that. Like I know a little bit about sports, but not like that. I don't think it's anything wrong for her wanting her man to come home. Like you've been on the road, you've been getting beat up, banged up, you breaking clipboards, you're losing it on the sidelines. You look like your life is slipping like right through your hands. Why are you still going back out to play football? Okay. Let the coach the newer young 20-something-year-olds coming in. You're 40-something. Come sit down. Let me rub your neck. Let me rub your back before you go to bed.
Somebody got that straight out. I don't know why I'm turning. Like, in a minute.
But yeah, so I definitely feel like, you know, she went wrong for letting her husband come back. I'm talking to the people back on the line.
Are we back on the
yeah. I feel like she wasn't wrong for wanting her husband to come home. Like I'm blessed to grow up in a household where I had both of my parents, and I do not want to experience maybe what it's like to not have both of your parents in the house like that. So I can feel it.
Man. It's just, well, like I said,
man, bro. Like we brought up LeBron briefly. I'm pretty sure that LeBron will want to have like, you know, time with his kids, but I think, you know, he's at a stage where, you know, he can still have that possibly, even with Tom Brady. I think like with him, even though he plays a more dangerous sport, I think he still put himself in a position. And then let's keep it real. He's a quarterback. The NFL, after he broke his leg in 2008, the league was gonna make sure that, hey, we gotta protect our asset. Okay, this man is bringing us money. So now, you know, of course, we talk about the whole rig and all this other stuff. The league's gonna make sure that it protects his largest asset. You feel what I'm saying? Then you talking about, you know, a position where he also is getting protection too. You know what I'm saying? It's not foolproof, of course. It's not foolproof, but he's in a position where he's pretty safe versus, you know, like you said, a running back, fullback, an interior lineman, wide receiver, you know what I'm saying, where they bear a greater chance of risking a concussion versus he would, you know what I'm saying? And then it's Tom Brady, like, and I get it, you know, he may have told Giselle per reports that, like, hey, baby, like, I'm gonna come home. But, bro, when you've been playing football for the last 30 years of your life, that's some shit that's hard for a man to let go of. Even if you have risk of hurting yourself. Like, that's something that's hard for that man to let go because that's essentially who he is. Hell, let's be real. If he was not that guy, Giselle would not be with him to begin with.
Thanks.
So it's kind of like, shit, you know, this is who I am. And then it's like, to Chris' point, if you seen that this is how I was when I was 24, 25 years old, you really think that over the last 20 years that didn't change? That probably didn't intensify. Granted, with the success and all the things I've accomplished over my, you know, illustrious career, like, that's gonna be something that's gonna be extremely hard for me to let go. But I do understand that at some point I do have to let it go. It just, for me, I have to do it on my own time and merit, and hopefully, as my wife, you will be supportive of that.
And so, if I'm saying as your wife, I want you to come home. Your kids want you to come home. We want to be a family here at the house. Our marriage is dependent upon you being here. We are now moving towards where we want to be a family unit. We want to wake up and the kids want to see you. And when we go to sleep, the kids want to see you. This is what our marriage is dependent on. You say, okay, I'm going to come home. My marriage, my family is so important to me that I'm willing to sacrifice this urge to want to be out and almost get hit by a grown man to be at home with my family. And then you say 90 days later, oh, yo, hey, just playing. I think I want to come back to the field.
I can see that being an issue.
I now feel like you have chosen football over your family, which is, I think, verbatim what she said. And so what am I supposed to do now? Go be with football. Go let football do what it needs to do for you. I'm going to take our kids and try to create the lifestyle that I feel like they deserve. One, they deserve to have both of their parents in the home, but they deserve to have a father in the home if that's what they want. You don't want to be here. I can do bad by myself. I don't have to feel like I'm in my house alone. So
just go holler at the jiu-jitsu trainer.
It could be. I don't know.
I mean, do you know she talked to the jiu-jitsu trainer?
I didn't know. I mean, okay. I know they said she was like dating the neighbor or some other kind of stuff.
This within a few weeks of
filing for divorce.
Yes.
But we already know how divorces work. People don't be like, okay,
it's
hey.
It's the perfect segue.
People are not always like, hey, it's Monday and I love you to death. It was already a conversation that the marriage was in limbo prior to her dating that person, right?
See, can I ask the question?
Go ahead.
Or you got to load some up?
Go ahead.
So we're going to get into this next topic, which is is pretty much piggybacking on what we're talking about. If a woman is so in love with me, so dedicated, so distraught that our family is torn apart, whatever, how is she so easily and readily available to move on with a new guy?
She's on the market.
I'm saying, how is she? Let me ask another question to make it make sense. If I get an injury,
here we go.
Would I be able to play the next day, or do I need to heal it, rehab it?
Injury.
Huh?
It depends on the injury. Did you bump your
elbow? A severe injury. A divorce is a severe injury, in my opinion. If I was divorced, I don't think I would be ready to date a woman within weeks of the divorce taking place or concluding. This is me personally. So the question is, how is it, and why do women move on so quickly from a guy they say was everything to them and more?
So you mentioned before Kobe Bryant played with a broken hand. So he felt well enough to go out and play.
It's Kobe.
And so I'm just saying, this is Giselle. So she felt well enough to go date.
No. We're not talking about Giselle. We're really using Meg Thee Stallion as the muse. But I see this with a lot of women, even my own personal relationships. Even me knowing how women move, I know when I'm the rebound for a chick. When I start talking to a chick, interact, I know if I'm the rebound guy or not.
Yeah, this has already been in play.
I already know. I already know she been plotting. I already know I had nicks. I know I took her from him.
Possibly.
So if she claimed this her guy and she's so in love with him, how is she so easily and readily available to move on with me? I'm not anybody. This is just a general question. Women in general. How do y'all claim to be so in love with a guy? Everything he do, he holds you down, but it go left and it's over with like that. And you in the arms of another guy.
So what time frame are we talking about Megan Thee Stallion? Did they give a time frame, or are you just doing a hypothetical right now?
Pardison Fontaine was just at the trial in December. They had to do the rearrangements and shit in February, which got pushed back. So I can attest and say, just by speculating the time, he wouldn't have been at the court proceeding if they weren't locked in. This is in December. It's just June.
6 months.
I'm gonna put some more context. You was at a wedding with a guy. I don't meet chicks on Monday and bring them to the wedding on Saturday. See what I'm saying? I don't bring around my intimate friends at a wedding ceremony to where I gotta have probably a $600 invitation to come here. I don't meet chicks in February and bring them to the wedding in March. You see what I'm saying? So I don't know the time frame, but I'm just speculating that more likely he already had next. He was already in play because she already knew what Pardison Fontaine already ran his race. He didn't know it, but she did. My question is, you got the video game, little meme up and all of this. You got all these you got this dude talking about he gonna beat dudes up on Twitter over this woman. I'm sure it's some love there somehow, form, shape, or fashion. For him to say, I'm gonna beat a dude ass over you, I'm gonna come to this court proceeding over you, in which, my personal opinion, I feel it didn't go in it wasn't a fair trial. I feel you lied on national TV, which you did. To stand by you in that type of mud, and you already out within months with a new nigga at a wedding, an event as intimate as a wedding. I got these questions. How can you be in love with me but move on so swiftly?
So I do feel like women transition in relationships. Usually we mentally detach from our partner before we physically detach.
Okay.
So I think that may be a segue too. But I also feel like she's on the market. And so, I mean,
what does that mean?
She's now single, so she can date. And
wait
a minute, can I finish talking, please?
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna go.
You good.
Thank you.
I know it's a heated debate.
So I feel like she's back on the market, and I do feel like she can definitely just date. Like, she doesn't have any restrictions on her. She don't have any ball and chain saying that she shouldn't date. He has the same will and freedom to go out and date the next day or take a girl to a wedding. I mean, I've met a guy and been to an intimate event, and I met him less than, I think, 60 days, maybe a month. And we went to an event that was intimate. We were dating. I mean, it's not far-fetched that she could say, hey, I'm invited to a date and I need somebody to go with. Maybe I've been talking to this guy for a week or 2 or 3 weeks or whatever it is. He seems like a credible person. We may have mutual friends. I feel comfortable going with him. There are so many dynamics.
So just because you can mean you should.
Why shouldn't she?
I mean, yes. So if you can, you do it. Is that
in this specific scenario?
Just in general.
I'm not going to give a generalization because you could put that to.
So it don't apply to dating.
Different types of scenarios to come up with. So I'm not going to give you a
okay. So in dating, if you can do it,
I'm going to just answer for this scenario, so you don't move the goalpost.
I ain't moving the goalpost.
So in this scenario, yes, she can do that.
I'm talking about single women. We're not talking about men. We using her as a muse. We talking about in general. I said, is it
a question for you?
Well, I'm saying, if you can, do you do it in dating? If just because you can, does it mean you should? Is this yes or no question?
I need some more clarity. That's a very vague statement.
You just said she can do it, so she can do it.
In that situation, yes.
So if another woman is in that situation, she need to do the same shit.
She can if she wants to. If she's single, yes.
I think because I don't know. I don't think any of us know the situation.
Yeah, fully, we just speculate.
But just pure speculation. I don't think, just from what I've heard, I don't think Party knew that they were a finished couple. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Like I think that's the thing that Chris is kind of getting at. Like, hold up, like damn, like I was just with your ass.
Did he post about her?
Yeah, like recently.
Yeah.
So it wasn't a 6 months thing.
Like this was
I need some more precision.
Well, I don't know, but even if it's less than 6 months, that goes to what Chris is saying. Like, if it's less than 6 months, how did you move on so fast? Like,
it was
even thinking about like Tia Mowry and that situation, her husband saying he didn't even know that he was getting a divorce. Like, what? Like, how do you be with somebody and then she's out here telling people y'all get divorced, and you see him like, we get a divorce?
Thinking shit all good.
Like that's weird to be with somebody, but I do think, well, like Ashanti said, like women check out mentally before they actually leave.
That's the whole question. If you check out mentally, why not leave when you have come to that decision versus waiting for your next dude to get in position for you so you don't have no lapse in coverage?
You know you gotta get that monkey branch. You know that.
What is that?
The monkey branch?
Yeah, they know that monkey branch. So basically, it's an analogy in dating where a woman doesn't swing to the next branch until she knows it's clearly available to grab onto.
You got a placeholder until I got the next one and
You know
ready.
how a monkey swing? She holding on, then she moving to it.
She don't let go of this one until she got hold on to the next one. So what I'm saying is, time frame. This is the thing. Like how, because I think I seen you posted. You said how long should a woman wait before they dating? It was something. And you said I'm dating whatever.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm saying is, that's cool. I'm saying if you profess your love to me in such a way, that's where the confusion comes in. It's kind of like I say I like you, but I punch you in your fucking nose. How do I like you? And I just did some harm to you the same way. How you profess your love to me? I'm at your trial.
Yeah.
I'm at your trial, taking all these heat, people running up on me, and this ain't even about me. I'm telling Tor, I'm gonna whoop him on Twitter. I'm coming to anybody talking down on you. How can we have such a bond and you be out of there and gone to the next dude? And I'm using the 6 months just because I only saw it at the beginning of June. I think the pictures may have been from some shit that happened in April.
It was like May, yeah, like
April or May.
Yeah.
So 5 months.
So meaning you probably met the dude in March. I was just at your trial in December, the end of December.
Yeah.
That rolled into the new year.
Yeah.
So really January, and not alone we had to come back, but they rescheduled it in February for the sentencing. So if you got pictures in a wedding in late April, May, when did you meet the guy? If I was just at your trial and arraignment and all this shit from December to February.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because this guy from like across the pond, right? Like this guy like South African or something.
Yeah, he's I don't know what African, he's from Africa, but he's a soccer player.
Yeah.
My thing is, when did you have a cushion? Because your scandal been going on for how long? This is a serious factor. When do I have time to meet new motherfuckers? I'm in tour with my label, 5150, the dude that played for the Dodgers.
Talking about
Carl Robinson? No, Carl Crawford.
Yeah, Carl Crawford.
I got them gripes. I got the Tory Lane situation. I got my man. When do I have time to meet a new nigga? I gotta ask you questions.
I think that like you mentioned before, I do think we should disconnect when we disconnect physically, when we disconnect mentally. But as a woman, I do know that because I've done that before. I'm not familiar with your monkey analogy, but and that's not how I practice dating. So I don't do branch to branch. But I do know that like in that period where I'm starting to feel more reserved emotionally, I am in a space where I'm like, I don't know, maybe my women's intuition is letting me know this may not be safe to proceed. I'm going to start to retreat, but I still have hope that we can get to this space of bliss. You know what I mean? Like, you know, relationships go where you are fiery and when it's cold. And I hope that, you know, doesn't juggle too much, but you go through those spaces where you kind of feel like, I don't know if this is going to work out or it's great. And so
Z said, your analogies are always horrible.
How they horrible?
They're frequent. I would say they're frequent, but
because I got a level set so people can look at things from a realistic. I gotta say things in a way to where the common sense in you comes out. Because if we debating about a motherfucker getting surgery, and having kids,
here we go. Okay.
It shouldn't even really be a conversation. So when I come up with these analogies, it's really to say, hey, use your fucking brain.
Yes, because I should be able to talk to a 16-year-old at 26, just like she can talk to a 30-year-old at 20.
I said Angel Reese, my first analogy. Was it not? Was it not?
No,
it wasn't.
And no, at first it wasn't Angel Reese.
Was Angel Reese my first analogy? Did I use Angel Reese?
You brought her up.
You brought her up, but it wasn't the first one. The first one we were arguing about was being a minor.
I'm glad this is recorded.
We ain't gonna go back. But what I'm saying is, you understood the point I was making, let alone the 16, because we were talking about legal and immoral. What I'm saying is the fact that we even having a conversation about getting a surgery versus being a mother to your kids. You think I'll be having a conversation with my mom and grandma? You think you'll be having a conversation with your mother and grandma?
Well, hold on. They didn't have the option, though.
It don't matter. Do you think you would even had a conversation?
I don't know, because I don't know what it's like, because people...
You know you wouldn't.
Hold on. My mother's from a different time because people
So,
are having.
hold
Hold on, people are having that conversation with their mothers now, though.
We got him.
Said so when Mrs. Allen had the boys, did y'all had a conversation?
There wasn't no BBL when she had us.
See. What you saying?
But
up now.
hold on, but you see women having conversations with their daughters and the mothers having conversations with their children about going to get BBLs and stuff now.
What I'm saying is, from a life and death perspective, I got 3 kids. I'm not going to have a conversation about any procedure that can end my life. That's common fucking sense. If that ain't common sense, I don't know what is.
But we already established.
But no. It was.
He just basically answering her.
I'm answering her question the way my analogy was worded extreme because you was giving pushback talking about the different variables, talking about he want to be fine, she want to be fine for him, she wanted to do this, she want to do that, maybe it's this. I'm saying the moment the conversation gets to the point to say, hey, you got 3 kids, but you can die. The conversation. It ain't nothing else to talk about.
I feel like nobody should enter a club after
Especially-
they have a
especially-
kid.
Nothing else to talk about. If I got 3 little
Don't
ones
smoke a hookah,
and you go in here
don't
and say,
drink no
if you get this
alcohol.
procedure, it is a high possibility you can die. Let's look at the numbers. And all I got to say, well, let's bring up the hookah.
And don't be having promiscuous sex because you can get STDs as well.
Well, no, we're talking about life and death.
Yeah, you could die. You could die from sex.
You can die from AIDS.
Yeah, and you get it through sex or needles.
What I'm saying
I'm
is,
just saying, people do stuff
what
every
I'm
day
saying
that'll kill them.
is to knowingly go into these situations the way this conversation comes up, Ashanti. If let's say to put the shoe on the other foot, as emotional as women are, if it was on the other foot and I said, babe, I'm finna go get me a dick implant, baby, you can die. She gonna be like, okay.
I don't know what type of woman you would be with. It's subjective.
If your dude came to you and the same numbers apply, 1 in 3,000, there's a high possibility you just seen a million stories on your social medias and all of this about all these dudes dying because they trying to get dick implants.
Mm-hmm.
And your dude come to you saying, I want one too.
1 in 3,000.
Yeah. You gonna be like, go for it.
Just like I said, I would exhaust all options.
That's the only option for a dick implant.
No, it's not.
To
You
make
can
your
get, you
dick
can
big.
do a pump. You can do some other
Nah,
stuff.
he want the dick implant.
I know. I wanted a tummy tuck. Right. Come on. Didn't he give me the same? I wanted a tummy tuck. Right. I said I would consult with my fiance or my husband. Let's exhaust the other options. There are other options
Again.
for your penis.
We're talking about after kids. We're talking the same as DC Young Fly. We're talking about with kids in tow. 3.
Yeah.
3 pieces.
If we had kids and you was like, hey, I want to get my
We
penis
ain't about to-
larger. I don't like the size. It's small.
But
I would say,
we got
babe,
stories
let's-
out there that show I can
can't even
possibly
answer the
die.
question. I can't even.
Because you trying to move the goalpost. I said with kids in tow. Did I not preface that?
Yeah,
She making it seem like I ain't including the kids.
You did, but she also said that she would exhaust all options. So they would talk about every possible option, and if the dick thing was an option and he wanted to do it, she
said she gonna go for it.
Yeah, I think that was it.
That's her answer.
Let's do the pump, whatever other things on the market. If this isn't working and you're still unhappy with your penis size, please go be happy.
Okay. I ain't gonna argue with you. I'm just saying these the conversations. If we gotta have these, all I gotta do is cut on the internet and see why we as a people are in the position we are as a people.
I get what you're saying.
I'm about to deflect it.
It doesn't matter how many scenarios, how loud he's speaking to the mic. My answer is still going to be consistent.
We're not talking about your answer in general. We're saying the
hold on,
logic behind me having a conversation with a doctor saying I can die, knowing I got 3 kids at home is insane.
But I agree.
We don't disagree.
We don't disagree.
You just said you're gonna exhaust all options and then go forward with the dick pump. I mean, with the dick implant.
Yes.
So you don't agree.
I don't disagree that it is
it's risky and you should not be putting yourself in danger if you got kids. We all agree.
But she just said she gonna go through with it anyway. That's a disagreement.
No, I can agree. I can agree with you and still do something. You can say, "Hey, man, smoking that crack could kill you." Like, you know what? You're right. I have seen people die. Shit, I'm gonna smoke the crack. That doesn't mean I don't disagree with you because I still do it.
That don't make sense.
How it don't
people
make
do
sense?
people do that all the time. Oh, you shouldn't have sex before you're married. You should be married. I heard that all the time. The people that preach that to me did not wait until they were married to have sex.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying
it's just different things in life. It's a different. Give me a scenario. Come on. I know you got one.
The scenario already been given. I'm saying when it comes to life and death situation, that conversation must be different than just our typical dating conversation.
You could die
when the variable of death comes into the play, and I'm not looking at it from I'm exhausting options. That can't be an option.
You could die if you jump out of an airplane.
You can die if you get shot, but you ain't gonna sign up and say I'm next.
I'm gonna understand. I could die if I jump out this airplane. I'm gonna sign my name on this contract. I'm still gonna get strapped up. I'm still gonna get on the airplane. I'm still gonna jump out. Did I understand that I could die? Yes. Did I still decide to jump? I did.
I get that, Shanti. What I'm saying is, from a collective.
Hold on, Chris. Hold on. I finished the point. No, we get your point.
Jesus, we hit the point.
We get the point. We get the point, Chris.
Y'all saying two fucking different things. What the hell y'all talking about, man? Y'all don't get no goddamn point.
Hold on.
You just say you agree with me, but you're gonna do the opposite of what you agree with.
But
that don't make sense.
But that don't mean I disagree because I do it. You act like people don't do stuff they know is wrong. I don't understand that. So people don't do stuff they know is wrong.
I know I'm losing my shit now.
I think you are. You're going in a circle. You're a hamster right now. It's a circle. It's a circle.
Brett.
Hold on.
We both gonna wear red tomorrow. You come in here with blue. Did we agree to wear red tomorrow? But you come in here with blue.
So I disagree.
Did you agree with me?
Yes, he could have said yes.
Why he got a blue shirt on and I got on red? If we agreed to wear red tomorrow.
Because he wanted to wear blue.
That means we ain't agreed then, did?
No, he agreed at the time, yes.
And we agreed to wear red tomorrow, and he coming here with a blue shirt. We agreed?
Yes. So hold on. So if I know the risk of smoking drugs, if I know the risk of smoking drugs, and you tell me that, and I smoke drugs, I disagree with the risk you told me.
He's out of analogy. Can we go to the next one? What's the next one? What's the next one?
But I'm gonna say this real quick.
Please.
I'm gonna say this real quick.
I want to talk about how women move on so fast after that.
Okay.
Please help me get out of this.
You're more likely to die in a car wreck than getting a BBL. It's 1 in 7 chance you're gonna die in a car accident than you getting a BBL. It's more dangerous right now for you to go get in your car than a woman choosing to get a BBL. And you can have kids too. So you're not gonna drive? Like you're not gonna take your kids to daycare?
Bro, we're talking about getting from point A to point B versus and a
nigga, you can walk.
And a legal surgery.
Okay,
so you finna walk. So you finna walk 30 miles to your place of employment. Come on, Sid.
You can
hold on. I'm gonna do it.
Come on,
Sid. Hold on.
You come in here with a blue shirt. That means you agree with me, even though you did the opposite of what we agreed on. What? I know y'all watch this in real time. We agreed to wear red on Wednesday. He come in here with a blue shirt and we agreed.
Hold on.
New analogy.
Hold on. So you mean to tell me people don't know right from wrong and consciously do the wrong? That's what you telling me.
No, I'm not saying that. That's not. That don't have nothing to do with what I'm saying.
Let me talk about Megan. Okay. So women, yes.
Hold on. But
please, let a hamster wheel.
Go on, man.
Hold on. But to go back to Brad's point, it's life or death, Brad. Come on. That's what Chris is saying, life or death. It shouldn't even be a conversation. It should not even be a conversation if we arguing the logic of life and death when you got kids. So yes, walking makes sense.
How much it costs to walk? And how much it costs to get a BBL?
Ladies, if you are emotionally distancing yourself from men, you need to don't do the monkey thing. He said, okay, completely break off because you're gonna have men in here speculating if you're grabbing on branches, going to different dudes. Don't do that. Don't do that. Be completely broke off. Actually, probably make a post on social media. Hey, it is. You can have that. It's yours.
It doesn't matter though.
It is. It is 11:35 and it is June 30. It's June 13th. I'm single. So when y'all see me out with a new dude in 60 days, don't speculate if I grab up on the monkey branch because I'll even let y'all know that I meet a new dude. I'll let y'all know.
Ain't the same.
Hold on.
You know
but does it
matter?
They're
not the same.
Does it matter? Hold on. Does it matter if she monkey branch if they still broke up?
Well, we're talking about not dating secrecy. Again, I would just let's say I'm at your trial. You on a trial. You got a lot of pressure on you. I'm there for this support. I'm seeing this all the way through. I'm even coming to your defense. I'm using Megan Thee Stallion at this point specifically. So what I'm saying is, if I was to be in a woman's corner all the way through, defending, talking about I'm finna fight this person for talking down on my chick, coming up with, even in, let's say that what they saying is true. I'm still standing in the mud with my chick. To see her move that quick, I would feel a certain way. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying you're not within your right because we ain't married. I'm saying if it was on the other foot, what would the narrative be about Party? He ain't shit, nigga.
So basically,
he ain't this. He ain't that. He moved on, girl. You knew he wasn't no good. Am I lying?
So it was the shock that he found out on social media that she moved on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
With the
because
girl.
I was just in one of the most tumultuous times you probably will go through in your life.
But okay,
I was there for you.
What about if, let's just say, she didn't go through the trial and they was just going on through their relationship?
That'd be different.
Would the shock still be the same if you was like,
Nope.
hey, it wouldn't?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Because the dynamics of me being present, meaning I'm here at your most vulnerable time. You on trial, these folks badgering you. I know you getting hate mail because of this Tory Lane shit. You dealing with a lot. You dealing with Carl Crawford and the label. I'm there in that storm. I'm there with you on a storm. Yeah. You dealing with Tory Lanez, your record label, and the fans, and the industry, knowing that what you put out really wasn't concise. So the networking and the collabs ain't hitting right. The features ain't hitting right. The show appearances ain't hitting right. I'm still in that mud with you. It's a whole different dynamic.
So how long
we
you
just
supposed to
fucking
wait?
Help me.
How long does Meg Thee Stallion supposed to wait to date then?
Well, no. It ain't about her waiting.
It's about
how I found out about it.
Yeah, like when did it even break up? Like, can we establish that shit? Yeah. Like, when did it even break up, bro?
Well, I'm gonna say this. Didn't she already say her and Party was having issues because she found out about her sexual history and during
bro, they had been saying
that was in December.
No, they had been saying
they had been saying
that like a year or so ago before the trial.
Even more.
And he still stood in the mud with her.
But they still was together though.
He was still there.
That's the whole.
Hold on. That doesn't mean that it was a rocky relationship or their relationship was teetering. Now we can't act like we ain't been in a relationship that it's touch and go. We don't know. Yeah, today we together and tomorrow we may not be. I ain't talked to you in 3 days as we still rocking, and then we might be rocking.
Do you think a man that's showing up to a woman's court appearances is touch and go with a woman, or they?
Yes.
No, sis.
Yes.
No.
And because of the issues that Chris stated, he might be touch and go. He might be today. Yeah, I'm rocking with you, boo. You know, I got your back. And then tomorrow, like, oh damn, they said Meg Thee Stallion had sex with 45 dudes. And then the next day, okay, baby, I'm back rocking with you. Then they say, oh, well, you know, Meg Thee Stallion, did you sleep with her? Yeah, I did. Well, then why did you get on the news and on the interview and lie? Yes, what he went through can make him be touch and go because he's going through so many emotions and hearing so much different stuff about his woman as well can make him touch and go, can make him good today, bad tomorrow, good for a week, bad for 3 days, good for 3 days.
We speculating on what we think he would have did.
This
is speculation.
Based off his actions,
we saw what he did. He was there.
This is speculation.
He was there. That's concrete evidence. We can pull up the footage. He was at the trial and these arraignments. He was there. We can pull this up and show it.
So we're
speculating on the reason behind
concrete proof that he was there in December.
Yeah,
and concrete proof that she was at a wedding with another guy in
April, May.
I got the picture.
No concrete detail. Did they break up in January? I mean, like, and so it's a lot of speculation here. You have two concretes. She was with him and she was with him. Nothing else is solidified.
Well, we're saying, why would a man be at a woman's beck and call inside like that if he's not still dealing with
you? Act like people don't just break up and be done. Shoot, I have been in a situation recently where I was really attached to a guy. I blocked him. I don't care.
No, we're talking about the trial.
I'm just saying, period. We went through a tumultuous situation, and I'm done with that relationship. I could care less.
But if he had something going on, you wouldn't show up for his support, now would you?
If I was before I blocked him, I would have. So when I woke up and whatever I saw, let me know this is no longer someone I want to be connected to. I'm done.
I gotta ask a question. So even if let's say they was broken up during the trial. So even if we rocking together, we broke up, that means I still can't support you during a trial either though?
What we talking about, man?
I'm asking
we throwing in hypotheticals. Come on, friend.
You mean to tell me?
I'm not saying you can't, but again, we're talking about this particular situation.
We talking about
all the heat going on.
We talking about men here.
With
hold on, hold on. So
we're not saying it's not possible.
Okay,
we're looking at what's probable.
We see a lot of simpish.
We're looking at what stuff going on. He's a simp. Now I ain't taking that away. He's that. I'm saying, would he really be in this woman's corner if it was just a flat breakup, clean cut? it's transparency. He would have been there the same way. Is what you saying?
He could, because I had people that's broken up with me when I was going through stuff.
And they was in by your beck and call.
Yeah.
And you were still in contact with them.
Yeah.
That means
Like,
y'all weren't broken up.
No, we was broken up, literally broken up. And this person was calling, checking when my granddad had died.
I got a crazy analogy alert.
We already know. Let us get ready to get back on the hamster wheel. Let me sit back in my
Crazy
chair.
analogy alert.
Let me
If
sit
a
back in my
person,
chair.
if a couple divorce and they don't move out the house and they still sleep together, do everything together, are they divorced? Yes or no?
Legally, yeah. They signed
Absolutely,
the paper,
legally they are.
Yep.
Legally they are.
That's what you asked for. Divorce, yes.
Bro, I'll be real with you, bro.
So paper determines if we married or not. That what you said?
Legally.
Legally, yes.
I ain't talking. Damn the legals.
Marriage is legal. That's a legal document.
So
what do you mean?
So you can't get married without the law involved? Is what you saying?
Common law marriage is not
You
is
can
not
get married through the
recognized.
church.
Okay.
Yeah, without a government. Because
So when you go and you file a document, a government document, you say,
get
are you
married through the
single or
church and say
married?
we're married through a church without the law.
I mean,
Who's gonna recognize
as a man, look, as a man that was going through a breakup with a fiance, I can attest that during that period when we were still in the house together, we were still doing a lot of shit that was reminiscent of a relationship.
But you got a paper, but you got a paper on the desk that say y'all ain't together. That paper is law.
He didn't have no
you having
paper.
sex with it.
I mean, both our names on the D's. I mean,
I'm using that as a euphemism. What I'm saying is, this paper say we divorced. Just had sex 4 minutes ago. Which one the truth?
When you go to the doctor and say, are you married, single, you're gonna or divorced, you're gonna hit divorced. If you have a divorce decree.
How long has marriage been in existence?
Oh God.
Okay, hold on. So let me ask you something.
How long has marriage been? Hold on. How long has marriage been in existence?
Oh.
I got a question for you. Are there such thing as fuck buddies?
Yeah.
So you mean to tell me people can't break up and become fuck buddies?
I ain't saying they can't do that. Absolutely not.
So
I said if they married in the same house, we not fuck buddies if we living under the same roof, bro.
They're not married no more though.
I'm going to the analogy I made.
Okay,
if
a new
divorce
analogy.
couple say we divorced, but we stay in the same house. We still sexing. We going to church together. We eating together. We're not divorced. I don't give a damn what that document say signed by a white man.
Look, this is what I'm saying. I just thought you were strictly talking about when they stayed in the house and having sex. Now you add all the church.
Okay.
I said stay in the house, still doing the same shit.
You can still do that, but you are legally divorced. You are divorced. You will be recognized.
I'm not
as
saying
divorced.
legally. I'm taking the legal out of it.
Divorce is a legal term.
So you talking about if we hold on. So if we say right now we broke up, me and this woman have sat down and said, yeah, we're not together, but we still doing the same thing.
Doing the same thing.
Our actions trump what we said.
Facts. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I just
is that common sense? My actions. If I say I hate you versus me showing you with action that I hate you.
No analogy.
Action speak. That's just common fucking sense. Action speaks louder than words.
Yeah, but
You can say whatever you want to me. I can go outside person and say whatever they want to me. Put your hands on me.
divorce is action.
I'm gonna show you who I am. It's gonna be a whole different experience. Whether you just talking at me versus you putting your hands on me. The same way with you. If somebody say something to you, you will keep going about your day. If they put their hands on you, you're gonna have a different reaction. The reaction is gonna be bigger if they do what? Put their hands on you, which is what?
Illegal.
An action. An action.
It's illegal too.
It's an action. So you're gonna respond bigger to the action. The words in this writing don't mean nothing. When the actions, we know for a fact, trump words. What the hell are we talking about?
I can tell you.
So if you saying what you're saying, that we stay in the house and we still having sex with each other, but what if I don't come home one night?
You just don't come home one night.
That would be different than what I've been acting. That would be showing that.
You talking one night out of the week?
Yeah. What if I never stay one night out of the week, out of every week?
You just stop coming home. Period.
Yeah, like if you're in a relationship with somebody, you have routines. Let's say you maintain some routines and got new ones. Why wouldn't that show an action that we're not?
It'll show a change in the dynamic, but if we're still dealing with each other, no matter if I say, well, 4 nights I'm gonna be gone, we still dealing with each other, but I'm just doing something different. My analogy is going with we doing the same things. You talking about new shit. I said we doing the same things. You talking about new shit. Did he not just mention a new routine? I said the same thing. If we doing the same thing, nothing between us has changed, despite having a letter on that table saying we not together.
That's the difference. That's the difference.
Actions speak, baby.
I do feel like you're using terms like divorce. That's a legally recognized term. We're not using old lady and old man.
Is breakup a legally recognized term?
Divorce is.
It's breakup.
The marriage, the legal.
Is breakup illegal? Is breakup legal?
The marriage, they do not recognize relationships. They only recognize marriages.
Okay.
And divorces and singleness.
So
if you are not married, you are either divorced or you are single.
I agree with that. I don't really agree with the boyfriend shit. I'm just saying, if we do this same thing without the marriage,
I didn't have to yell to answer your question.
No, you good.
Because you talk so loudly.
I do. I got my man. That's how we speak.
Yes, we know.
I don't have a soft voice.
We know.
We're not. I ain't gonna say that. I don't want to get you deep. I was gonna say we're not friends. But what I'm saying is, it's just me. I look at actions. Actions gonna trump everything you say. You can tell me you love me all day. What you show me is what I'm gonna stand on. So just because you got this document in place, I'm not saying the document is null and void. Legally, yes, but we're still together. The legalities of it don't matter. If I thought that was divorce, and I just saw them at Applebee's.
Yeah, and let's keep it real, bro. Like when you still kind of like doing shit as a relationship, and y'all supposed to be like on paper broken up, that shit kind of is confusing. Like
it's very confusing.
You know what I'm saying?
Why would it be confusing if y'all still doing the same thing? Y'all would be technically in a relationship.
What would be the point of going through this divorce if we're gonna do the same shit? I'm gonna quit my job tomorrow, but I'm gonna come to work. I'm gonna keep coming to work.
Hold on.
Analogy time. I quit my job tomorrow, but I'm gonna keep going to work. Hey, bro, I thought you quit. Hell yeah, I quit. You just worked 12 hours.
Hold on.
Make it make sense.
Hold on. That's a job. We talking about relationships.
It's an action. That's my point. The action don't stand with the words.
So if
I tell you I quit and come to work, did I quit? No.
But you said action. So if I tell you
the action stand.
But if I tell you that we're not together and you say you're confused now because we still doing the same thing, wouldn't the words be necessary to say, hey, we are in a relationship for me to not feel confused to solidify our relationship?
Do I gotta tell you?
Hold on.
What time?
Hold on. So you telling me, I'm asking you, you telling me you could be sleeping with a girl if you stay with her, all that type of stuff, and y'all cannot be in a relationship.
Say it so much
if you're sleeping with a girl and doing a whole bunch of routines, going on a date, staying with her and all that, could you not be in a relationship with her?
We in a relationship. That's a relationship. Relationships are like species of animals. You got intimate relationships, you got emotional relationships, you got physical relationships, you got business relationships. Stop me when I start lying. How many relationships there? 4? That's 4 different types, ain't it?
But we talking about intimate.
Okay, I'm saying relationships. You just said that we fucking and doing this.
From the position
I said we're in a relationship by doing all of those things which you just described.
Because the reason
we're in a relationship.
The reason I ask you that is because us as men, and we've all been guilty of this. Why are we so slow to give women titles?
Boys do that. That's why.
Didn't you say you just talking to a girl for a long, long time before you made her your girlfriend?
Yeah, in 2005.
Okay, how old was you then?
It's 2023.
I know. I'm just asking. I don't know how old you are now.
I said.
What's the answer?
Because you like when how long was 25? How long was 2005? How many years ago was that?
18 years ago.
I ain't 60.
I don't know how old you are.
How old you think I am?
I don't know.
How old you think?
40.
Let's go with that.
Okay.
What's
so,
20? What's the difference?
And I want to say that, right? Because when he brought up, I was talking to a girl for blah blah
blah. In 2005. He was,
can I please? Analogy, man. Just chill out for a second.
What we doing?
He brought that up. He was bringing that up as an adult dating, right? He wasn't bringing it up as like a little boy.
On my past when I was a boy.
As a boy, but he was bringing it up in the scenario as a man dating. Now it's a boy.
I used it because I did it. I said I did it before.
Okay.
What we talking about?
We don't know. You don't know because you
said
you sarcastic. Now you a boy, you a man, you doing this, you doing that. We getting all these analogies. You screaming and yelling in the mic. It's just crazy. You don't know what we talk about. We don't know.
You don't know what we talk about. You
nobody know. We are confused.
I said I was 39.
I thought we was talking about Megan Thee Stallion. We was talking about you at 12.5.
And you just asked me how old I was when I already said. I had already said this.
The clarity is not there.
The clarity is there.
No, because he couldn't answer.
In 2005, I was probably 21, 22. Which went back to the Zion Williamson and the Shaq conversation. That's why I brought it up. Because I was the same age they was. In 2005, I was 22.
I don't know how old you are. Because you just gave an
22.
example of you being 26. So I don't know if you're 26, 40,
I said I was
35.
39 in the conversation.
I didn't know.
You weren't listening.
I couldn't hear you. You yelling so loud. I just
How
couldn't
you
hear.
can't hear a person that's screaming?
Going on. It's a lot going on.
How you can't hear a person that's talking loud?
Because it's just like so
What
much
I'm saying
noise. I can't
is,
pick up on it.
You
It's not
trying to
registering.
conflate and knock me off the rock. It ain't gonna happen.
I'm not knocking you off for anything.
I
I'm
said
sitting
you
here
trying
chilling.
to by trying to misinterpret what I said.
I'm trying to get
Because in
clarity.
2005, I was 22, which was a boy.
Okay.
But you saying I brought it up as an adult as if I can't my past
I would imagine
transgressions.
somebody 21 years old would be an
What
adult.
I'm saying is you're bringing up something that I said at 22 as if I would do it today.
I didn't
and
know
I never
how old
said
you were.
that.
I just asked you. You just got clarity now.
I had already said how old I was.
I didn't know.
You weren't
He
listening.
didn't answer the question either.
Yes, I did.
I said he didn't. He didn't.
He didn't ask.
When you was
the
like,
question was asking
how old
me.
was I in 2005?
That was a
he was
rhetorical-
looking
that
like
was a
everybody.
rhetorical question.
Everybody was looking because ain't nobody know the answer.
I'm saying that was a rhetorical question.
We didn't. I didn't
What
pick
I'm
up on
saying
it.
is,
I'm not picking up on
at
it.
22, the thinking as far as me saying I'm with a woman, what said trying to do is saying because we got these actions and behaviors, if we don't solidify with words saying we're in a relationship, that means the relationship is non-existent. My point is, if our actions show that with our relationship, the words don't really hold as much weight. That's my whole point. So when we look at legalities and documents and stuff like that with divorce, I get that. But my whole comparison was, well, people treat marriages like breakups. So I said, well, if a breakup don't have no legal merit either. But people use that to say, well, we broke up 2 months ago. I can move on. But we really don't recognize it anyway. So it won't be nothing to discuss, is what I'm saying. But the actions always gonna trump documentation and words. If we are doing something that contradicts this document, we got divorced on Monday, we sleeping together Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. After the fact, that divorce don't hold no merit. See it? Come on. Are we really having a conversation?
I'ma just say this. From my day, you said boys, but I know
About the title situation. Yeah.
Because we could be doing something, and women, we all know this line. What are we?
Yep.
And the actions does not mean that we are in a relationship until you say, hey, you my girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever. I don't care if you think it's young or childish, but she needs to understand the title, because the actions are not the only thing that solidifies us if we're not having a
okay, you saying the type of relationship, because I hit on that. I said the type of relationship we establish. We in a relationship, if I'm going to push it and establish a firm, meaning we're committed, that's a type of relationship. If we just sexual, that means it's just a sexual relationship. If we work together, we in a work relationship. We have a work relationship. It's different types of relationships, said.
That's not what I was saying.
Yes, I'm saying that's what I'm saying, because you're looking to say if we don't say this, it's not existing. It is existing. It's the type that I say it is. If I say, hey, I'm gonna commit to you, that means I just established a committed relationship.
Okay, hold on. Before you keep going.
Okay.
That is the point that I'm saying is nobody knows what the fuck the relationship is without the word saying what the relationship is.
The affirmation.
You could say, hey, we've been fucking. This girl, you might fuck different chicks, but this girl might say, hey, we've been fucking, we've been going on dates, we've been doing this. Nigga, what are we doing? Because she's confused because it feels like a relationship to her. But just because you say we doing this and actions speak louder than words, I need to hear with my own ears to make sure that our actions aren't deceiving.
You talking about a committed relationship, though, Sid? I'm talking
I don't know
about.
what you. That's what I'm.
So is a relationship a blanket? All relationships the same? Is
okay,
that
hold on.
Yes or
okay.
no?
No. So what are we talking about?
I said it's different types of relationships. That's my point. Did I say that?
Yeah.
You heard me say that, right? I said it's different types.
Hold on. Before you go further. I'm thinking. Hold on. I'm thinking.
Why you ain't reprimanding him by when I'm? See, you being unbiased.
No, I'm trying to get some clarity.
Come on, we all trying to get clarity.
That's why I got to stop before you go further.
Go ahead.
So when we talking about Meg Thee Stallion, and that's how we got on this. So we all thinking we talking about committed relationships, break up, and moving to another potential committed relationship.
Yeah.
I thought we was out. You was on that page?
In that context,
I mean,
yes.
yeah, that's what he brought up. Yeah.
Okay, so
In that context.
so that's why I'm trying to figure out why you even talking about different relationships, because that's what I'm talking about in that context of committed.
Because you had brought up the notion of like we've been men and we've been dealing with women and we've been having like a relationship of a sexual nature, but we don't establish what we're necessarily doing. Are we fuck buddies? Are we in a committed relationship?
You did bring up fuck buddies.
Right.
That's a relationship. It's a sexual relationship.
I would
sex
say,
only.
And I guess you're trying to get us to ask like, if we're going to be, I guess, man enough to say like, okay, like
we
to
just fucking.
To establish, okay, we just fucking, or we just got a situationship, or we're moving towards a legit relationship. You know,
and that's what I was asking, and I'm asking that on purpose because you were saying that just because of your actions you are doing something, it means that you're in a relationship. But the woman that's asking, "What are we?" is trying to figure out what type of.
I see what the disconnect is. I see.
Yeah, and like for me, maybe it's just me, but when I hear somebody say, "Oh, I'm in a relationship," I automatically default that it is a committed relationship, and it's not a. Oh, girl, I'm just effing him. You know what I mean? I don't think that.
And I think
that's
most
the mistake people make then.
But hold on, we can. People make a lot of mistakes. But if we're talking about what people are the norm.
Mm-hmm.
When people talk about relationship, we're talking about committed relationship,
Yeah,
and that's the confusing aspect of what you're talking about. You talk about work relationship. When we talking about this,
because I've asked girlfriends like, "Are y'all together?" She, "Oh, girl, we just effing."
No,
you know
but
what
I
mean?
did it under the context of divorce. Remember that I use divorce as the context, meaning if a divorce is in place and we still doing whatever, I said that divorce is null and void because of our actions contradicting it. Did I not make that point?
But
that was the whole conversation. You leaving pause out.
Hold on. But
pause out.
Hold on. But the topic was Meg Thee Stallion though.
But we segued into using that analogy of me being divorced, but still doing the things prior to the divorce with the wife. That's why the whole conversation spread open like that. See, we were saying my whole point is if let's say me and Ashanti was together, we got divorced. We still doing what we doing. How much gravity does this divorce document weigh or have?
If I went to the doctor the next day and they said, "Are you single or divorced?" I would say, "I'm divorced." If someone asked me, "Are you still married?" No, girl, I'm divorced. I'm still sleeping with my man. I'm still sleeping with him. I'm still messing with him. We still living in the house together. But I am divorced. We are divorced. We still having sex. We still going to church. We still going on cruises. We at the family reunion. We at my mama's house. But guess what? We are also divorced.
Hold on. And then you talk about actions. Y'all actually acted on getting a divorce. Y'all had took
actions to get a divorce.
So like that action is different and deviates from the plan that y'all have actually been going through, because y'all been doing this for so long. Y'all still quote unquote doing the same thing, but actually going to sign the divorce papers is something that you have technically done different.
Taking actions.
You've taken action. What you said, taking action. A divorce is taking action. Even if you're doing the same thing, what's separated is we got a divorce. That is something you just wake up and do every day. That's not an everyday routine.
You gotta wait time periods. You gotta go to court. You gotta go to mediation. You gotta go to litigation. Sometimes it is a process. Yeah. It's a process of action.
I'm speaking of the process is concluded. That's my whole point. I'm speaking all that went through. Yeah. We got the final trophy.
I'm still going to my ex-husband. Yeah, my ex-husband, not my husband. My ex-husband.
But that's the confusing part though. If you got a divorce, why in the fuck are y'all still doing the same?
Now I don't disagree that it's confusing.
We agree.
We agree.
We all agree on that.
But you are still divorced, and that is still your ex-husband and ex-wife.
And hold on. And we can't all act like we've broken up with somebody.
Man,
hold on, and it lingered on.
Let's be for real. Said the reason why that shit linger on is because one party still has hope for reconciliation, bro.
Probably.
Or both parties. Or you
but
don't
they're still divorced.
Hold on, but you don't understand what you're doing, because that's why you're going to get a divorce anyway, because it was rocky or had an issue there anyways. That's why you went and got a divorce. And you're holding on to see, you're still trying to wait out because maybe you wasn't so sure about getting a divorce. I understand why you will, as people, you will still continue to have sex. I understand why people are in a relationship and continue to have that, because I don't know what we're doing. We're in limbo. You're on and off. Like that is a thing. Being on and off is a thing until it's something that gives you more clarity. It's like, oh yeah, now I know for sure. We didn't went through this process. Now I know I got my definitive answer to do X, Y, and Z to move on.
But ain't it the purpose of a divorce though? Like a divorce is supposed to be like a definitive thing.
I mean,
like
we go by his analogy.
I seen you doing the
his
same thing prior to
scenario.
the divorce. That's all my point was.
Yeah, so
it don't make sense. It's what I'm saying.
We agree. Nobody's arguing.
That was the whole point. It's confusing. Y'all saying it should be
No,
perfectly
we
fine.
agree it's confusing, but it still stands that you are divorced. You are arguing the fact that you're not divorced. It doesn't mean anything, but it does mean something. You are divorced. You're sleeping with your ex-husband,
right?
Or
and
wife.
like you said, you've taken action to go through the actual divorce proceedings, which is not something you wake up and do
in 30 minutes.
But this is what you said. You said the actions.
The process, yeah.
So I'm using
my thing is
I'm using what you said.
I'm saying this. Said we go through all of this. We go through the divorce proceedings, arraignment, community property. We go through all that to go back and doing the same shit as if we didn't do it.
It's almost
stupid as hell. I agree.
So,
yes.
Well, next subject.
Oh God, this is like how our arguments go. Literally, we agree, and it's like a will. It's like I just want to get off. What's the next thing, please?
Y'all saying it's stupid, but was just justifying it.
No, we never justified it. What you said was, if you divorce somebody, are you really divorced if you're still doing the same thing?
That's my argument. Yeah.
And we said, yes, you're still divorced.
You have a divorce decree.
You have you're divorced.
I stand corrected.
Yes, that's what we said. We all agree.
I don't mind me when I'm wrong. I would just say now. Nick said, "I ain't go because I'm gonna keep beating this goddamn horse." Because what I was gonna do was okay. You went through that.
Pull it up.
Yeah, pull it up.
All right, we're gonna get the last thing.
Man, you got me out here goddamn midnight, man.
That shit.
I got homework.
That shit crazy.
You got homework.
Yeah.
Please.
I ain't got homework. I got a little work. Well, I'm just. Oh yeah, Bill Murray. Oh shit. Ice cream.
Bill Murray is Bill Murray Kelis' insurance policy.
That's the one.
What y'all think?
I'm not familiar with him. Who is he? Oh, is this the milkshake bring all the girls to the yard? Girl?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know who Bill Murray is, though, right?
I
From Ghostbusters.
Oh man.
Yeah, Ghostbusters came out a minute.
She don't watch movies.
Like he
I do watch movies.
He an older actor, but he
so
back in the 80s, 90s.
Oh no,
this was definitely kind of one of those like out of left field type of situations, relationships, or whatever. Like I would never like expect for them to even run in the same circles, for them to even have a connection with each other.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes you kind of wonder, like, okay, because I think Kelis is like 42, Bill Murray's like 73.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like, what attracted to you? What attracted you? If I'm talking to Kelis, what attracted you to this guy who is 73, who is in a totally different world than you, totally different from all the guys you dated? Because I mean, the only guy that we can really compare him to is Nas. So it's kind of like, is this one of these things where like, because some folks, you know, I haven't seen it, but it kind of screams of like desperation to a degree.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what make you want to be with him? You know what I'm saying? Like, what things do y'all have in common? Like, what is making you be with this man at this point in your life? And the same for Bill Murray. Like, I never known Bill Murray like the sisters. You know what I'm saying? For real, like straight up. Like,
yeah, I ain't never seen him date.
Like, I've never seen him date a sister. So it's kind of like what brought this together? You know, that's I
got a question. Do y'all think older white people, when they get close to Dale, they be like, you know, I've always wanted to date somebody black, so I might as well do it before I die?
I definitely have. Matter of fact, this is, you know, so I'm open to, you know, saying interracial relationships, but one of the things that I always have drawback on when it comes to that is, especially when you talk about like, in the instance of like white women and black men, I often notice that a lot of white women who are like in that middle age, like mid to late 30s, going into their 40s, I always notice like when they're not necessarily getting attention from like the guys in their communities anymore, they start to shift their focus over to the black guys because they know that black guys will take them at their current state, you know what I'm saying, versus guys that's coming from their communities.
So you think that black men accept lower standard women?
Yes.
Why is that?
Well, in general, black men, we tend to have the lowest standards of all men amongst the dating market. I mean, we take on baby mamas, we take on big girls, we take on older women. We are known as the egalitarians of the dating market. We don't put any like harsh standards on women. You know what I'm saying? We pretty much we like the church. We take them as they are.
That was good.
Like straight up.
What you think, Chris? It's Bill Murray, Kelis's insurance policy.
Most definitely, because biology speaks. Testosterone, estrogen. Bill Murray ain't got no testosterone pumping at 72. So
he can't knock that thing out the box.
No, he ain't knocking it out the box. Now it could be other things in place. I don't know the behind the scenes, just speculation on just from a surface level. Like I said, I think it's an insurance policy. I think it's like I said, it's one of them comfort. I'm comfortable. I can do. It's all a lot of dating. I think it's just me getting older. Just I look at how people date now. I look at a lot of women I went to school with, right? And I always see them marry a guy that don't look shit like their high school sweetheart.
Thanks.
Don't look nothing like the dude they've been praising on internet. Dreads, dark skin, 8 foot tall. They don't marry these type of guys. Thanks. So most people gonna date in proximity. You're also gonna date in socioeconomic status. So with this situation in particular, when you look at a Kelis who got the song like Bring the Milk, you look at the history with Nas, the baby mama, the child support. I have to be a fool to not think money is a motivational factor here. Like, what y'all finna do together? Some people just want a life mate. She may not want nothing, but you talking a 30-year gap. He gonna croak before she do, more likely. Yeah, more likely. From a probability standpoint. He probably gonna die before her. So she's trying to get in the good grace and get on that wheel.
So she's trying to be on her Anna Nicole.
Yeah.
I was just watching that before I came here. Yeah.
Because again, because if it wasn't the case, you would be able to show me 40 relationship dynamics just like that, no matter the race. You had to show. You'd be able to show me. You be able to pull these up just like this if it was genuine. Yeah. You better pull them up.
Ashanti, what you think about?
Is she actually on his insurance policy?
No, he's just using that.
Not necessarily as she's on it, but just like maybe down the line she gets married, or he's taking care of her now, spend some bread on her. Yeah. He rub on his lap and touch on that Peter Wecker enough. She write him in his will. What do you think?
I mean, it's an option. More power to her. Like,
if you were single at 42, would you date somebody 72?
And you look like you look now, because she still look good.
Yeah, Kelis look real good.
You look like you look now. You'll date somebody 30 years your elder at 42?
I can't say that would be my first choice, but I can't say I would be like, no, I ain't gonna ever do that.
I'm saying, if it ain't your first choice, what in your like?
What would be your like a range?
Yeah, your range. Like, what's the ranking? Like, I go this if I don't get 1, 2. Is this like that's what I'm saying?
I like a 20-year. So like 20 years older, I would go.
Okay,
that's my limit. I wouldn't go 30. 25, 30, 45 years old.
That's most women. They ain't gonna go over 20.
Because I'm about to say, because you gotta think, man, like Kelis is 42 years old. She got like at least a child. You know what I'm saying? Like she had the marriage with Nas that ended in a divorce. Then the other guy, she loved that relationship, and that dude ended up dying. You know what I'm saying? God factored that in too. So she probably in a situation where she just want companionship for real.
And she want to be taken care of, and if he had the means to do that, and he's comfortable with taking care of it, and it's like a transactional type of relationship, like he's there to be providing for her, and she's there to be comforting to him, or a leg to rub on, or whatever.
I don't have no problem with that.
I'm like, girl, shit.
I guess it's kind of like, yeah, we hearing it for Kelis, like the benefits that she's getting, but it's kind of like on his tip, it's kind of like, what are you getting, especially if you're not at that age where like Chris was saying, like you ain't got no testosterone pumping in you for real, man. You rocking with the limp. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I do want to say,
Z said that that's her sugar daddy.
And like I know someone, I don't want to get too much in details, but I know someone that's in their 90s, and like
man or woman?
It's a male. Okay. It's a male that I know. That's in his 90s, and it's nobody I'm romantically involved with whatsoever. But like we were talking today, and he was like, you know what? Because his wife died 3 years ago, and he was like, you know what? The one thing that I miss, I think he just turned 92. The one thing that I miss is being able to roll over and touch my wife, or being able to roll over and touch somebody else, or when I wake up in the middle of the night that somebody else is there. And so I do think that there doesn't always have to be a sexual component to it, but I do feel like it's just I'm alone. Like I'm up in this house by myself.
That's what a lot of the women that deal with men that age, they can't really do nothing. They just want you to put your hand on their thigh.
Have a conversation. There are so many people, I don't know his age, but there's so many people that are his age that live alone and they don't talk to people unless you call them. You know what I mean? They don't have people coming over and sitting in their living room and having a conversation, especially in this time and age where we text or email or, get on social media. They just want to have that human interaction. And if it comes at the price of me having a woman that's 30 something years younger than me, and I'm having to afford some of the things that she has in her lifestyle for me to have some peace and comfort at home, and I can comfortably do it, why not?
See, this is where the conversation get real. Like what you said. Do you think people will get this though? Because you're saying some stuff that people don't. Because I started looking at myself again. I'm an older gentleman. I don't want to be alone when I get older. I don't think people really understand this now, more so because men are the one really fighting for the relationship. We really want the balance and what we had back in the day. We really want that, but it's the women that's fighting against it or setting the bar or the defense level so high that you can't climb it. So I see more women with this not being an actual reality. But my mother worked in a nursing home, and I used to just listen to conversations. Some of the saddest stuff you will ever see is in them nursing homes.
Yeah.
These folks ain't got nobody coming to visit them for 6-7 months based upon how they treated everybody else when they was able-bodied, moving around, doing all this. And I look at how women date today, and it's not beating up on women. I'm just saying the dating practices of women have drastically been, I would say, inflated versus men have been deflated. You got men that ain't having sex in a year. You got men who are incels. You got men who gotta pay dudes on YouTube to teach them how to talk to women. Women don't have to pay women to teach them how to talk to men. Women don't have to pay for OnlyFans. So it's this arrogance, and some men may have it, but mostly I see the women saying somebody always gonna be there for me. That's how I see the move. Now knowing the ratio of men and women don't even allow that. The numbers, the actual probability of the numbers don't even allow for that. Look at men and women in America.
Yeah, and that conflation of like, well, I'm getting like sexual attention versus that relational commitment. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, I got these dudes in my DMs, but it's like, and it's always so fun when I hear women, and it don't matter what age, bro. She could be 25, she could be 45, she could be 65. I got these dudes in my DM. They tell me they want to do X, Y, and Z. It's like, okay, sis, that's cool, but how many of them dudes talking about they gonna make you your girl?
Said you've seen my DMs. You've seen my DMs.
I know your shit crazy.
And like I understand that because the attention that you get physically is so fleeting. You know what I mean? You can go anywhere. I mean, maybe not every woman, but I would imagine a lot of women can go anywhere and get a compliment, or at least know that somebody in that vicinity thinks that they're attractive or they look nice or whatever the case may be. But when are you gonna have those true connections? And so to me, this may be a true connection. It may not be in the traditional way, you know what I mean? But it seems like they are meeting each other where they are. Both people seem happy. I feel like that's better than, being my age, single, you know what I mean? Trying to get to that position. I wish I could find me a little 70-year-old man that just want to rub my thigh.
Not to grill you, but do you think, because I look at, I'm not on no dating apps. I get off dating apps. I like meeting people organically. Do you think where you meet a person determines the strength and the validity of what their relationship can do, like the potential? Do you think where we meet is more important than whatever attraction we see surface level?
I do.
So when it comes to like you said, you got a lot of DMs. You probably just see them and
I don't respond.
They fleeting because they're not coming from it wasn't no effort. I just looked on your page and DM. So that's why I say I don't like really dating on social media. Like you can hook up here and there, whatever, but fulfilling relationships, I don't really think you can get that from a social media exchange in most cases. Now, is it possible? Yeah. I just think social media has become such. It's like going to the gas station for snacks. It's gonna cost you more, but it's right there. Versus going to the grocery store, I gotta really put in effort to I gotta go through the aisle, the canned all the way over here. other shit over here, woo, 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 all that type of stuff. So,
and so those are the interactions that I value the most. Like, I do not answer DMs. If you DMing me, please, I'm gonna
get out
read
the
it.
DM, please.
But and I think it's funny. Sometimes I'll laugh. You know what I mean? Because it's hilarious. But I prefer a more organic approach, and I have certain spaces I'm not willing to engage with me.
Let me play devil's advocate, because like I hear people say that a lot, but it's like if I come across a chick that I really find attractive, but shit, I know I ain't nowhere near this chick or whatever, or I know that I don't really like frequent in the places that we may cross paths, you may not have a choice but to hit her up in the DMs. You know what I'm saying?
So I can understand that.
That's different.
You know, like if you are like, hey, you know, I find you attractive and I live in Georgia, you know what I mean? Or I don't know how he would know if we don't frequent the same places, but like I understand the distance thing. I just pray to God, like I don't want my husband to come through the DMs because I'm not gonna get it. Like I don't read them.
Your husband might be in your DMs right now.
He might.
Bro,
but you know what? I do feel like this, and this ain't got nothing to do with like logistics and all that kind of stuff. I feel like I'm really in tune with God, and I feel like I always pray, make your will my desire, right? And I want him to bring my husband in a space where I can receive him well. Because in my DMs, I cannot receive you well when I got all these hard eyes or I got all these comments. I can't receive it well. And sometimes I ain't gonna lie, I have DMs I haven't even read. Like I had when my post went viral, I got so many DMs I didn't even read.
Yeah.
You know, and so I pray that is not the direction that my husband
What
is sent in.
if you meet your husband and say, you know, I DM'd you?
You know what?
What if he revealed it later?
Yeah.
Would you still have?
I actually dated a guy who like had DM'd me multiple times
and he didn't respond.
Oh, and we met in person. I liked him.
Oh, okay. But he admitted it in person. Oh, okay.
Like,
I don't know if I admit
like
that.
he was like, "Oh, this is my social media, blah blah blah." And then when I went to his,
because
I'm like a corn. I know I'd be considered like the cornball, like the rest of the niggas.
I mean, he wasn't like, "Hey" every day.
Oh, okay.
But like he had messaged me before, and like when I went to his page, I saw I had like 2 or 3 missed DMs from him. Okay. So I already knew that he DM'd me when I went to his profile.
Yeah, and then you don't want to come off like desperate, like damn, like I haven't hit this motherfucker up.
Yeah, you've been chasing, like
yeah.
Like so.
I do prefer like have a conversation, come sit down. I need to see your aura energy.
But you know what's the problem with guys trying to do the whole cold approach? And this is something that Aiden used to talk about quite a bit on his show. He was like, back in the day, you know, a man, even if the chick didn't necessarily like the dude, she would still give him the time of day to at least still have a conversation. It's like now you have women who take major pride in shooting down a man just for merely approaching them.
Right.
To the point where it's like, well, shit, bitch, if you goddamn gonna do all this shit, I may as well say to my fucking self.
Right. Have you seen on TikTok the amount of women that said that men aren't like catcalling them and trying to approach them and you know do all this stuff, like jump through the hurdles to talk to them?
That's a lot. I see that a lot on there.
I will say like that's definitely a mean girl type of action. You know what I mean? And like I don't hang around girls like that. It could be somebody that look like a garden gnome. You know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna be rude.
She said garden gnome.
I'm gonna speak, you know, and I'm gonna be honest. Like I have had a guy that I thought was very unattractive, was not my type. And he was like, "Hey, I think you're really beautiful. I just want to like buy you a drink." And we had a conversation while the person was making a drink. He didn't ask me for my number. I wasn't tooting my nose up. I wasn't like, I got my drink, now I'm finna go. It was just a conversation, you know? And so I don't want nobody being mean to me. And I feel like dudes, not y'all, but some men, y'all like to sussle. You know, I don't want to get beat up.
I want to make an announcement, but this is a revelation. I've been doing this since college. Like I said, when it comes to my dating history, it sounds messed up, but I actually, just explain why I talk the way I do. I've actually came up with theories and I tested them out. I can't make this shit up. You guys, I met a chick and I said, bro, look, I just met this chick. This is what I'm gonna do, and this gonna be the outcome. When I'm not trying to talk to a girl, if I see a chick I'm attracted to, you know how I get her? By not trying to get her. I talk shit out of her. This works damn near 90% of the time versus me being direct saying, hey, I think you're attractive. I want to get to know you. That shit does not work with y'all. When I say y'all, I mean women, younger women, let's say 32 and under. Yeah. Women get so much attention because your generation was growing into social media. So that's really one of the primary ways y'all communicate, or people in that age bracket communicate. So when I'm trying to be direct and I think I'm saying some shit with some sauce on it, charismatic. It may not go well as me bullshitting with it and just talking noise out of like we'll be in college. This is A&M. Show you my age. Okay. I went to A&M 2002. No, I stayed up to Huntsville. I stayed up there 6 years. Me and my partners, again, I'm short. I was a little shorter at A&M, but my confidence always been high. So it's me and like 9 other guys. We around the same height, a little taller, but we were dressing fresh. We were popular. We from Birmingham. We was in all the parties, all this. So we really got the clout. We'll literally stand in the main girls' dorm and say shit like, "Oh, baby, shit, come here, come talk to me," and look away. We did this every day. Do you know how many girls came and stood in front of us saying, "Who, me?" I cannot make this up. I can call my boy Buck right now here and say, we used to do this. Hey, bro, you tried. These girls would literally come over there and say, "Who, me?" But let me try to talk to her straight up. I don't know what that shit is. But I said, "Why was it?"
And I know women gonna disagree with me saying this, but I don't give a fuck. Women like to chase.
Women do like to chase. That's facts.
Women like to chase.
And it always go better when a woman pursue the man. I know y'all don't like hearing that. Every chick that came to me first, that shit at minimum lasted a year.
I wouldn't know.
At minimum. I'm just saying, at minimum, I'm saying how smooth it went. It was just cool. The chicks I went up to, I done had a week, month. The fire ain't there. When y'all want a nigga, y'all gonna get that nigga.
Facts.
Y'all gonna get him.
Facts. And
y'all want a nigga.
And then it's like, bro, as a man, when you doing the chasing and pursuing a woman, it's like you gotta put in way more evidence what's really required versus a woman really just showing initiative that, hey, like, I really find you interesting. I really want to get to know you. And it's like women almost have like a point to prove. Like
they do.
Like
they do.
like, oh shit, like he ain't give me no attention. I'm going to get your attention, like in some way, shape, or fashion. Like straight up. Like it's
what's he say? The bar's in hell.
He said the bar in hell.
Chase me, leave me alone.
I mean, I hear men say that. It hasn't been I've never pursued a man first. You know what I mean? It's just like not my nature. I don't know if I have friends that pursue men. I don't know them in intimate relationships, but it's not a practice of mine, and I don't think I'm gonna adopt it.
Let me give if you saw a guy, you watched him for a minute, he meet all your physical height requirements, money, and he never said nothing to you. He may have gave you the clues that he was, but he just never said nothing to you. You said you wouldn't reach out, even though
say what? I don't even know. How do you start a DM? Hey,
man, come on. Now let's say it ain't even you. Let's say y'all familiar on social media, but let's say y'all have you see him in the gym in passing, whatever the case may be, just casual. It don't necessarily have to be DM, but you see him, you got access to him. He everything. He got the charisma. He talk. He values more lined up with everything you want. You saying you would not say nothing to him first?
I would say highly probability not.
And that's why a lot of women be missing out on good dudes in relationships.
And I will say I'm comfortable with missing out.
Boy.
I'm comfortable with missing out on that, right? Because that's not the type of I don't want no man to be like, "Oh, she got to come to me." That's just not the kind of guy that I am interested in.
But he's not saying on like, "Oh, he got to come to me" type shit. What he's saying, she got to come to me type shit. No, he's just basically saying like, if you notice this guy and he fits all the criteria, you still not gonna say nothing.
Yeah, he ain't got the mindset to come chase me, but this just he hasn't made his pass at you yet. Are you saying you're not gonna?
So like you saying, would I go make a pass at him?
Yeah, first move.
Like, hey, can I take you out on a date?
No,
like,
what? I'm just saying.
Just introduce yourself. Like, hey,
y'all know how to flirt. Y'all do that little flirty shit and play around and get in the area. You know how to. What's the word I call tickle ear and a tickle eye? Meaning you know how to get in the proximity for me to notice you.
Okay, yeah, I'll be in proximity. Yeah.
But you wouldn't make you wouldn't. This your line. You ain't overstepping, is what you.
Yes.
Okay, that's
I
what
will be around you.
Okay,
I will be this close to you
to show the interest.
I mean, yeah, like so if I feel like it's reciprocated.
So you want to give him like a long stare or a gaze or bat your eyes at him.
Because women used to do that.
Bet your eyes a certain type of way. I've had women do it like they bat their eyes or look like stare at me, or like they'll walk really close and like do some bashful laughing and swear.
I'm gonna be in the vicinity. But I'm not.
You ain't doing.
She said she's gonna be feminine, but she's not going.
I'm not gonna be like.
She's not gonna create
how you doing?
You ain't gonna do that.
No.
Ah, shit.
I won't. But like I said before, I do pray about like how I envision my relationships to go, and that ain't something I'm comfortable with, you know. And I don't want to ever be uncomfortable when I'm meeting a dude. I want to feel comfortable. I want to feel confident. I'm not gonna be feeling confident when I'm like, "Hey, did you see me over here?
I mean, how you
I'm looking so cute."
Like how you think men feel when we have to cold approach women? Like we
it sucks.
That's the burden of proof. That's the burden of performance we have. We got to eat that.
Like,
I'm sorry. It sucks. I acknowledge it.
Motherfucker, like, damn, holy motherfucker, like she did my goddamn swag. This nigga goddamn, oh, she like my lines. This motherfucker.
Yeah, I acknowledge that it sucks.
That go to the.
But I'm still not gonna do it.
Not to cut you off, but going back to the Kelis and being married, where you think she met him at?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe
you think it was a DM?
What does he do again?
He an actor. Well, he's a retired actor. He probably.
So that might be like an industry thing. I don't know.
But I don't think he's doing that because they in two different lanes.
Industry thing. Like,
are you just saying entertainment?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, probably. I'm pretty sure he
could have been like at a friend house. He got invited. She got invited. It could have been something simple like that.
Okay. I don't think it went down in the DM.
No.
He probably
ain't got Instagram.
Yeah, I was about to say that old. He probably ain't checking. And then he, say he older. But I got to ask y'all one more question. This is the last question that we finna get up out of here.
Oh, we got to do part 2 on the way, y'all. We appreciate y'all for rocking with us. I know it got a little hot, but we family, so y'all just chill out. It's all love. I just get a little passionate sometimes. I don't mind me.
Not a little, a lot.
Hey, make sure y'all like the video.
And share the video.
Share it too.
And subscribe to the YouTube.
All right. This is the question I want to ask y'all. If you're expecting a child with someone that you're no longer in a relationship with, would it be weird to invite the person that you're currently dating to the baby shower?
I would say yes.
Ashanti, you go first. You said what now?
I would say yes. And I feel like because celebrating the birth of a child, from what I understand, is going to be celebrated amongst intimate people that are connected to the mother. And you inviting a stranger or a +1 to my event would not fly. I don't care if it's your uncle. Like, I don't know him.
No, I'm saying what if you, like, let's say you got a new boyfriend that's not the biological father. Is that weird inviting him to the baby shower?
Oh, it's her baby shower.
I imagine, yes, it is weird. It is weird. This is a place of community and intimacy, and they are not intimately, knowing you. My family, my aunts and cousins, and my kid's father's mom. And all. So no, you can stay at home and rub my feet when I get back.
Brad, what you say?
I would have to be in agreement. It would definitely be weird if I was at the baby shower, my ex was carrying my kid, and I bring my new chick. That's just me asking for trouble. But because we had a conversation, and truth be told, like if I got a kid on the way, bro, it would be for me. It would be hard for me to even be trying to entertain another chick. Because it's like I got a kid on the way. It's like I don't have time to be thinking about trying to establish a new relationship. And then when do I have the time to even be trying to start a new relationship to begin with while I got a kid on the way?
That's how I feel about the women. Like, how do women? I got so many questions. How do women start a relationship with with being pregnant or with a big pregnant belly? And how do men overlook them being pregnant by someone else and then be with them and have sex with them while they're pregnant? And then how would a guy feel comfortable enough to show up to a baby shower with his new girlfriend that was pregnant before y'all got together and be around her family and all that? Like, I got so many questions about it, and I thought this was far-fetched, and he gonna be mad when he see this. I thought it was far-fetched, but somebody close to me ended up dating a girl that was pregnant too. And she was showing pregnant. I like, it could be your baby. Like, no, like this bitch had a big ass belly. Like she was like 6 months, and they moved in together. Like they did the whole family thing, and then it just so happened that he ended up finding out that he had got another chick pregnant. So he ended up start talking to her to go pursue the girl that he had ended up getting pregnant.
Man, stop it, bro.
I can answer that in a few different ways. You had a few questions, but I wouldn't just because it's my baby shower. I wouldn't. I shouldn't have been like, come on, bro. Like,
so that's hood rat, but that's
the hood rat Olympics. But I know why men do it. It's a primal dynamic to that, which I get to hit her raw, and I can skeet in and ain't gonna get her pregnant because she already got the baby on her. This how dudes think. Dudes look at these chicks that are entertaining with another man's child in their stomach as easy prey. The same way, and it's just a side. This just a issue, just a thing. Most men look at single mothers in the same way. It's easy prey, and women don't understand this. So to see them sign up to be a baby mama day after day after day, knowing what the future, the story been wrote so many times, the movie been played so many times, it's not gonna be different for you. It's not, because everything around you look like the last storm that this chick went through. Everything around you in Birmingham, Alabama. Come on, man. It's only a few that is just you really got to go through it. You got to grind to get up out of this environment because of the mentality of the area we in. But for women to date and not understand that this man is preying on them is very problematic for the child. Because if I know this woman got another man's seed in her stomach, if let's say we having sex, my prime instinct can forget that she got a baby in her and do, you see what I'm saying? It could go all different type of ways. So is this man really gonna be cautious and treating it like it's his child inside his woman's stomach? Absolutely not.
I feel like when you're pregnant, that's just a very sacred time as a woman, and
absolutely.
The only person that should be experiencing your pregnancy and your body and it changing in that way, in a sexual way, is, I would hope, your husband. But you know, like the father of the child, like that is just that is a sacred time. And
shout out to my dad. I love you. I appreciate you. I never played that baby daddy shit.
I hope it's not a woman out there that's pregnant that's having unprotected sex with me, because that is just
hoping on a star.
Like, that is so sad to me. You opening up yourself, your womb, your baby up to contracting something from a stranger. That is absolutely insane.
Ashanti, you do not understand the level of horniness men and women have on this planet.
Right now.
It's happening right now.
Right now.
A baby is in you, and you
right now. Yes. And how disrespectful that is to the father of your child, man. For you to allow yourself to be open while you're carrying life, and to allow another man to enter into you, bro. Like, that shit crazy as fuck to me.
That's sad.
It is. I feel like there's
what about meeting somebody new and they have possibly an STD? You transmit that to your baby, and
baby all messed up.
Like
the baby.
It's so much that goes into it.
And now I'm the daddy. Come on, man.
It's a level of brokenness that has to be existing.
Some crimes may be committed. Some felonious activity may happen. I mean, it just got to, because I gotta really ask, baby, how we fell out and the baby ain't here yet.
That part.
What happened with what happened between?
Remember what you said. Some people are pregnant longer, like the duration of their pregnancy is longer than the relationship.
Yeah, that's true. You know? I just don't get it. Like, baby, how we create a child, conceive, we go to get the ultrasound, we're going to get checked, all this stuff, and it just go kaput.
Because there wasn't established. I feel like there wasn't anything established. We were just moving.
But this commonplace though in the black community. It's coming.
You'll have relationships. Like, people say that babies change shit.
I think they should.
Like, but no, like, in these situations for the worst. Like, it should change for the better. It exposes people. Like, for who they really are.
It's like that's for the people that we were talking about, the people that's been pregnant longer than they've been in a relationship. Because when me and my wife had children, nothing changed.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, of course, routines and stuff, but
you would think, like, with y'all having a child, that would bring y'all closer together.
Nah,
that was you would think, but it's like, the fuck, like, how y'all just break up? Y'all got a whole kid.
I'm fighting for my family. That's just the type of guy. I'm not having no bastards.
I think sometimes when it's like that dynamic where the relationship breaks up either during pregnancy or like shortly afterwards, I always feel like one party is focused on family and the other party is still lingering on to what we were doing before the kid, right? So like, we weren't in a relationship before the kid. Now the baby's here and now we're trying to be a family, but like, we never even got to the relationship part. You know what I mean? And so I feel like there's usually a struggle there. And so I feel like that's kind of where the deterioration falls.
Or you could have a situation where y'all had a relationship established, and because one, like using your scenario, you got one person that's focused on the family aspect or more so the child rearing portion of the relationship, and the other one is feeling neglected.
Yeah.
In a relationship and kind of feel like, damn, like I'm by myself in this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you more so focused on being a parent. Not saying that you shouldn't, but also neglecting the fact that we got a relationship that was already established before the kid came. So that's just stuff I've heard. So.
Yeah, I do. I mean, I think I feel like children should change you in a certain aspect. You know what I mean? Like I feel like you should not be single Ashanti and I'm a mother now. Or but I do feel like what you said is definitely valid. There are dynamics where people are hyper focused on the children and they don't cater to their partner. And I feel like that goes in the relationship planning aspect. Like, my parents said, my sister and I, we always had a bedtime, 8:30. Like out the gate, 8:30, lights out, we in our room.
That is so refreshing to hear.
My mom was saying, like, I had to make sure we had dedicated time to be with each other. Like, I need time to be a wife, or I need time to just be with your daddy or be by myself, but I need time to not parent. And so when you don't have those boundaries established and you just got a baby, you know what I mean? And you just out there winging it. And then now you got little Johnny that stand up to 2 a.m. and you and your man trying to go and, go to sleep. Or like we slept in our own beds. You got a little kid in between y'all. That's not sexy.
Said you got part 2 loaded up. What part 2 is?
Part 2 of what?
This production.
This was the last one.
Man, I know. I'm saying.
Oh, we gonna shoot again?
Yeah.
I'm ready when y'all ready. I'm ready when y'all ready. Ashanti, you got something Tuesday? Oh, we finna get up out of here, y'all. Yeah. Ashanti said she got something Tuesday. What you got? I mean Thursday.
Yeah,
this Thursday.
I'll tell you about it tomorrow. I'm tired.
Oh,
you gotta make the announcement.
That's what I was
finna. Yeah, I'll tell you about it later.
Okay,
it's not concrete.
It's not concrete. Okay.
Stay tuned for Thursday for Ashanti.
Yeah, Thursday. You already know we shoot at 8:30 usually. That's
nice. Y'all shooting at the new spot.
Yeah.
Okay, I saw that. That looked good.
So thank you for tuning in. Oh, are we closing?
Yeah, we're closing.
Okay. Make sure you follow me at Ashanti After 9. You can follow me on social media platforms at Ashanti Jordan, spelled like the singer, spelled like the shoe. And I have one closing remark, like I always say, when you raise the barrier of entry, you force the standard to rise. So make sure that you keep your standards high and let those that keep the bars in hell, let them stay aside.
All right, Chris.
Hey, this was a great panel. Like I said, it's just passion. That's gonna be my new tagline.
And analogies.
It's just passion and analogies. Shout out to y'all. But make sure you follow the vintage clothing store. I'm loving it. This is my baby. I've always been passionate about fashion and having my own store, Legacy Room Vintage. I have a pop-up shop Sunday at the Avondale Brewery for the Blues and Brews Food Festival. If you're free, Sunday from 1 to 6, come out. The Bachelor's Bible, November 23. It's done. I got to tweak it up a little bit, but I will have some mock-up copies soon, so y'all can give me y'all feedback on it. It's gonna be a short read. There's gonna be 2 versions, but it's the Old Testament. I'm gonna do the New Testament.
I could dig it.
Yeah, Bachelor's Bible, Date Master on YouTube. I ain't upload a video in a minute, but content is coming. New Normal podcast. We got motion.
Yeah, this has been a wonderful conversation. I think this is the first one to be like amongst regulars of the show. Got to thank Seth for allowing us to be on the show yet again for another masterful conversation. Again, I'm gonna repeat, my tagline. You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Sir Bradley Ashton. I'm kind of like Chris. I need to be uploading some videos on my YouTube page too. It's been a good little minute, but I got 5 on it. I got the number 5 on it. That's my YouTube channel. Make sure that you like, share, and subscribe to the Normal Podcast. We're gonna try to get this paid. Where we at right now as far as subscribers on
YouTube? We at 50.
Shit, man. We got
to hit that 100.
We trying to get a 1K, baby.
Yeah, I gotta get that plaque, but I need to. I'm trying to get to my Facebook to grow too. So y'all make sure
follow it on all the platforms, man. Because we're getting some good conversations. So make sure you support the New Normal Podcast. And said,
thank you guys for tuning in. We ran long. This is the longest podcast I done did
ran.
thus far. We
I
had
think your
4
engagement
hours.
good.
Huh? Yeah, we did.
Yeah, the engagement.
We did 4 hours tonight. This is going for a long, long time. I want to tell the date master, Sir Bradley, Ashanti, and Jazzlyn for showing up and coming to support your boy. I like to have these conversations with great people, thought-provoking conversations. Then it's never a dull moment. It's always fun and exhilarating. And I want to tell you guys, thank you so much. If you're watching me on YouTube, make sure y'all share the video, like the video, and subscribe. Tell your people about me. Tell your family. Tell your baby mamas, your side chicks,
and your old ladies.
Yeah, your old ladies. Tell your grandmamas especially. And if you're on Facebook, y'all make sure y'all share the New Normal Podcast page. We're trying to grow it. Ashanti said we're gonna get to 1,000 in 30 days. I'm at 5. I think I'm at 496 right now. So we got 500 more page followers. Followers I need to get. So we're gonna do that. And I'm on Instagram, New Normal Podcast, Twitter, New Normal Podcast, TikTok, New Normal Podcast, and Rumble, New Normal Podcast. I'm finna start shooting over there. I ain't started yet.
that Rumble, yeah.
I'm gonna
I need to follow that.
I'm finna start shooting over there on Rumble so we can get a little more wild and crazy on the New Normal Podcast.
You gotta say New Normal Podcast on Instagram. I think 2022.
2022. Okay, New Normal Podcast 2022.
You gotta take that. You gotta take that 20. Or you gonna leave it on? Yeah, you probably won't take that.
I'm gonna take that off. Well, I didn't know it's 2022, but y'all make sure y'all go follow New Normal Podcast on IG. New Normal Podcast 2022 on IG. I'm gonna try to take that off, but thank y'all for tuning in, and we gone.
Bye.